Welcome to Outta Left Court. Let's introduce our starting three. Coming in at 5 foot, short, straight from the Bama, did some time in the slammer, it's Mr. Moneybags himself, Richie Rich. Up next, the man with the approachable face, coming in with a 96% shoot your shot percentage, the king of the double-double, Matty Nice. And last, but most certainly not least, the tall, blonde, and handsome one who does not have the creativity to come up with a cool nickname. It is Connor.
Alright, hey, welcome back, guys. Outta Left Court here. Today, we're here with Rich. Just Rich. And
I like it.
just Matt.
Wow.
Just Connor.
I like that.
And a very, very special guest.
For the first time.
For the first time ever. This is our first ever special guest.
First ever fucking guest.
And his first time on the show, obviously by default, dumbass.
That goes without saying.
Tucker's here with us.
That goes.
What's up? What's up, Tucker?
Oh, Tucker, what's happening, man?
And Tucker has his own podcast. Stay to the end for a shout out.
Yes.
We will definitely let you know what he's on.
Welcome to the show. Everyone clap.
Yep.
Insert a soundtrack instead. I don't want to do this all day.
We'll do the air horn.
Welcome, Tucker.
That's good. That's good.
Better bring some good shit or you'll never be back.
That's how it goes, right?
I don't make promises I might not be able to keep.
This isn't a promise. This is a threat.
All right, guys. We got to open up the show the same ways we always do.
You know what time it is.
We got to go over what are we drinking? What have we been listening to? As a special guest, Tucker, do you want to kick us off?
Let's do it.
Sure. Do I gotta do them in that order?
No.
Do whatever, man.
As long as you court, man.
As long as you cover the bases, you do you.
Well, I guess I'll start with the drink. I'm drinking a Modelo Limon Ysol.
You heard it. It was almost Spanish.
I'm getting close. My best friend's done a very good job at teaching me any of this shit. So, but I like it. Top 5 beer for sure of mine.
5. Ooh. We'll bring that back at a later time for a debate.
That'll be a great debate.
That's a good debate.
Yeah.
See, you already brought value. I like this guy already.
Good job.
He's good, man.
Proud of
Good
you.
job. I tell you, he's a whole fuck.
That's the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That is exactly how I describe him to Matt.
That is exactly.
That is
Whole ass fuck.
Yeah, just so you know. That is.
He's down for a good time, guys.
Fuck. And that right there.
What have you been listening to, man?
Bring him over.
What's been on the playlist lately?
Oh shit. Well,
You got anything that's been standing out?
yeah, I've been listening to either programs by Mac Miller or
Solid.
I think it's called Gravity Falls
Rest in peace,
by
the way.
Yeah.
wow, what the fuck is that name of those guys? Same guys that did Astronauts in the Ocean.
Oh, Masked Wolf?
Yes.
Oh, really? They got another
listen
song,
to
no?
Oh yeah.
I thought they were a one-hit wonder. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, so far, the
It's
2000
One guy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just one dude.
Yeah, but I thought his
One fat
pronouns.
white
I
guy.
thought his pronouns was they them.
Oh, is it?
I was trying to be inclusive.
Oh. Not bad.
Totally made that up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I was about to say. I smell bullshit.
No respect or disrespect to that guy.
Bobby.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how you don't take that as disrespect.
If he's listening,
But
hey
whatever.
bro, I heard you're fat. Let's run these hands.
Shit.
Bruh. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what it is. It's your
my...
damn spring.
What? What happened?
That
My spring?
sound?
Oh, this?
It's your spring.
Oh.
Yeah, let's play with that. We're recording.
I like it.
Your spring's making noise. Flick it. Flick it while we
I
record.
like it.
Dirty
Matty
boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
You gonna tell the people what kind of water you drinking tonight?
Man.
Water.
Drinking Miami Cola Bang.
Bang bang.
What's the flavor
Bang
profile,
bang all
dog?
day. Dog in the
I mean,
foot.
it tastes like a Coke, but Bang.
That's that's horseshit. I've had that one. Tastes nothing like Coca-Cola.
Tastes like a Diet Coke, I guess. I don't know. It's good.
Terrible.
We gotta get you.
moving past that trash. What are you listening to?
Yeah, that's true. You always got a good take on here that I always fuck up.
I mean, I just been listening to Prof. I mean, on the show we talked about how much I love that guy.
Yeah, tell them why you've been listening, though, boy.
Well, I just saw him live in Boulder.
Yeah.
He's on the Home Alone tour right now with Jay Plaza and
With Macaulay
and-
Culkin.
I was gonna say it's
Yes.
gotta be with Macaulay Culkin, right?
yes,
For sure.
yeah. He actually is Macaulay Culkin on the poster that I got signed by him.
That's fire.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
he does the hand on the cheek.
Yeah,
thing.
because that's original.
Hey, someday when we upload this to YouTube, that'll be the background for this.
Maybe.
All right.
Could be.
It could be.
It could be.
Labbing it out on the air.
Run it back. Run it back, dog.
Lab it out.
Yeah.
All right. Is it my turn? Nah,
Yeah.
I'm going last.
You're going.
Okay.
I'm going last. Only because I feel like what I've been listening to is so throwback, dog.
So, as a special guest
know
on
what
the
you're talking
show,
about, to be
Tucker
honest.
brought us all the Modelo Chelada, whatever.
That
It's not a
he doesn't
Chelada.
speak any.
It says Chelada on the can.
Barely speaks English.
That's fair. However, it's a little salt. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the lime or the salt throwing it off.
Maybe it's the
Or it's the pickle
Yeah, I was
juice.
gonna say you just added all the acidity to that
Hey,
shit.
let me get to my drink.
Okay.
I did drink it without the pickle juice.
Speak a piece.
Trash.
I thought it was kind of like a C minus.
Oh my god.
However, comma, I've been seeing all these videos around the internet. They've kind of gone viral of people mixing their beers with pickle juice. And I said, I know it's a Hispanic beer. I know it's disrespectful to a whole culture.
It is.
I'm going to try it.
Well, you would.
And for some reason,
It's trash.
it's actually good as fuck, dude.
Boy.
I really like it.
So you gonna start putting pickle juice in all your beer?
Well, I'm going to try. Obviously, I'm going to know which beers I can put pickle juice in. Some of them, I probably won't work.
Maybe not.
Like an actual Chelada.
Like an actual Chelada.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but what I do know is it works with this one. So shout out Modelo.
I like
Your shitty beer tastes good with pickle juice. Also, what I've been listening to is Chuck Berry. Johnny Be Good, dog.
Boy.
Johnny Be Good. It kind of
like
hit me
that
different on the drive home today. So
That's a classic.
gotta throw
Good
that
shit,
out.
boy. I would have never thought that. That's good shit.
I'm diverse.
Love Chuck Berry.
You don't even know who Chuck Berry is. You're 12.
All right, says the guy that didn't even see 9/11. Man, why can't I just enjoy shit, man? Chuck Berry's my grandpa.
I like Chuck Berry.
Did he make checkers?
No, it was Cheez-Its. He made
Chuck
Cheez-Its.
Berry made the blackberry. Okay. Don't you dare come at me like that.
Not everything's successful.
Hey, so for me, man, king of beers, Budweiser
Get
time.
outta here.
That's
God
what
bless.
I'm on. Like I said, I'm always the beer guy. Not doing the Modelo yet, but shout out to Tucker for bringing one for everybody.
He did.
I was
Good
I
luck.
was fighting between the Modelo and the Budweiser, but Budweiser usually.
It's all good. Like I said, you was using your wits because I'm Hispanic. He brought Hispanic.
He did.
beers.
He didn't. It was his intuition. It was
Yeah, I
like
said it
racial
makes sense.
intuition.
Sense,
He
yeah.
knew.
It could be racist. We're not going to judge. I like the beer.
We work with plenty of
Hey,
racists.
check-
It's fine.
I don't anymore.
We work with the Grand Wizard.
We do. We have a
I
grand
used to
wizard.
work with the Grand Wizard.
You
Hey,
did.
so
Yeah.
You did. What you listeners missed, since you're all listeners and we don't do video yet, is Matt triumphantly put his hands up in the air.
Yes,
like
he
a
did.
champion in the arena. He no longer works with racists.
or us.
Yeah, or us. So that's an L. But it's
Hey.
okay.
Matt probably won't know what this is.
Uh-oh. Now we're testing everyone.
Tucker probably don't know what this is.
You don't know Tucker that well.
You're right. That's fair.
Tucker's diverse.
You're right. He's
likes-
been to prison.
He's been to jail.
Jail.
I wouldn't call it.
I couldn't give you that credit to go to prison.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, you don't want to give him prison credit.
don't wanna give him prison
It's
credit.
jail credit.
Hey,
Baz.
so
It's
what I've
county.
been listening to, super throwback.
Uh-oh.
Who I'm listening to, Mike Jones.
Oh shit!
Mike Jones. I don't even know why, because I hate that motherfucker. But I was rolling through Spotify for the last couple of days, and that shit came up, and I was like,
You
"Yeah,
vibing?
this is throwback." And I've been vibing to that shit for 3 days now. So
Nothing but
I've been
disrespect to Mike
doing
Jones.
that for 3 days, and nobody gets it.
No one knows why.
Mike Jones.
There's
They're
other
like,
artists out
"What is
there,
wrong
but
with
J. Cole's played out
you
for him.
retarded?" So yeah, that's what I'm on, man.
That's
I'm on
fucking
right now
awesome.
in the earbud. Mike Jones.
That's no bullshit. Hey, if you out there, Kiera, don't listen to Mike Jones.
Hey, Kira, don't put this one in. This ain't
don't-
really.
yeah,
this
Don't
this
listen.
ain't
This
it.
isn't a. Listen to Prof. Prof's way
Go
better.
Prof.
Yeah.
Go fucking Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry's legit.
Don't
Berry's
really
the
go
shit.
Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kira,
And
it's
Mac
time
Miller
for
out there,
six.
too.
Oh, my bad. You were saying something.
No, I was just gonna say we covered everyone else's. Tucker was listening to some Mac Miller, so shout out him too.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Yeah, I said rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah, all right.
Moment of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a long time since he
It's
died.
like yeah,
Maybe we can throw it up for Pittsburgh. For
like
Mac
maybe
Miller.
on his anniversary
my
of
dog.
his death.
Yeah, yeah.
But today's
Yeah.
not that day.
It ain't that
What if
day.
today was that day?
He
I don't think
he
it
been
is.
gone
It's
for
not.
too long.
It's not.
We all have
If you're listening to
smartphones in
this
our
on
hands.
the anniversary of that, pause it now. Take a moment of silence by your fucking self.
Yeah, we
Boom.
got-
Back to the show, bitches.
All right, cool.
Matt,
Yeah.
Lead us into the 6.
Oh, yeah, the 6.
That's where you go, Kiera. Figure it out.
Yeah. We need to get you recorded.
We're not getting shout-outs. We're just going to start calling you out.
Hey, Kira, you know what? This is your last shout-out till we get the boops.
Yeah.
Until you get the boops, Connor's right. No more shout-outs, only call-outs.
That's right.
And we're going to be like, oh, it's the 6. No boops. We're still waiting on Kira.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Until you give us the boops,
that's us going
where
forward.
we're at.
That's where we're going forward.
That's where we're at.
Bring your boops on the show.
Bring the boops.
Figure out the boops, Kiera.
Figure out the boops.
What's wrong with you?
Show the people the boops.
Yes, please.
Anyway.
The people deserve the boops.
The people deserve the boops.
Sugar Daddy loves the boops.
Who?
Moving on.
That ain't my business.
Anyway, let's get to the first topic. Bryce Young winning the Heisman.
So this is kind of interesting, right? At
Congratulations.
least a little. Yeah, so congrats are actually.
Yep.
For sure. Bryce Young.
Back to back, by the way, throwing that out
prestigious
there.
award.
Back to back Heisman Trophy
Only a
winner
select
for
few
Bama.
has ever gotten it.
Right.
What was that? What'd you say?
Only a select few have ever gotten that.
What,
Yep.
back to back?
Yeah, one
Heisman.
every year.
Just Heisman?
Yeah.
Yeah, one every single year.
That's one
Also,
every single
before
year.
we actually start talking about, let me get 2 minutes. 2 minutes? You feeling 2?
Ooh,
3?
Let's go 3.
Let's
we got
go
4
3.
people.
We got another person.
I mean,
Or
this
meet
one
in
will
the middle,
pro-
go
this
2
one
and a
will pro-
half.
This one probably short. Yeah, that's not
I don't
big.
pay much attention to college football, so I'll just go off of what
Another
I know.
fucking Matty Nice.
Listen, all right?
God damn it.
I really only ever pay attention to Wyoming,
What do you
to be
guys
honest.
got against the NCAA? What the
Well,
fuck?
my big thing right now is
And then out of all people, the one team you're going to pay attention to is Wyoming?
of course.
Why?
Hometown.
Where are we at right now?
Who gives a fuck?
I
They're
care.
trash.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
You're right. I pay attention to them.
Steelers are trash too. I mean,
Boy, you would be out of this house right now. This would be your last moment on the show ever.
Yeah, and Tucker is no longer on the show.
Because
them fighting words.
Nah, you're right though. They trash.
We can get into the Steelers. We can get into the Steelers later. But right now we got to talk about what is it? Bryce Harper.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
3 minutes on the
Steve
clock.
Young.
Starting now. You know how it goes.
Bro, can we bring cannonballs in when he says Bryce Harper? Just randomly to be like something right there. Like,
Bryce
Harper. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
That's
man.
too good edit. Though.
We have to do that.
So
Do your job, man.
So Bryce Young won in a landslide fashion, which makes sense after that beating they put on Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it does.
I will say, but man, like I was saying, if you really look at the season, like he's been the most consistent playmaker all year, in my opinion.
He's been pretty
I like
consistent.
C.J. Stroud. Stroud was nice. I
like Stroud.
Maybe he lost the Heisman.
It was Hutchinson.
in the Michigan game.
It was Hutchinson that actually pulled second in the voting, though.
So,
Really?
Defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah.
did he ever go in
And
the transfer
that's a
portal?
Michigan boy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because Michigan's been popping off.
It is.
He's a huge part of that.
Because there's no way, if you've been watching college football, there's no way in hell Aiden Hutchinson should have got more votes than Jordan Davis, which is the defensive end from Georgia.
Right.
There's no way. But
So my
that goes
question
to
is-
tell you that the Heisman Trophy really doesn't matter until the last 3 weeks of the
I
season.
was going to say, you live and die by that last game or two.
Yeah.
So
Maybe even till we get to
And
the
when,
championship.
and when was the last time Michigan positioned themselves into a 2 seed?
Man, I don't know. But
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I feel like we talked about this last show, and it's been a while since they were even up in the top 5.
It has. It's the first time we can say that they've been relevant since Harbaugh's been there.
Yeah,
we said
exactly.
that for sure.
And that's
but
what he
my
got
question
hired
is,
for.
fuck all that. Do you either of you guys think that Michigan, for one, can win it all, or let's say they can't win it all, can they actually beat Georgia, man?
No.
No.
You heard it.
Can they do it?
No.
I mean, in theory, sure.
I
However,
give
in execution,
if I had
don't
to
know.
guess, if I had to put like an odds to it, I'd put 95-5. They get a 5% chance out of me.
yeah, I don't think
That's
it's impossible.
that's not nothing
For 5% for Mish?
for Michigan to beat Georgia.
Okay.
I'd say they have a 5%
like I said,
chance.
I don't think it's impossible, but I definitely don't.
Well, in the
think they
game of
have-
football, nothing's impossible.
That's what makes the sport beautiful. That's
Exactly.
what makes sports beautiful.
Yeah, nothing.
But yeah,
Right.
like I said, Rich. So Rich went to grab a few drinks. Everybody, what I said, Rich, was it's football. I ain't ruling it out, but I would give him probably a 5% chance to upset Georgia. Georgia with the 95.
5%. See, I think you guys are being, like, I would even give them a little better chance than that.
Would you?
But I don't think they can beat them. I don't. I'm not going to stand
I was
here and
thinking
say I think
90-10,
they
and I
can.
adjusted last second.
That's what I was going to say. I'd give them at least a 10% chance just because at this point, we got to be like, man, stop playing Michigan weak. at least give them a little respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To say that they can be in the game.
Sure.
But I don't think they will. I think Georgia beats them, I say, a good 17 points.
You think? Yeah. I don't have it that far. I don't have them. Although you never know. Georgia's kind of rebounding. Final thoughts.
Well, doesn't Michigan not have a very strong pass game?
Aren't
they geared more towards the run?
They're actually, one good thing about Michigan is they're super balanced. That's what makes them pretty dangerous.
With a pretty tough defense right now.
It does. So, Tucker, we're going to give you fronts on everything because you're the guest. So, what's your final thoughts on that?
Congratulations to him. I mean,
they were
great.
Congrats, Bryce.
There it is.
Yo, I did have one more thing to add. So this will just be.
You had a fire Alabama stat.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So this is just the sixth time in Heisman Trophy history that a school has had back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners.
Really?
Ooh.
So
that's crazy.
As far as Bryce is concerned, and as far as Alabama is concerned.
Can you guys throw out any of them, like without having to Google?
Is Mayfield
right here?
Mayfield
for what? I was not.
Back-to-back
Mayfield win
Heisman
back-to-back
Trophy winners at one school. Absolutely. So I know the easiest one is Archie Griffin at Ohio State.
Well, I know Baker only won one, and that was with Ohio.
Yeah,
Baker only had one.
But Kyler Murray won it the very next year. So it would be Oklahoma.
It would be.
So
we're talking schools, not players.
Not players. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So yeah.
So that would be Oklahoma's got to be on the list, right? Mm-hmm. So that's Ohio State, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Didn't LSU go to Joe Burrow and then the guy before him, or whoever before him, or was that Kyler Murray before?
No, I don't know another LSU player that won. Burrow, yes, but I don't know another one. I can't name the other ones, to be honest with you. I'd have to think for like way too long.
I can't, man. No.
Is it
Oklahoma? Yeah.
I couldn't even try.
I couldn't.
Let's not disrespect ourselves like that.
Is it tough? Is it a hot take to say that Oklahoma's kind of looking like maybe what Ohio State used to be?
How the fuck do you mean that?
Yeah. Meaning like Oklahoma was
what the fuck?
Is Ohio State was so dominant. Ohio State used to be, always in the conversation, and then now they're just there. They're not what they used to be, and it looks like Oklahoma is
Ohio State was there this year.
That way.
Ohio State was in conversation this year.
Yeah, they were the number.
They ended up 5, I think.
I think they're 5 now, but at one point they were number 2.
They were 2.
They were 2 at one
point.
Hey, we got to move on. We
have to move on.
That's final thoughts.
We have to move on. So number 2, Steph Curry and records. 3 minutes on the clock.
Pretty easy.
Best shooter to ever play the game.
Yep.
Steph Curry. He passed Ray Allen.
He passed Ray Allen.
He passed Ray Allen
in New York. So I'll give you guys a quick little backstory.
And he dapped up Ray Allen afterwards.
That was crazy. I think Allen actually hugged him and
it was
shit.
A whole hug.
Yeah,
they had a whole conversation.
But one cool thing, so this is kind of full circle, and this is just kind of how sports work. So before Golden State drafted Steph, the Knicks actually had the 5th pick, right? And they were going to draft Steph. And Golden State pulled a fucking okey doke on them and gave them all the medical reports and shit about how weak and shit Steph's ankles and shit were, which were all facts. All that shit was true. So they basically got the Knicks off of Steph Curry so that way they could draft him at 7. They had the 7th pick, so they drafted Steph overall.
That's some sneaky shit.
So come back full circle. Where does he break the record at tonight? In New York. In Madison Square Garden.
Man, and just think of how not Steph would have been if he was in New York.
I know,
Ain't
right?
nobody succeed in New York.
Well, we don't know. I do know one thing,
pretty
man.
sure.
First thing I can say, pretty sure. First thing I want to say is congratulations to Steph.
That's some good shit.
He's the greatest shooter I have ever seen, I am.
That's a lifetime achievement award.
I'm a basketball.
And he's still young.
Fucking
and he's still young. And he's still
lifer, man. I've been on basketball my whole life.
He was only a 3-star
shooter. But my biggest question is people don't even realize he just passed Ray Allen in 1,000 less games.
Yeah, I was
gonna say he's a
lot. 1,000 less games.
Just imagine where he's going to put that bar when he decides to retire.
This was a real question. I never thought I would ask this. Is Steph Curry going to hit
GOAT conversation?
5,000 3-point shots before he's done?
I mean,
Yes.
the possibility is definitely there because I was going to bring that up.
If he hits 5,000 shots, that's going to be, in my opinion,
I'm saying 51.
That's a Cal Ripken record, right? So, in my opinion, Cal Ripken's record in Major League Baseball will never be touched, just because, for one, people are pussy these days.
Facts.
And nobody's going to play 2,732 games in a row. They won't do it, man. Nobody will ever do that. And I think if this dude hits 5,000 3-pointers in the league, now obviously the game has changed tremendously, so we don't know. You know what I mean? For me, I would say one thing people better start thinking of is Trae Young is the guy who could really be the dude that breaks the record.
Yeah. But this is
18 years from now.
Sure.
This is not Trae Young's moment.
It's not. You're right.
But shout out.
He could do it. But man, I'm telling you, if he hits 5,000 3-pointers. Done. That record never gets touched.
Man, I think he hits 51.
Man.
I'm not kidding.
He's at, what did he just break the record at?
29.74.
29.74. Dude, that's crazy, man.
Final thoughts.
It took Ray Allen 20 years to do that.
And he was only at 29.73.
Fun fact. He broke it by 1.
Broke it by 1.
He hit 5 tonight, by the way. He hit 5 tonight.
He did have 5. He did have another 5 tonight. So, final thoughts over Tucker. We'll start with you.
Yeah, greatest shooter in the league. I mean, it's fascinating watching him play each and every game, and I think having Clay out there on the floor with him just boosts his confidence.
Clay back?
Yeah.
Not yet. You're saying Christmas, right?
Not yet. I've been saying that. Yeah,
saying
I think Clay comes back Christmas night
they're
against,
dynamic duo.
against the Lakers. Unfortunately,
just look. I mean, look at that pickup game, that pickup playoff game last year against the Lakers. It was all Steph Curry. It was Steph Curry versus the Lakers.
When they're the best, it's the Steph Curry show.
Yeah. So when Clay gets out there, then it's going to be, Splash Brothers all day, every day. I mean,
Absolutely.
He's already a 3-time champ. Just he's going to blow up that record. Just imagine what he can do when Clay gets back.
So where do y'all think Steph ends up at? All time. Where's Steph at all time when he gets done?
Number one.
So what's the 3 right now?
We know the 3.
Well, I know
Kobe, Bron, Jordan.
I know the 3, but what's the order?
Everybody argues. I'm done picking one over the other.
I bet he bumped someone out of the 3.
I think
Jordan, Brown.
I think Steph ends up bumping someone out of the 3.
It's always Jordan.
You think
Bron,
he's 3 worthy?
Kobe.
I think he's 3 worthy.
Oh, he's in my opinion, he's 5 right now.
Bron,
I would
He's
agree
top
on
5 right now.
I would agree on 5.
My man got 10 years left.
Yeah.
I would agree there.
Can we all agree that LeBron is falling off? Because right now it looks
No,
like LeBron's
I
just
can't-
kind of falling off.
So
I
he's
can't say
fallen
that.
off, but only because he has built a standard that nobody has ever seen. So we're killing this man every single night at 37 years old because he scored 25 and 6.
look, it's tremendous that he's playing.
6.
He just set a record for the oldest player. This is Steph's thing, and I hate LeBron. But LeBron did just set a record as the oldest player to ever have a 30-point triple-double.
Listen, this is as simple as I can be.
He's great. In the game
We
of
just
basketball.
talked about the 3.
He's
Neither of the other 2 were relevant at 37 years old.
I mean, the game.
And I'm the biggest Kobe fan on earth. Kobe was not Kobe from 37 to 39 that was not
I'm
Kobe.
going to say this
Well, I
right
mean, they
now. I
each
think
all
Kobe
played
got
right
stopped
now.
out of that
still
conversation.
arguably the best player in the game.
I mean, each and every one of them played in different eras. So the game changes
It does
each
change.
and every year.
Yeah, but
So
the thing is, the great ones can play in any era, though. That's the thing about basketball.
This isn't a debate. This is for
True that.
Steph Curry.
This just, so shout out Steph Curry.
Shout out
Good
Steph
job.
Curry.
Curry, greatest shooter of all time, period.
Period.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on to number 3. Moving away from sports.
Yeah, you're leading this one, dog.
Yeah, the
This is all you, I think, right here, man. I don't have a lot of.
We're talking about the Activision Strike. So, for those that aren't familiar,
Yeah, what's the why?
So it
Yeah,
all
yeah,
started
why are they on
with
strike?
some lawsuits that are put up against Activision Blizzard, one of which by the state of California. That
Because they cause cancer?
no, because
Solid yes.
the company has had multiple accounts of sexual assault and harassment of female employees.
So OnlyFans.
No,
Got
no,
No.
No, this is the creepy shit.
yeah, no. This is some.
Oh.
Yeah, this is some like Harvey Weinstein type shit.
Ooh, that's not,
Ooh, we don't like him.
We don't like him.
No,
He's in
fuck
prison.
that dude.
We really don't like him.
He looks like a warty balloon.
Yes. And because of this controversy, the CEO, who, why can I not remember his name?
Because he's forgettable.
Not
He is
important.
forgettable. He is a whole bitch.
Actually, maybe it is
There
important.
goes your job opportunity with Activision.
Let me tell you how much.
Hey, sexual assault guy. I don't know if you're a bitch, but I bet I could fuck you up. What do you think of that?
30's hands.
And bone your
I
wife.
think you'll never get that opportunity to meet this gentleman.
Definitely
so,
never going to meet this
and
guy.
do
No.
threats.
So at this point, this is punching up, and I'm okay with that. Anyway, so
I'm not above that. That's why I'm hitting up.
exactly. So Bobby
I like that
Kotick,
a lot.
also known as Bobby Whole Dick, is the
Whole dick.
Wow. A whole dick.
is the
Couple
CEO
entendres there.
is the CEO of Activision, and a lot of these allegations have been outed towards him specifically.
So is this gonna like? Is Activision in trouble? Is their business in trouble?
Not really. In the
It's probably
sense-
just specific jobs.
It's really just specific jobs and specific people. Like some male designers are kind of under some hot water right now, but because of these allegations and because of some
so they're going to work for Treyarch.
Treyarch is owned by Activision.
Fuck, I didn't know that. I'm not a nerd like that.
We don't know that shit.
you get for
Matt.
speaking?
Did you know
Yeah.
that?
He said that's what you get for speaking.
You know that? No, but he stayed silent, so he wins. So
Yeah, he stayed silent.
So because of all
just
this,
trying to interact.
a lot of the workers actually formed a open strike, is what it's
I
called,
saw that.
for unionization.
Ooh, I got
look-
another little spin off of
They're
that.
actually looking
That's
to unionize.
interesting.
So now that you say that, I'll let you get right back to that. But just a little spin off of that is Starbucks also formed their first unionization in New York for the first time, and that could become a problem for Starbucks. So yeah, just throwing that out there. Anyway, okay, so Activision on strike. What does that mean for gamers?
Not a whole lot.
Holiday content will be delayed.
Well, I'm going to assume a lot of games would probably be
Man, I'm
delayed
just
a little
trying over
bit.
here.
I mean, as of right now,
So my final thoughts is I don't fuck with Activision, so I'm good.
My final thoughts are, with the information I have, fuck that guy,
yeah.
right?
Fuck that guy
He should probably go to county.
with a capital F.
Don't know what that means, but okay.
Fuck that guy with a capital F.
Oh, I said he should probably go to county, and you said with a
I
capital
didn't
F.
hear that part.
And I was like, I don't know where the fuck the F is.
I didn't hear that part.
Nailed it.
My bad.
I don't really fuck with much of Activision as well, but yeah, for sure, big ass fuck that guy.
There's the F.
That's
You used that way better than I did.
I'm happy I'm here to help. That's all.
I'm happy I'm here. I'm here to help.
I'm happy I'm here to help.
You're doing well.
Yeah, fuck that dude. I mean,
Right in the ass.
yeah, don't
Three
do that
fingers up.
shit. You're part of a company.
That's what he deserves at this point.
No lube.
Flash.
Bobby Kotick can take a whole dick. Anyway, let's move on to
Rest in peace, Michael.
Oh, how do we go from a whole dick to something this serious?
very carefully like this. So
Very carefully like this transition.
number 4, I feel like we might want to take a moment of silence for this one.
Yeah, we're legitimately going to take a moment of
Like
silence.
this is legit. Demarius Thomas recently passed away. So
So for those that don't know, because we have a lot of people that aren't necessarily sports fans, Demarius Thomas, legend of a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos, and a small-time player for some other people towards the later part of his career. The more important thing here is every single story ever about Demarius Thomas is about how positive he is, how much he's changed people's lives, and the impact he's had on the communities that he's been a part
kids
of.
especially.
When he won the Super Bowl,
Yes.
kids especially.
Yep.
You know, I mean, this is a guy that fought to the bitter end for people in his own family and people he had no idea who they were. The kind of guy with an iconic smile. So, in that respect,
Yeah.
we should probably take a moment of silence.
man.
Hey, rest in peace, DT. Anyone else
Rest in
got any
peace,
thoughts?
DT, man. Nah, I ain't got no real final thoughts, man. This shit kind of hurt my soul when I seen it. Like, and I'm not a Broncos fan or nothing, but
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of a great football player. One, but like you said, man, just a great dude, man.
That's right.
Just
Fun
a
to
great
watch
guy.
for sure.
That's right.
As a Bronco fan, like this kind of affected me a little bit more than I thought it would.
It hit me, same man.
Yeah,
Same.
especially since like I had at the same time Connor and my mom text me about it because my mom was a huge Demaryius Thomas fan.
It's hard not to be.
She loved the guy.
Yeah.
You know, so she texted me about it and said, and now it.
And I just want to provide a little context because obviously everyone in the room's kind of felt this just resonate throughout the atmosphere. But that said, kind of what happened. To the best of our understanding, he had a car accident back in 2019, and the death was resulting from complications related to that. This comes after retiring just
June, right?
in June, so 6 months ago, really.
Crazy, man.
So life is short, guys. Got to take advantage of it when you can.
For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, like I said, that shit sucks, man. Like, I don't even know how to even try to get around that shit. That shit sucks. But to be on a lighter note,
Yeah, we gotta move on to it.
Like, this is what we do out of left court, right? We have a moment of silence, bring it to the real shit, what really happened. Man lost his life.
Yeah.
And then very next segment,
We're talking about a whole bitch.
Urban Meyer is a cunt.
Well, we weren't going to say that word
I
anymore.
did that for Connor.
But
I
I'm
did
with
that
you.
for Connor.
I'm with you.
Cut me, Matt, not Connor.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I think,
My man's a whole cunt. I'm trying.
I think for the one time, we'll let that one slide.
One time.
Because this guy sucks, man. Urban Meyer
How
sucks.
is he keeping his job?
I have no idea.
fuck?
But I did find an awesome quote that was reported. I would like to just, or I don't know if it's necessarily a quote, but the report, the initial report on why this is even in our 6. I want to read this.
Please.
This should be great.
During a staff meeting, Meyer delivered a biting message that he's a winner and his assistant coaches are losers. According to several people informed of the contents of the meeting, challenging each coach individually to explain when they've ever won and forcing them to defend their resumes.
Boy.
You cannot get right with the #1 draft pick. Defend your own goddamn resume, pussy.
Who hired these motherfuckers? Wasn't it you?
It's his own staff.
His own staff, bro. He hired all these motherfuckers. Like, what are you? What?
This guy has a club where he's finger blasting chicks,
Hey.
or his wife is just a fucking cuck.
Yep.
And now he's the cuck in front of the media as he tries to get away with fucking his whole crew, and instead he gets fucked. I'm not a fan of this man.
Who's the whole bitch now?
He's a whole bitch.
Somehow
He's a whole
he still
bitch.
keeps his job, and I've seen
Gardner
some shit-
Minshew's only out of there because he pointed out that he's a whole bitch.
True. That is
Minshew's
true.
the truth.
Minshew's the
Plus that-
shit.
He's what Baker Mayfield should have been.
You mean my favorite boxer, Baker Mayfield?
That's favorite boxer, Baker Mayfield.
That boy will give.
Yeah, I didn't
Floyd
watch the
them
fights this
hands.
week.
I didn't watch the fights this week.
He'll give Floyd them hands.
God
Hey,
damn
that's
it.
something we got to talk about later, though. UFC this weekend was huge.
That'll be in the catch-all.
I missed it.
You didn't see any UFC? Damn it, man.
Adult life is a bitch, man.
Adult life is a bitch.
It is a bitch.
That one?
It is.
I might take a
have
moment
to
of
do
silence
all
for
the
that.
shit that I want to do
Just
at
kidding. I
like
got
2
you.
o'clock in the morning.
How do you operate, Rich?
I don't
You got
know.
a secret stash of the white
I don't
powder?
know,
You
bro.
don't out yourself.
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah,
I love
my
money.
client here pleads the fifth.
That's how I survive. I love money.
Doesn't have to. he
I'm
doesn't-
like,
he-
I'm so sleepy, but I need to get up, trying to make a money move.
Eyes open and closing
Straight
different
up,
times,
bro.
looking
That's
6
me
different
in the morning.
directions.
Ask my wife. That's me every morning. Like, I hate life. Market just opened. I gotta get up. Facts.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so Urban Meyer is a cunt.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
This is for sure.
That was 2 times. You can cut that one out, Matt.
Yeah.
All right.
So
He's a whole bitch.
He is a whole bitch.
bro.
Whole bitch.
Fuck Urban Meyer
So,
and the Jaguars and Sunshine.
Tucker's kind of
Fuck
staying
off.
quiet
I
here,
would
so
like
I'll
to-
let him get his final thoughts in.
Well, I would like to play devil's advocate.
Oh, God. Please.
About Urban Meyer?
Let me just put on the record.
Okay.
I'm not defending this man in any way, shape, or form. Okay. He is a pile of dog shit.
Sounds like he does very well himself. Sounds like he's defended himself all the way to an NFL job.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty solid. And he gets the finger blast.
He's got a couple natties. I mean,
yeah, he
you
does.
You said he's got a couple baddies?
Natties. I mean, he's got
natural life.
I was about to say,
He has a lot of money.
I mean, shit, man. He also owns some chop houses that are converted into porn houses.
Yep, exactly. That's why
And
With
at
a
the end of the
casting
day-
couch and all that other
At
good
the end
shit.
of the day, wait, didn't he have? Wasn't he?
we're waiting for you to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
The
that
devil's
devil's
advocate is he's got natties, so I don't feel like it's that bad of a question to say is,
Okay,
where's
so-
your proof kind of thing. He's got natties, but he also is a shit
But
coach.
natties are in
NFL coach.
college. This is the NFL.
We're not saying he's necessarily a bad coach. We're saying he's a piece of shit.
yeah,
And a bad coach.
Well, he can't win in the NFL, but there's tons of great college coaches that can't do that.
Well, he can. He's got, 2 wins now?
Look, he's won one in the U.S. and
He's
one
better
in
than
London.
Detroit. I was about to say he's only won one in the United States.
Yeah,
But he's got better than Detroit because you can't have shit in Detroit.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Detroit
Hey,
won
Detroit
one in the
has a
United
tie,
States.
so they're not completely defeated.
Detroit won one in the United
If you
States.
bring that tie up again another time, that you would get kicked the fuck out of the house.
He takes this shit seriously.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
Facts are facts.
All I'm gonna say
Get
is
your boy.
All I'm gonna say is my Broncos beat the goddamn Lions. So, just throwing that out there.
Also, speaking of the
Also
Broncos,
looking for an editor for Outta Left Court.
They also toasted the Cowboys.
hey, real quick. Speaking of the Broncos, what they did to honor Demaryius Thomas, cool as fuck.
Man, I didn't even see it.
Did you also
I just saw
10
like they
men on the
honored him and
field,
shit. But
took
what
a
did they
delay
do?
game. They did the peace signs.
took
to
a
the sky.
delay game?
They took a delay game.
Fire.
And the Lions, cool enough to decline it.
What?
Did you see?
Dude,
Did you see?
that's
know they needed
solid
that.
as boy. They had to have it.
They're on a
that's solid
honoring
as
people's
fuck,
life
though,
roll
man.
this year. They also honored a very young
Broncos?
Yep, the Broncos. They honored
They
it.
honored the kid.
Got ran down by a car earlier this year. Actually, a couple months
Can
ago.
we kosher?
Yeah,
we
it was-
covered that.
no,
He was actually
It was the
What,
kid here in
kosher?
Cheyenne.
yeah
Something
he
like that.
he
was a
in
kid here.
Cheyenne.
he got ran over literally half a mile from my house.
Boy,
Ran down.
how you didn't shoot somebody?
I was not in town,
Oh, okay.
but if I was,
Probably be back
you
in
know
jail.
what I mean? Yeah. So
Not prison, just jail.
congrats to them for
That's
honoring
that
that
privilege.
kid. That's super awesome. They honored him, and super awesome that they honored DT. So
We're just dying over there.
Sometimes. There's sometimes. Sometimes I question. I'm like, how do I get involved with these motherfuckers, man? This shit is crazy, bro. There's at least I swear to God, just so everybody knows. Let me just throw this out there.
Twice a night?
There is 2 to 3 times a day that Connor will say some shit
You're
that
welcome.
absolutely fucking disturbs me. And I will question our friendship. And then I'll
Rock
be
solid,
like,
baby.
yeah, that's just him, dog. Always because he prefaces with, so I'm a piece of shit.
I'm up front, dog.
And
like
I'm sure you've never heard this before, but, and then I'm like, oh my God.
Reminds me of that time you asked me if you could stab anyone in our department.
That's what I'm saying. How does he do this, bro?
Just absolutely murder them.
It's weird how the department was unanimous.
Hey, you're right about that. But I won't even mention, we'll put it on some uncut shit, the questions that he asked me, because that's a great question for you. It gets way nastier with me. I'll mention that later.
The thoughts just don't hit me at the same time.
I know.
It's really a question of
know.
timing. I always have the worst timing.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We haven't even got to the 6.
Number
That's
6.
what we do.
It's time for number 6.
Yeah, this is brief, right? Because we don't actually know anything.
This is very brief.
We're not subject matter experts, but COVID's a thing in this stupid world.
Tucker, make sure you got those NFL COVID stats you were spitting out.
Yeah,
a minute
you gotta
ago.
throw those out.
So the only reason we're even talking about COVID right now, because that shit
Fuck
been
COVID.
around forever, is because we did have the first death reported from the Omicron
that new variant no one can pronounce.
Now, I don't know.
Omicron?
Now, I did watch a lot of shit on YouTube about it, and actually, we hope that this Omicron variant takes over, because if it does, it's literally kicking the Delta variant out. So if this variant can take over, it would be way less deadly than what we've been dealing with. And
This
another
is just the
thing
Thanos
that,
snap, but it's slower at work.
So it's just like the flu A to flu B type shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's exactly what it is.
is the
So
flu
they're
a form of
actually-
SARS?
They're actually hoping
COVID
that
is.
this variant takes over. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, when I watched it a week ago, they were really hanging their hat on, this variant is great. Nobody has died from it. So now that we have the first death, let's see what happens.
Do we know who the first death was?
So-
I don't need a name, but like health.
No, I don't know
Age,
who the
that sort of
first
stuff.
death, but I do know the first death was in the UK. It was Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK,
Solid.
that came out and said they.
I thought it was. I thought it was Boris.
No,
Boris Johnson.
no.
I was like, he doesn't brush his teeth. That makes sense.
or his hair.
And he's a little hefty, so it
It
makes
was
sense. That
Boris
tracks.
was the one that came out and said they had the first death.
I feel like if it was Boris Johnson, we would have known.
But not
would have
just
known.
that though. Think about how COVID's been ripping through the NFL right now. Like this shit is all the way back. What was you saying earlier, Tucker?
I think as of this week, they have 35 or 37 confirmed cases, and they're expecting 25 more by the end of the week.
It was the record high for a day.
Yeah.
It was the record high for
record high for
one
one
testing
day.
period or whatever.
And
for one day.
breaking news:
Oh,
Odell
shit.
Beckham tested positive for COVID.
Damn it!
And the
Did he
Rams
send you more Bitcoin?
no.
Damn
And
it.
the
Damn
Rams closed their training facility as a result.
Ooh.
Which
See?
is smart because
Dude,
they're
that
on
shit
a
is
roll
back,
right now.
man. I'm telling you.
And no surprises here. Browns placed Landry on COVID list, along with
Yeah.
7 others today. Still,
Yep.
Yep.
What about who was that
so
was
it's just
something?
going up.
Oh, it was in the NBA actually.
Uh-oh, we made a mistake. What you're going to hear here is Rich talk about the Bulls, and it's not true. We fact-checked it, and it was an incorrect statement. The reason we're keeping it in is because it wouldn't make sense if we took it out, especially since there is some good, funny jokes here. So, anyway, this has been Matt. Goodbye.
The Bulls the other night had to forfeit a game.
because they only had 8 players.
They didn't have 8. The 8th player tested positive
Oh, shit.
3 minutes before the game.
they only
So
have
they
7.
only had 7, and in an NBA game, you have to have 8 players.
Fuck it,
to
get the fucking
actually
coach
even
out
play
there.
a game. So the Bulls
Strap that
ended up
coach
having
up.
to forfeit a fucking game because of COVID.
he does know the game plan. That's fair.
Yeah, strap
His
that
body
coach
probably
up.
doesn't work so good, but the game plan would be solid.
Hey, if that was the Golden State, throw that fucking.
There's a few coaches I bet you could throw on some shoes and get out there.
Here's my plan.
Yeah.
You pull a Space Jam. You get Bill Murray out there. Like they did in the
Bill Murray is undrafted right now.
That is
He's a
solid
free
as
agent.
fuck,
That's what I'm
boy.
saying. Bill
That's
Murray is
solid.
on free agent.
Dude,
Get him out there.
You
on the
already
court.
know Bill Murray's good for 2 assists a game.
And
one
a-
of them behind the backstop.
And think about this:
let's be for real.
Bill Murray can just play the game over and over again until you get a
Over
win.
and over until
Exactly.
he wins. That's a fact.
Anyway.
That's good shit.
concrete
Final
right
thoughts.
there.
Boy, Space Jam.
Final
Space
thoughts.
Jam.
We got a Bill Murray Space Jam, bitch.
That's my final thoughts. Bill Murray.
Fuck
Space
you,
Jam.
Kobe.
Shout
Fuck
out Bill
LeBron Space Jam. I will say that.
Yeah, that's a terrible
Fuck
movie.
LeBron Space Jam.
Was it
That
good?
shit was trash.
So
good.
bad.
I
Space
hate,
Jam belongs to Jordan.
I hate LeBron
Unquestionable.
so much. I
And Bill
didn't even
Murray.
watch it.
And shoe sales.
And shoe sales.
Right,
sure that's-
right.
I mean, King James got some shoe sales, but it ain't the same. They're playing in different
We'll
leagues.
just throw that in there.
All right.
I thought we were just listing things. I didn't list basketball.
I didn't list basketball. That's fair.
I guess
That's fair.
there's a debate for that.
That's fair.
Maybe.
No debate this week either.
No debate
bitches.
this week. We have
Just so y'all know,
We have something quote unquote special. I don't know.
kind of special.
We'll determine if it's special.
We're not there yet, though.
We'll
We're
see.
not- oh no, no,
We'll
we
see.
got some time.
We barely get. You know how we do. It takes us forever to even get through the 6.
yeah, but we got through.
We're through. Where we?
We're kicking,
Where are you
screaming,
taking
and-
us?
straight to football, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, how do we want to approach football?
This is. I think this is where Tucker is ready to like step the fuck in right here.
He likes football.
Somehow, he is a Falcons fan. So whatever the fuck that.
Yeah, let's pre-establish this. So, for those of you,
means. maybe now.
I'm saying back, during the
back when Dion was there,
and
he
all
was
that.
rude as shit.
They were called the rudest team.
Back when we had Mike Vick, our fans were throwing down on those bets with him.
Fuck yeah, they were.
Yeah, we could have won a bowl.
Pit Bulls.
Pieces of shit.
Pieces of shit.
Could have won a bowl.
I don't know. You know who else is rude? I don't know if it's the fans,
Hey,
but Washington
so-
is an organization
Listen,
with their sewer water that dumps
I've
on the
never even
fans.
They don't have
whole lot
a
of
name, so
Falcons
they're kind of
fans.
struggling right now.
I got a lot of questions.
Ask.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
Ask all your questions. We don't have a ton of news, so we might as well just spitball here.
Word. So, how are you okay with Matt Ryan being your quarterback?
I bring this up all the time, and he always goes,
I'm perfectly
Matt
fine.
Ryan's the GOAT. He can win all the Super Bowls. He's fucking amazing.
I'm perfectly
He
fine
has a
with it.
shaving commercial. He's so good.
He also has a Tide commercial, so chill out.
Yeah, and he has a Tide pen for your grass stains because I want to look pretty and clean all the time.
So-
It's
But I'm
actually
Matt Ryan.
It's actually Tide Pods. So if you're gonna talk some shit, get your facts straight.
Is he? Was that the big?
Look, I'm Matt
was that
Ryan,
the
and I promote
biggest
kids eating poison.
Choke job in Super Bowl history.
Do what?
Was that the biggest choke job in Super Bowl history? Yes. Moving on.
Blame Shanahan for that.
That
I
was
could blame Shanahan.
That was
for that. I agree with some
100%
of that.
Shanahan's
But
fault.
it ain't like Matt Ryan's not the quarterback of the team. You couldn't
Agreed.
score 3 more fucking points in the whole game,
It's not like you couldn't audible out of one bad play
right?
call.
You couldn't audible out of one bad call.
You're just a quarterback.
Agreed, but it's also the point where it's just like in
He
the
was
military.
shaking in his britches.
I mean, in the military,
playing the
if
goat.
you're
his
leading
timbers
officer
were
says,
shivers.
go do this,
timbers
you're
were
not gonna say no. You know what I mean? Pecking order kind of stuff.
No. I think that's
Your life
completely
is
different.
mediums.
So I think the NFL, like in the NFL, you think if that was Peyton Manning, you think Kyle Shanahan would have gave Peyton Manning some bullshit ass play? What would Peyton have done?
He just said,
I mean,
"You
I
play
don't
is
know.
trash,
I'm
dog.
not
I'm
with-
Peyton Manning, dog."
I was never
Right?
with Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning would have.
audible that shit. You're a football fan. You
Peyton
know.
Manning went to the
Peyton
upper
would have been
management.
like, man, hell no, that shit won't work.
said, "You gotta fire this OC right now."
I'm audibling.
Look, man, there's highs and lows in all
Peyton
franchises.
Manning curled up Jeff Saturday's ass on prime time. Peyton Manning can do what the fuck he wants.
All right, look. Here's my next question.
he's the sheriff.
Here's
He's
the
the
next.
sheriff.
He is the sheriff.
sheriff.
Here's the next question from me to a Falcons fan.
Okay.
Talk to me about Calvin Ridley.
Ooh, we actually. So shout out to his
I'm at
podcast.
the point-
We talked about this at one point
I'm at the point where I'm about to say
on his podcast. We talked about this.
cut the motherfucker. He's
Really?
He was supposed to step up as WR1.
Yep.
I like it.
His production when he was there was minimal. Wide receiver 3 type shit.
I'm not going to agree with that.
As a wide receiver one,
I'm not going to
He
agree
was
with that.
supposed
My
to
man
be-
scored 11 touchdowns.
He
He
was
was a rookie.
He was no, I'm saying this
Yeah,
year.
when Julio was there,
This-
he was primed.
Yeah, he was great.
But when he took over WR1, he
his
was still
production went in half.
But
That's
in
still
half
good.
means he scored like 6 or 7 touchdowns.
But
Dog.
he only played, I think, 5 weeks,
That's incredible.
Maybe.
That's ridiculous.
maybe 5 weeks, and he hasn't
That's
showed
like better
up.
than CD Lamb.
And since we got Cordell,
Jesus Christ.
You have to leave that on.
Did that make it?
Phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
hopefully that picked up.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I hope that made it. That's so funny.
Okay, so Calvin Ridley
I sharded.
gone. Right? That's
I don't
your
want him to
thing.
go, but he's.
You say cut him.
I mean, he's.
But if you cut
So you're
Calvin
saying-
Ridley, who the fuck is your number one
wait,
receiver?
so I have a question.
Our
Russell
number one
Gage?
receiver right now is Cordell Patterson.
No, he's not.
He's
I
a-
have Patterson on my team.
he's a running back right now.
He's the guy
None
getting
of our
all
guys
the,
are producing
all
like
the
he
guys.
is.
Patterson's producing
Kyle
like a
Pitts-
motherfucker.
It's Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is.
Patterson
he
and
barely
Pitts
gets
are producing.
targeted.
Yeah. Hey,
Patterson's got me in the playoffs.
Hey, before we get too far off, I have a question.
Oh, a Falcon question?
Kind of, sort of.
Hell yeah.
So related to the Calvin Ridley situation, general question: if someone offers value if they show up to work, but they never show up to work,
Shout out, no show.
do you keep them on the roster, or is it worth cutting them and replacing them with someone with potential?
I mean, what value is really
Shout out,
what
no
value
show.
is really showing up? Not even being there at all. So
you're
he's not
saying-
even showing to practice.
Wait a minute. Wait.
He's completely separated himself from the team right now because of mental problems.
health
Yeah, mental health
Right.
problems. Which I'm
He's
not
going
gonna
to Ben Simmons.
I'm not gonna dog on it because I don't know.
Only if
how
he's being
shit.
successful. Ben Simmons is getting fined $7 million or whatever the
Dirty,
fuck.
boy.
I think Ben Simmons is just trying to get out.
$360,000 a game right now.
I think Ben Simmons is just trying to get out of Philly, and he
He
doesn't know
is.
how to do it right.
He is. He don't know how to do it, but the shit costing him $360,000 a game.
I mean, if he cared, he would be on
Philly
the court.
sports fan, that hurts me.
I know it does. Okay, let's get one last Falcons question.
So
you got another Falcons question?
Well, no, I just wanted to double down on the pass thing. The best ability is availability. If you can't offer that, if you can't offer the bare minimum, you need replaced.
I agree with that. Here's the next question.
Who's the best quarterback in your history?
Matt Ryan.
The one playing right now.
Yeah, that's not even close. Yeah.
He owns all of our franchise.
It's Mike Vick.
Here's the thing, though.
Matt Ryan owns all of our franchise.
Mike Vick.
I mean, Matt Ryan owns all of our franchise quarterback records right
Just
now.
because they're too stupid to move on doesn't mean he's the best.
But why get rid of Why get rid of Matt when he's performing?
Give me Chris Everett.
Show me one game where Matt Ryan hasn't done.
I'm just saying they could
minimum C plus performance.
Dude, so
They could have been. They could.
so
have
everybody,
Kyler Murray. That's
just
all I'm
so
saying.
you can get some kind of context,
He couldn't have Kyler Murray.
this is the difference between Falcons fans and everybody else. Is Falcons fans are cool with C plus play at quarterback or any other position for that matter. We
Not
don't
wide receiver.
play
The best
fucking
receiver in the
C
league up to this year.
plus- What?
Julio Jones, Contorius Lopez Jones,
The best receiver in the league that never scores any touchdowns?
except for last year.
Are you
and maybe
kidding
this
me
year
right
because he's
now?
been hurt.
You got to take.
kidding me right now?
You got to take the last 3 years out for injury at least.
Even
And
before that.
Well, what I was going to say,
Doesn't score.
he was a yardage red
The
zone
best
guy,
route
but he
runner,
was not.
the
He was
best
not end zone
hands.
guy.
He doesn't score. What do you need a receiver to do? Put the fucking ball in the end zone. Why does Odell Beckham leave everywhere he plays? Because
wants to
nobody
end
can get him the ball to put it in the end zone.
You got to make yards before you can make touchdowns.
That's true.
Yeah, but
Julio
it's
always
good
makes
you have to
yards,
do
but he don't make no touchdowns.
I will say, I bet Julio's best friend on that team was the kicker. I bet it was Prater.
I bet it was. I bet it was.
I will say this in defense of Julio. I think from a talent perspective, after Calvin Johnson got out the league, I think Julio was that guy.
He was a stud.
But you're right, getting in the
But
end
he don't
zone
score, man.
historically matters. It does.
have to score.
It does. And that conversation was always him or AB, and AB got the end zone. But AB was not the physical dominating freak Julio was.
No, not just physically gifted, but he was a fucking way better receiver. Antonio
Yes.
Brown is a way better receiver than Julio Johnson.
Yeah, super
Look the
different.
stats up.
I mean,
Everything
you were just
can
talking
say.
earlier about how stats don't matter. So I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to
we
opinion.
never said
We
stats
never said
don't
that.
matter.
We said we don't.
You think stats should get taken out?
No, we
We were talking about what we're talking about the show.
Yeah, so in the
not
pregame-
whether they're relevant to who they are as players.
For context, during the pregame of the show, we were discussing bringing up stats as minimally as possible to make the listenership better for the listener. Because in the past
behind
we've
the scenes.
Yeah. So in the past we've relied a lot on stats, and we think it's not best because the people that like to listen to the sports part, they already know the stats. They don't need that shit.
Stats are all that matters when you want to like
Make a case for
make
the greatest.
a case
Yeah.
for the players. The stats are all that matter. That's it.
That's why
You
Tom
have
Brady's
to be able
relevant.
to take your bias as a fan out.
Anybody's argument when it comes to Tom Brady is 7 Super Bowls. That's
Because
their
stats
only
matter.
argument.
Because the stats
He leads
matter.
in every category ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not
Ever.
just saying like people in this room when we talk about that. I'm saying just a casual person. Every time
here's
you have
the
a
thing
conversation about Tom Brady, they always say 7 Super Bowls and then they walk away.
Do you think Michael Jordan's the best basketball player that's ever lived?
Yes.
Same fucking argument.
Why? Because he has all.
I'm
the
not saying
rings.
I'm
So he has
not
the
saying
rings.
your argument
That's
is
it.
wrong, Connor. I'm telling you that that's only anybody's argument. If they want to get into an actual debate about it, then yeah, let's get into actual stats. But their only argument is that one stat is the 7 rings.
That's the most.
that is the most
important
important.
You
argument.
say that that's a pretty important stat.
That's the most important stat in football.
For-
If you're not playing to win Super Bowls.
Is it debatable
What the
that
fuck
Brady's not the
matters?
GOAT right now?
Fuck no.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so.
Fuck no.
And it's because of 7 Super Bowls.
Fuck no.
Because
It's
if,
not for me. It's not just that.
Oh, well, I was gonna
Like,
say-
that makes it unquestionable.
Right.
But like you said, go break down what the man has done in his career. He just threw his fucking 700th touchdown pass. Who else has done that?
and he has the
No
number
one's
one
also
offense in the
played as long
NFL.
as he has.
Boy, that's a whole nother debate.
That's another reason he's the GOAT.
That's another reason he's the best.
He's breaking records. That
Who
we didn't
can
even
do
know
what
were
he's
records.
done at? How old is Tom? 43.
42.
There's so many quarterbacks
42.
right now who have the potential to do what he's doing right now.
But
Potential,
but
sure.
potential.
Peyton Manning
Look at
had
how
the-
as old as he is.
But who does
Peyton
it?
Manning had the potential.
That's
he
the
couldn't.
thing is who does it?
He tried.
Who
He
has
couldn't.
tried? Everybody. So here's the one guy I'll say.
Aaron
is I
Rodgers.
think Aaron Rodgers
Rodgers.
may be the guy who can still be that relevant at 43 years old.
But he doesn't have enough
even
career
at
yet to
that
get the Super
point,
Bowls.
I can't even say he will. And he has one title.
The big detriment against Aaron Rodgers
Okay, well,
is
let's,
he cannot
let's
get
into
through a
the
championship
conversation
game.
about. Have a conversation about the organization, the organizations and coaching. Green Bay, their front office is a bunch of fucking turds. That don't do
I've
anything.
heard that's true.
That is 100%
I can't really
true.
speak to
I've
that.
heard
Gutekunst doesn't.
heard that's true.
This year's the only year that he has planned for.
So I know where you're
now
going with this
instead of the
argument.
future.
I know where you're going with this argument. If you take Randy Moss out of the equation, what did New England ever give Tom? Because that's exactly the argument you were going to make. You're going to say they never do anything for Aaron Rodgers.
No. That was not the argument I was going to say. I was going to say
That's the
that,
argument I always
That's the
hear.
argument I would-
that Tom Brady had Bill Belichick, arguably top three
arguably, he's the
best
greatest coach ever. He's the greatest coach
Yeah,
ever.
it's him and Lombardi.
So
at
let's
this point.
let's look at this. What
beat
if
Lombardi.
think so.
put Aaron Rodgers on?
I don't like
the
being cocky.
Patriots instead of Tom Brady there.
So I'll say this. Let me throw this out here. I'm about to blow y'all's mind.
Enlighten
And
us.
in like 15 years from now, that trophy is getting renamed.
I believe that.
Think so?
No, I don't think the Lombardi Trophy gets renamed.
That, I do.
I think the Offensive Coach of the Year award gets renamed.
I think that shit, when he's done, that shit becomes the Bill Belichick trophy.
I think Coach of the Year gets
Belichick
renamed Bill
award?
Belichick Trophy.
The what?
The Coach of the Year award. I think
I can see that too.
I
That's
think
fine.
I think that gets renamed. That's actually Cliff Kingsbury reported that this week. That was his opinion.
I mean, that's an interesting take. I could see it.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But as far as Tom goes, I mean, if his time in Tampa Bay has made it even more apparent, I think.
Yeah, the man switched.
But as far as first off, everything we've said to this point has been rooted in things that have happened, and so there's evidence to it. As far as what if Aaron Rodgers was with Bill Belichick? It's hard to say.
That's just hearsay.
Tom Brady has even come out and said that if Aaron Rodgers was in
Tom Brady did
Brady's
say that.
position,
Tom Brady's a
Aaron
memer
Rodgers
also.
would have blew it out of the water.
Tom Brady's also a memer, so though I did see that and I did appreciate that, and I like the respect between teammates. I'm good. But the other thing is, we know Bill Belichick does not absolutely care for drama queens. Name a bigger drama queen in the NFL than Aaron Rodgers. Cam Newton.
Aaron
That's the
Rodgers
only
wanted
one.
a little bit of
Yeah.
respect from his people who are employing him.
I'm not making the argument like whether it's justified or not. What I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers is a drama queen, and Bill Belichick historically does not fuck with those. That's where Tom Brady's different. He is the
Other than
ultimate.
Cam?
He is the ultimate student, and he
But didn't-
transitioned into the ultimate teacher.
Didn't Tom Brady
We threw
get
Cam
on
in,
Bill
right?
Belichick's ass
We threw Cam in,
about
yeah.
them
Cam's
not
in
listening to him?
What's that?
Didn't Tom Brady get on Bill Belichick and the Patriots about not listening to him?
After he was a 4-time Super Bowl winner.
Yeah. Which carries fucking weight.
After he's been in the league for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
Aaron
You should
Rodgers
listen to him.
has a new problem every year. I will not take his talent away from him, but if you think Bill Belichick... Now, the question remains, would Aaron Rodgers be a drama queen in New England? That I don't know.
No,
that's all
he wouldn't,
hypothetical.
because Belichick would tell him, bro, curb that shit,
Yeah.
or your ass is gone.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Period.
I mean,
That's how they operate in New England.
I was
man.
going to say,
Yeah.
That's what makes them so fucking good.
but that's what makes Tom special. Is he is that student.
How the fuck did we get on Tom?
It don't matter, dog.
Do not matter.
What were we talking? We were just talking
We're
general
just talking football. We're
Man,
just
I
talking
don't-
football. We
I
had a
have no
couple
idea.
of Falcons questions.
That's how it goes.
shit like that.
That's how it goes.
But anything else like really
Hey,
relevant?
is
that
anyone
you
on
guys
the?
seen in the
I have a
league
question.
this-
So, are you keeping up with like your roster and like the achievements everyone's having this year so far for the Falcons? So my question is going to be, and just let me know if you have a good candidate for this. We can circle back if we need to. Do you have a good candidate for Defensive Player of the Year?
Ooh.
On that
on
Falcons
the
roster?
Falcons roster.
On the Falcons roster.
Oh.
Grady Jarrett or Deion Jones?
But they're not rookies.
I didn't say rookie.
Oh, just defensive player of the year.
Defensive player.
Oh, okay.
I would
my
take
bad.
Rookie of the Year if you had one of those too, but
Kyle Pitts.
that's offensive.
That's legitimate.
That's
That's
legit as
That's
fuck.
legit
That's
as
legit as
fuck.
fuck.
You said
That's
rookie of
legit.
the year. so
Yeah,
he's a
that's
rookie.
legit.
Yeah,
But I
we-
think he's talking defense right now.
I was,
Right?
yeah. But then, no, that's legit. Kyle Pitts is definitely that guy.
He's in the running for sure.
Yeah, he's top probably 3 or 4. That's a tight race too.
Or Michael Walker just had a baby. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I
shout
would
out.
put him in Defensive Player of the
Hopefully
Year.
you're not terrified. I was.
Well, he had a baby. He had his baby
He's wealthy.
Saturday.
though. That makes a
Showed
difference.
up and played Sunday and got a pick 6 for him.
Fuck yeah.
He named one. You got a defensive player on your team?
So
Y'all already
I don't
know
know.
I got one.
I'm trying to think of a. So I've got 2, man.
I got the leader. Let's be for real.
I got Judon and J.C. Jacks.
Ooh, Jackson's been tough.
He's tough. Judon's been killing it
last
too,
4 or
man.
5 weeks, man, Jackson's been fucking locked down,
Judon's
dude.
the next guy right behind
I
T.J.
don't fuck
Watt
with
right
Judon
now.
because he don't like mac and cheese.
I know, and mac and cheese is the nickname of his quarterback.
What
That's
the
kind of
fuck
fucked,
is
huh?
that?
Ironic.
I think that's what makes
Fucking very ironic.
iron sharpens iron, baby.
Taxes.
And then for rookie of the year, yeah, I mean, we got mac and cheese, dog. That's a solid competitor right
solid
there.
as a motherfucker. All right, so
That three throw game's not going to help much.
pick my squad. Like I said, I think I got the leader in the clubhouse right now. Defensive MVP of the league.
I think you do.
T.J. Watt, defensive player of the league.
He's hurt now.
Right now. Now that's
So
what I
we'll
was
see
just
what
about to say.
happens.
I don't know what happens because now he went back on the fucking injured list.
I didn't see his timetable.
If
Did
he's
we-
out,
what about
we don't
that?
have one yet.
Okay.
I've been waiting. I've been on it.
What about that fuck
So it's
from,
been he's day to day right now.
What about that fuck from Indianapolis? I don't remember his fucking name.
For
defensive
for
player?
defense?
Yeah, what the fuck was his name? He's been.
Darius Leonard?
Leonard.
I think that's
yeah, he's a
He's
linebacker.
the only
Linebacker.
dude on that defense that makes a
But
difference.
we're
I
talking
think.
about just
Yeah.
our teams, though, right?
Yeah, we were.
Well, I
yeah.
was just saying.
And if we're talking about Indy, we already Jonathan Taylor's
MVP candidate.
Yeah, he's an MVP candidate.
5 tuds? That one
Yeah,
against.
what, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So I say, like I said, T.J. Watt, defensive player of the year, and I'll put my boy Najee up there for fucking rookie of the year.
You have to, dude. With that line he's running
Come on,
behind,
man. If we didn't have Najee right now, what's our record?
dude, it's Ben and Najee. They're the
Seriously.
only two that care.
Like, I don't even know. I'm being dead ass serious. If we don't have Najee Harris this year, I think now we have won 2 fucking games.
I was gonna say, well, I would give him more than that. Here's what I would say. I think Najee Harris by himself in that offense is worth 2 fucking wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'd say that they're
Absolutely.
a 4-win team without Najee. They're not
Absolutely,
even
man.
They're
I'm
not
telling
even
you,
contention.
we're not even a playoff team now.
Right.
But we're in the hunt or whatever. Just to speak to like
They were hopeful up until
in the
this last game.
Falcons terms. We're in the hunt.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to the club.
It's like this every year, dog.
But we're fucking trash. All right, so
What about the Broncos,
Matty
man?
Nice, who you got?
defense player
Broncos,
of the year?
you got a defensive player
or
of the year?
defense rookie of the year?
Or
You have a great
you got a
defense
great
rookie of the year.
defensive rookie of the year
You have a
candidate
great
that you
one.
don't even know.
He's the 3rd one.
His name is Patrick Surtain, cornerback from Bama.
Yeah, he is a
beast.
By the way, why does Bama turn out the best corners in the NFL?
Nick Saban.
Every year, dude.
How's
Nick
their
Saban.
fucking whole team is a goddamn NFL team?
Every year.
Well,
But it's one thing to make it to the NFL. It's another thing to every year be
I think
the
it's
best
because
fucking
they're playing
DBs.
NFL in the college, so they're ready.
Jalen
for it.
Ramsey?
They're just ready.
They're ready for it.
Jalen
As soon
Ramsey
as they
came
win.
from Florida State,
I
though.
thought he came from Bama.
No,
No,
he
sir.
came from
Who
Florida
am I
State.
thinking of?
He came from Florida State.
I was thinking of some vet that was a top guy.
I don't know. I mean, they got tons.
Chris Harris
but
Jr.?
From Bama?
That came from Bama. Dude, Bama's got 9 all-pro
they got
level
9
receivers in the
all-pro
league.
receivers right now,
Or
which is
defen-
crazy.
defensive backs.
So now we got to start thinking
The receivers are getting there, too, though.
Yeah,
Did Jefferson come from Bama?
nope. Justin Jefferson
JJ?
came from LSU.
No, Devontae Smith.
Devontae came from Bama.
He came from Bama.
Yep.
And
He's a
Rager or whatever his name
What
is.
about Diggs?
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Maryland.
Trayvon Diggs, though? Bama.
Trayvon was Bama. That's probably who you're thinking.
That
about.
is who I was thinking of.
That's you. I mean, my man leading the league in picks.
I was thinking of a vet, but he playing like
Yeah.
a
Yeah. That's
prime
probably
vet.
who you're thinking about. The point is, Bama puts out nothing but pro players, man.
Who?
Period. When you go to Bama, the only reason you even go to Bama is because you know, I'm going to go to Bama, like we just talked about, iron sharpens iron.
Except Trey Diggs.
Here's all the best players.
Trey Diggs needed his
Right?
brother
So
to talk
I'm
him
going
into
there.
playing at Bama.
Yeah, that's a cool
Was
story.
it-
That is,
I love that story.
You
man.
should tell the story. You tell the
love that
best.
story.
Yeah, tell the story.
All right, so Trayvon Diggs, Dallas Cowboys cornerback right now, leading the league in interceptions. Is he double digits yet?
I think he's at 9.
Is he 9?
He's at 9 still.
So 9 picks right now in the league. Trayvon Diggs, he was a receiver at the University of Alabama. Nick Saban came into his dorm room one night, He said he was in there for about 30 seconds, stepped in the dorm room and said, by the way, I'm moving you to defense. So Trayvon Diggs said he cried like all night, stayed up crying. If you guys didn't know, his brother is Stephon Diggs, who is the wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. So he cried all night and said it was about 5 or 6 in the morning. He picked up his phone and called his brother Stephon, and he was crying. So Stephon was like, man, what the hell is wrong with you? And he was like, man, fucking Coach Saban just came in and moved me and said I got to be a corner. And he was all crying and upset and shit. And his brother was like, man, if you don't dry them fucking tears up right now and go get your punk ass on defense. He's like, do you realize Nick Saban just told you how to get to the league? And he said he thought about it for like 20 or 30 seconds and was like, dried it up and was like, shit, you right. And his brother was like, man, get your shit together. I'll see you in 2 years.
And here we are.
And here we are. And right now, I mean, he might be the baddest corner in the league right now. He's at least the best playmaker.
He is.
He gets you turnovers.
Big time playmaker.
He gets you turnovers.
Yeah, he's still at 9.
So it's not beginner's luck.
JC Jack at 7 though. He's number 2 in the NFL. Don't sleep on your boy.
No, he's fire, man.
Don't sleep
like
on
I
your
said,
boy.
especially the last 6 weeks. Like I said, I've been paying attention heavy because I've been saying it. I picked up the Patriots defense on my fantasy team.
Yep.
Sure. So I've been paying attention, dude. Jackson been solid as fuck for 6 weeks.
They're putting in work.
Shut down.
I mean, you have a stud at every level on that team. That's really what it takes. Man, you got Judon on the line. You got Hightower in the middle of the
But
field.
don't forget, y'all are in a rebuild mode.
You got McCourty. We are in rebuild
hate
mode.
y'all.
They're not in rebuild mode.
We're rebuilding.
These motherfuckers.
We're rebuilding
you're
right
not.
now. We're Notre Dame, dog. We're rebuilding.
No, you're not.
This nigga's like, we rebuilding.
Teams that
AFC
rebuild.
And you got Jason
Don't make it farther than
Jon-
6 wins.
Jonathan, what? That's not a rule.
What'd you say?
Typically, a team that's rebuilding don't do very good.
Just because you've been rebuilding for 20 years don't mean shit to the league. We rebuilding now, dog. This is what a rebuild in New England looks like.
I don't know how much sense that makes. We made it to the Super Bowl, 4 years ago?
Yeah,
I was just about to say, though,
then you
take the
started
Super
rebuilding.
Bowl out.
We were still making playoffs.
But
We were pretty much the
Name
Green
it
Bay
to me.
Packers. Making playoffs and then losing in the playoffs.
As 9 and 7 teams?
So y'all getting to the playoffs. How many times were y'all in the playoffs before y'all lost the Super Bowl?
I actually don't know this.
I believe it was 4 out of the 5 years before that. I think it was 3, then we missed 1, and then went back, and then we went to the bowl.
Always as a wild card, right? Because the Saints Saints were running that, right?
It was a back and forth. It was back and forth between the Saints.
Were you
and
guys the
Falcons.
1 seed when you went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Yes, we were. We were 14-2.
Trash.
The 1 seed matters so much more this year.
It does, man.
Oh
with
my
that
God.
with that bye.
I mean, everything's
It's
up
the
in the
only
air.
bye.
It all comes down to 1 week.
We have 4 games left. We have a 3-way tie for the 1 seed in the AFC and the NFC. And we've got more than 5 in the hunt teams in both of those for the wild card.
It's going to end up being. I like to look at it as the NFC North last year. I was just going to come down to one more win.
Who do you think's taking the 1 seed in the AFC?
Yeah,
For the AFC?
that's a great thing. Let's talk about the playoffs.
Because we got Tennessee,
'Cause
Kansas City, New
that's
England.
really the only thing that fucking matters right now.
Yeah, really.
I would like to say Kansas because I think Kansas City is really starting to get in their own right now.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Patrick Mahomes is starting to really
I've been
tighten
saying
it
that
up.
for 2 weeks.
Patrick
Everybody's
Mahomes
like,
still isn't playing.
But he's starting to tighten it up. If you watch him out, he's starting to tighten it up. He's not throwing as many
agree with
picks.
that.
I would
Yeah, I
like
agree
to
with that.
say
I've been
Kansas.
talking about it for
He
2
also
weeks. Like they're
scored.
getting it
Yeah,
together.
but like we said last week,
They're
this
getting
is
it
bad
together,
for Pat
man.
Mahomes standards.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad for
really,
his
it's because he
standards.
set the
He's
bar
the worst
so
fantasy
fucking
quarterback
high.
that people
That's just
start
it.
week to week.
All-
Not that fantasy matters by end all be all, but that's bad.
That shit matters
It's
though.
definitely a measure.
Look,
I mean,
he's right now tightening it up. So we do have 4 more weeks, right? We have 4 more.
They are only getting better. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
he's starting to tighten it up.
Hey,
He's not
but
turning
the
over the ball.
defense is why they're better right
defense
now.
is why
That
they're better.
defense just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It was a
they
switch
figured
they
it out.
flipped.
They figured it out, and that's all they need. And that's if you look at any of like the media, they
So
were saying all they got to do is just find that switch and flip
I
it.
think the schedule
That's
matters.
their problem though.
I
is
think the
they wait
schedule
on
matters
that
at this
switch.
point.
And I mean, look at
Like they wait on that switch, man, and it's a problem.
P.
dude.
Holmes set that bar so fucking high.
He did.
That
He did,
he
man.
can't have a mediocre season without
He
people
can't,
saying,
bro.
"Oh,
He
he's
can't.
fucking trash."
It's the same thing. So I'm glad that you said that because it's the exact same thing when we were talking about LeBron. You are saying right now that
It is.
LeBron
I
is
hate
trash
LeBron
only
so much.
because he has
I
set
hate-
that fucking
it's-
bar
it's-
I hate LeBron.
so high
So much that
that
doesn't matter.
25, 6, and 6 ain't good enough from LeBron.
I hate LeBron so much. It doesn't matter what he does or anybody says. He's always going to be garbage to me.
That's fair.
Garbage time.
That's fair. And I don't
His
mind
talent's
that,
his
but what
talent's
you have
awesome,
to
but his
do
off the field is what I don't agree with.
take that fanism out and
Look,
respect
I'm
that man's
objective.
game, man, and what he's done.
He's a freak athlete.
What he's done, man. The man, 37 years old, like I said, and still arguably the best player in the game. The guy that you want to put up against him wasn't relevant. Go look it up, man.
I mean,
So
I'm
it
not
wasn't
disagreeing with you.
relevant.
In any-
We're
in
not
any
having a
facet of
basketball
anything,
conversation
but-
at all right now.
We out.
Not yet.
Is this out of left court?
It
That's
is.
what we do.
Well, yeah, that's why we're moving it back.
My bad.
That's right.
bad.
So, looking at next week's schedule, the Patriots play the Colts. That's tough.
Okay.
In Indy?
In Indy.
They've been
Atlanta's number
dangerous
2 in our
Indy.
division.
And
They've been dangerous in there.
Kansas City's playing the Chargers.
So I'm taking LA in that game as far as betting because the Chargers are getting like 5 points
And Kansas
they're
City's
at home.
-3.
and they're at
I'm going
home.
to
They're
take
at home.
Kansas on that.
Yeah.
-3.
And then
That's another guy. Why we never talk about Justin Herbert, man?
and then next week, because his
not
fan base is
relevant
weak,
like he was
because his
earlier?
fan base is
Fan
weak.
base is
It's because his
weak.
fan
He
base
was
is
super
weak. The Chargers
relevant
have the
at the beginning
weakest
of the
fan base in
season,
the
and now
NFL.
His fan base
Yeah.
is weak. But what do you mean he was
They were all about the Chargers, and now since they've fallen off, and
You
then they're
watching
starting to
last
kinda
week?
come back. I
He's always relevant.
They're
unfortunately missed that
fine.
one.
The problem
Connor's right.
The problem
dude.
is
we don't
the
talk about him because
the
their
problem
fucking
is
fan bases.
it's
damn near
It's
non-existent.
that, and there's 2 teams in LA, and the Rams are hot. That's the only thing.
I agree with that. That's
So
good shit.
and then
That's good
so
shit.
the
I agree with
second
that.
the second of 4 games, New England plays the Bills again. This time in New England,
Ooh, that's a whole nother take in itself, boys.
That's interesting.
Them boys are collapsing like
and then Kansas City hosts the Steelers.
they were the Falcons. Yeah, we get the Steelers after Christmas. I hope we get them December 26th.
But
Hopefully
if
we
the
make a
Bills-
game because if we don't, my son is going to give me so much business. If y'all don't know, my son is the Chiefs fan.
He is.
And he is waiting on that game so heavy. And I'm so sad because I know they're going to break us.
And then in 3 weeks, we've got New England hosting the Jaguars.
Hey, what's the Broncos? Broncos are 500? Or are they 6 and 7 also?
I
thought they were 500, 6 and 6.
No, I think they're
6
6
and
and 7
7.
after the Detroit
but in
game.
3 weeks, the Chiefs go to Cincy.
I can't figure
I'll
Cincy
take the
out.
Chiefs on that.
Right when I want to think Cincy is like for real, they lay an egg.
Cincy's the best.
And then when I'm like, nah, they're just the regular old Bengals. They show out.
They're day to day.
Like I can't figure them out. I love Joe
Cincy's-
Burrow.
I don't think you.
I
I
love
don't think
Burrow.
you can know a
They're
Bengals
Broncos are 7
game.
and 6.
Yeah, see, so the Broncos are 7 and 6.
Yep.
The so
Number 3 in the AFC West right now.
That's because
Oh,
the
in the
Raiders
West.
lost the draft last 2.
In the West.
And then the last week of the season, New England is being hosted by the Dolphins, and
Dolphins.
Kansas City's being hosted by Denver.
Ooh, man.
So we have
Excited
a
for that game.
very, very interesting schedule.
Hey,
for
so
the top
what,
seeds in the AFC.
hold on, because I might have to think about this on another level. Because I might have to get tickets for my son.
Yeah,
Did you just say Kansas City comes to Denver?
for the last week of the season.
No, for real?
They do.
What's the date?
Boy, let me look. I just backed out, but let me back in.
Damn, bro. Let
me back
I
it
did
up.
not know
I'm
that,
guessing.
and I have to take
January
my son
20th.
to that game, dude.
It is a Sunday, so it is January 9th. All games are on the 9th of January for that week.
That was close.
January the 9th.
January the 9th at
11 days off.
it's
Dude, what y'all think?
It's the midday game.
That'd be a pretty sweet game for us to go to.
225. I'm gonna be saving for Hawaii, so I'm out.
Okay.
I'm moving to Laramie.
Fuck all y'all, me and my son. Riding.
It's more important for him anyway.
Man, that's his son and dad.
Hey,
thing. That's important.
and at least it'll be good for you to watch Kansas City beat Denver.
yeah.
True that.
Watch Denver whoop them.
Boy, I would
Denver's
not.
pulled some surprises
They
out
do.
this year.
Yes, they have.
That's what they do.
I mean, they smoked fucking
And
Dallas.
it's when Teddy Two Gloves is his worst.
That's the fact.
Weirdly
I can't
enough,
pick that
yeah.
shit
What
out.
is up with that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I think y'all should start Drew Lock.
Elway needs to step out of the booth. Elway needs to come out of the booth at this point. You have a team, Elway.
Yeah, he's trash.
Yeah.
God damn.
Elway is trash, man. He literally doesn't want any quarterback to be better than him.
I actually have a personal story about Elway, but
That's very true.
Get into that later.
No, get
So
into
think
it
about
now.
how great he would be if he came back this year.
Okay, bet. So,
And won a goddamn Super Bowl.
I had a cousin, right? And this cousin had some like major cancer, Make-A-Wish kid type shit.
Yeah.
And he was a Make-A-Wish kid, and it was back in like the 90s, early 2000s, before my time, obviously. But my
Yeah,
family
you're
was
12.
there.
We understand.
Yeah, I'm like 11. So he actually, his wish was to have John Elway.
I think I heard this.
Yeah, to meet John Elway.
Yep. I did.
And instead, and keep in mind, this is Wyoming, so it's not much of a drive for John Elway. But John Elway, instead of coming to see this dying kid, sent his manager with a signed poster.
Yep. That's what Elway do.
So if that story sounds familiar, that's my cousin.
Thug life.
I never liked Elway.
He was a decent enough player, I guess.
He's a great though.
He is a great.
He's a great.
I don't disrespect his career. I just don't like the fucking guy.
Whole ass
I agree with
bitch
that.
off the field.
I don't even
He's a
think he's the
whole
best
ass-
of his generation, but that's a whole different discussion.
He's
We'll
one of the
get into
best.
that.
He's arguably one of the best Broncos quarterbacks, obviously.
He's the best. Broncos
That's no
quarterback.
argument.
best,
The only argument is Peyton Manning, but you
That's
did
not an
not. You did
argument.
not have prime Peyton
There's
Manning either.
no
No.
There's no.
Well, but
way.
if you- but if you-
They argue because they're like, well, Peyton got us a Super Bowl. I'm like,
No,
yeah, but
Elway
he was
got
nowhere
no.
near.
Let me break down what that
At that
argument is.
time, he
The
was
argument
nowhere
is Elway was a Broncos quarterback. Peyton Manning was a Broncos quarterback. Who was a better quarterback? That's the whole argument. It has nothing to do. The only argument is if you don't take it for just what Peyton did in
Yeah.
Denver. If you compare careers, that's where people can make the argument. That's it.
Yeah.
Elway is the Bronco, and unfortunately,
for sure.
I mean, the
but
man
I
has
would go
two
on the other
championships
side
for
and
Broncos.
say,
You wanna know how dirty he is?
If
He
we're
started
talking
a car
about
dealership.
careers and shit, like I don't put fucking Elway in Manning's fucking tier at all.
not even close.
No.
But if we're talking about Broncos, I don't
Broncos
put
career.
Manning in Elway's
Elway's
tier
tier.
Although
at all.
is that disrespectful? Because Elway has more Super Bowls.
That by one.
They both
I mean, he won 2.
have two.
Oh, I thought he had 3.
No, he went to 3.
They both have two.
Oh,
But they
he Jim
won-
Kelly'd one of them.
They went back to back. Elway did.
Yeah, Elway went back to back.
Who's better, Elway or Jim Kelly?
God damn, that's a great debate. We're
Yeah.
not gonna have.
We can't touch that now, can
We
we?
can't touch that now.
That's not a right.
Matt, can
What if you
you
throw Marino in that?
put that somewhere?
Yeah,
Can you
I'll-
put that somewhere? Let's put that somewhere.
We're laughing it out. We're laughing it out, folks.
Marino, Elway, Kelly. Yeah,
That's a conversation.
Let's lab that out.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
That's good shit. That's a fucking great conversation.
I kicked a cord, had to make sure I didn't unplug something.
You kicked the
that's a great
cord.
conversation.
Rich kicked the cat.
True that.
Did you
And
kick
I'm
a
looking at titties.
He doesn't like cats.
And these bitches are expensive.
You said you're looking at titties.
I wish I was looking at titties.
Good time.
Gabby, I love you. I wish I was
Does she
looking at
listen?
titties.
Men are so simple.
They are. I need some food, some titties.
And some tickets.
Some tickets. I love you forever.
Titties, tickets, and Triscuits, baby.
For me, I wouldn't even go titties because I'm
is
not
text-
a titty guy. But show me some ass. Maybe some
What
good
is
food.
wrong with you?
Smell that one. Jesus Christ,
I
man.
can't.
Are you
You got a
retarded?
super nose.
Did you get dusted again? You got dusted and disgusted. My man got dusted and disgusted.
Oh, I got messy britches tonight, guys.
Boy, my
That is
dog's
some-
got poopy butt.
Let me explain why. Yeah.
That's crying, bro. That is crying.
Not crying. There are no tears on my face.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. Let
damn
me
it.
explain why this is happening to my
Please
internals.
don't. Please don't.
So, pickle juice.
So no,
Yes.
it's the lack of pickle juice because I've been so good at my calorie deficit and eating food and tracking everything. And for the holidays, I said, you know what? From Thanksgiving through the New Year, I'm gonna treat myself to everything. And I'm gonna pick up my healthy habits again after New Year's,
I like it.
especially since I made weight on the Army side. And
He's like, I'm getting everything.
unfortunately, something inside me has not been the same since.
That's great.
That is straight skunk.
Maybe that's where all the
is
bloody
so
noses
happy
are
about
coming
it.
from too.
You think bloody noses is dietary?
I don't know. Something's going on.
Don't you have a history of bloody noses?
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say
Problem is he'll start
my
bleeding.
whole life, I'm pretty sure I remember you always shoving shit up your fucking nose to quit.
Okay,
I never shoved anything up my nose.
That
I
relevant as
don't.
fuck.
What happens is he'll start bleeding like a teenage girl in her
don't
first period.
Yep,
and
that's true.
I pass out essentially because I can't do blood for some
he's a
goddamn
little
reason.
bitch.
Yeah, we don't know why he can't do blood. Phlebotomy out of the question.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a whole ass bitch when it comes to other people's blood. My blood's fine. I was
Ish.
pissing blood today. Not actually pissing blood, but
I'm gonna say you
from
should
my
probably go
face.
get that checked out.
Can we talk about how it's going to cost me $1,000 to take my son to this game?
Bro, Tucker was talking about So just a little caveat and a shout out to one of Tucker's episodes on his podcast, which we'll shout out the podcast at the end of the show.
Yeah, so listen up to the end, bitches.
That's right, because we got a shout out for more material for you bitches.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how his work was doing an opportunity for like this giveaway off a raffle for potentially like an opportunity for like 3 years worth of free lease on a Cadillac Escalade or some shit, or $15,000 cash.
I work at Halliday Motors, and they were doing a raffle for a. It's over now. I didn't fucking win, but you can get 3
You
years.
can buy extra tickets.
Pretty much 3 years free to a brand new 2021 Cadillac XTS, I believe it was.
Oh shit!
That's
And or XTS V actually
Should've got in
is
on
what I
that
believe it
Or
was.
is it CTSV? Because that's an actual trim.
Well, it's a. I just know it was the V. What they put
So it's
in the
probably
Corvettes.
CTSV.
Yeah. What
That's a sick ass car, by the
Yeah.
way.
But what was the point? Like they were just doing it just for the fuck of it?
Well, so it was
Yeah,
for
Holiday
everybody,
gives
but they
back-
gave some employees some raffles. So
Yeah,
anyone
they
could
bought us all a
participate.
free raffle, and it was either that Cadillac or you could take home $15,000.
15 grand cash, right? And then so on his podcast, he was discussing with his co-host Luis. Shout out to you, Luis.
Shout out, Luis.
Shout out, Louis.
They were discussing that potentially going to a Super Bowl. We've been going to a football game, and I was like 15 grand cash. They were talking about like taking a week and going to a Super Bowl.
That ain't gonna get you a week.
You ain't gonna have enough, dog. Average Super Bowl ticket for the nosebleeds
That
is
ain't
$6
gonna-
grand a person.
Yeah, that ain't getting you just.
Well,
like you would get in. I'm not gonna say you won't get in.
You'll get in.
You'll get in for
only-
15
You
grand.
get in the building.
You're in the building.
Well, yeah, we talked about the going to a bowl. 'Cause
You
I
talked
always
about a lot
wanted
of
to go.
things, but that was the one that
big
stuck with
thing.
me.
The big thing was taking a week vacay to Hawaii, because that would be nice.
I think going to the Gulf. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Hawaii is dope, but I think for like 15 grand is like a lot of money to do something, but it's not a lot of money
It's not
to
a lot
do.
of money in Hawaii.
It's
I'll tell you
not.
that.
I mainly just want to go to stand on dried up magma.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
and I'll let
hey,
you.
I'm
I'll
standing
let you.
on a
I'll let
volcano.
you know this summer how that is.
Isn't that dried up magma just rock?
Do what?
Dried up magma, it's just rock.
Yeah, that's all
It's just
Hawaii.
it's a
That's
type
all
of rock.
Hawaii.
But I didn't come out of fucking volcano, Matt.
You just stand on an igneous rock.
It's like
Yeah, but
just
it's
go
not magma.
outside, bro.
We don't have magma here.
No, but
We
that's where
could.
That's where
Just
igneous
ask
rocks
Yellowstone.
come from.
Oh yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
That's
is like,
erupt real quick.
like for your money, I think you'd be better off going to the Gulf, man. The white sand beaches on the Gulf are so nice. dude.
Realistically, I would try to be responsible with
You
it.
are a fucking debater.
Did you get my text today, bro? I did. If you did that, you'd be responsible as shit, and you still have a lot of fun.
like
It's nice.
It's 15 grand. It's
Anyway,
such a
so
bid.
the point of that was, bro, football games are expensive, but the Super Bowl is way more expensive.
way more?
I'd like to go to a Pro Bowl. I feel like that'd
Why?
be fun as shit.
Fucking why?
Maybe experience. See
That's
all
the
the
worst game
superstars.
on earth.
That is the
That's
most
basically
I
like
love
fucking
watching
freak
Pro
I've
tag.
ever heard you say.
That's watching all the best players in the league
damn.
in one game.
They basically play freeze tag.
Maybe the Pro Bowl from like 10 years ago.
There's no freeze
Well, I
tag.
really like all the mini shit they do throughout Pro Bowl week before the
Oh,
actual
okay,
game.
okay,
That's why I would want to
yeah.
go is to watch.
I
all
was
the
much rather
games
just
and all
do
that
that
shit.
because the game is fucking atrocious.
I wouldn't watch. I don't
Have
watch
you
the game
guys
anymore.
watched the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I
like
watched
2
it every
years.
year. I love it.
What?
Yeah, it's watching all the best players in the league
Falcons
in
fan.
one game.
But they don't play. Have you really watched the fucking Pro Bowl?
catch.
They literally tag each other.
There's no
Down.
I think
it's not
a
working
good
injuries,
change of
so that's
pace.
fair.
It's a good change of pace. A game where you can actually just sit down and relax.
If I could, if I could watch,
So
maybe
the
Pro Bowl
reason
10
we
years
vote
ago,
them
15
to
years
the Pro
ago.
Bowl is because of what they do, like in games, week to week to week, right?
Aren't they now-
So if I go watch these motherfuckers play, you think I want to watch them run a fucking 7-on-7 fucking flag football drill? Because that's what the Pro Bowl is.
I mean, that's all personal preference.
I think 15 years ago, when it was held in Hawaii every year,
It still is.
They were in Miami last year.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah.
They changed that shit? See? Trash.
Yeah. So you've been paying attention for a while.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to play devil's advocate for his love for the Pro Bowl. I'm going to give him the same argument that I give me for most things. Why can't we just enjoy shit?
Because the Pro Bowl is trash. That's
You know
why.
what? He likes it.
We're
that?
trying to help people enjoy
Trying
better
to-
things.
Yes. Watch something better. Not the Pro Bowl.
I could make the same argument about most things.
Like what?
Steelers games.
Mike Jones?
Like,
Yo, you set me up. You set me up. You set me up. You set me up. I'm sorry.
The only time
I can make the
Tucker's
argument
on
for
the show.
most things.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway,
True that.
3 in the stink.
we're in the stink. Shout out the guy from last episode.
What was his name?
We gave him the name of Chuck.
That's right, Chuck.
He was,
Shout
an
out
anonymous,
Chuck.
he was an anonymous user.
Forgot about Chuck.
Not Norris.
No, that
Not
wouldn't.
Norris.
That wouldn't happen to
That
Chuck
wouldn't
Norris.
happen to
Okay,
Chuck
then.
Norris.
No.
We'll spill the beans.
Is it
to you after the
true?
show.
I've heard a theory that if you say Chuck Norris's name in a bad way, he appears and murders you. Is that legit?
I think it's probably.
I'm not ready.
Like out of nowhere.
Try
If you go do it in the mirror right now, I bet your ass is dead.
Say it 3 times with the lights off.
It's kind of like
I'm not
Candyman.
doing
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
I didn't imagine my death being in this home, so I probably
No,
won't.
you
You
didn't even
never
know-
really
you-
imagine our death.
You didn't know this home was a thing. I
could
think I
happen
know how
anywhere.
I'm gonna die someday.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
I almost died
Kind
in
of
the
dangerous.
I think you're
You
gonna die. from
did
the
almost
nosebleeds.
die in a Dillard's.
Nosebleed?
Yeah.
God, that'd be so anticlimactic.
I can see that for real.
God.
But I do it. I'm like,
God rest my soul. That would be me.
oh my god.
That's far more peaceful than what I was thinking. I really thought just someday I'm just gonna piss off the wrong guy and get capped in a back alley or in a parking lot or
Oh
something.
yeah. Okay. Whatever. All right.
Like I really feel like that's how it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna say the wrong thing to the wrong person, thinking it's funny, and
could.
and I'm gonna get taken out in a parking lot or some shit.
I've always believed I'm gonna get run over.
Are you in positions to get run over a lot?
Yeah, I find myself just walking across streets.
I am not in positions to get run over very often.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I truly believe it's gonna be a bus.
My man Tucker like, yeah, I just walk
bus.
across streets, boy.
Yeah, a
All the
bus is
fucking
gonna
time.
smoke me full of kids.
He went to jail. He's in these streets.
Yeah, bro. I didn't choose the streets. The streets chose me.
Hey, we gotta move on to the next
We
thing.
gotta move on. We do gotta move on.
We have a brand new segment.
brand new segment.
Hey, play a sound for this.
I'll find one.
Find
my
one now.
intro.
Yeah, laugh it out.
Play my intro.
We have a soundboard, Matt.
And I don't have a sound for this.
Play a sound like somebody's getting like murdered.
But fuck.
Right.
You get like a screamo.
Do you
nuts.
have a murder sound?
Got a murder. Like someone drowning would be good.
Shout out to Slapdick Whiskey.
As he asked this, the people that put this program out are like, yeah, hey, 911.
Or
Yeah, there's a guy right now doing a podcast
can make
asking
it-
us for all kinds of murder shit.
we could make a sound for it quick.
Please don't do your sound. Do not do your fucking sound. We know what the
Hey,
fuck
what
that
happened? What
sound
happened? What
is
happened?
about to be, bro.
We falling apart
Don't
over
do
here?
it.
Shit, that's not good.
What
What does that
happened?
mean? Oh no, that was
Lost it?
fatal.
That means my hard drive's corrupted.
That was fatal.
Well, it's a good thing I
Did we
didn't
just
send
lose
my
the-
shit to your hard drive.
Did we just lose the potty?
No, because I have it. I have it back.
What are we doing?
So do we keep doing this?
Yeah, we're fine.
What? You making me nervous, Matt.
That's
Matt?
You making me real
Hey,
nervous.
dude, I'm
just
sorry.
got
I'm
employed
sorry,
yesterday.
bro. I'm sorry about the fucking sound thing, dude.
You're making me really, really nervous right now. What is going on right now?
my hard drive is killing itself. But we're fine.
Perfect.
I always have a contingency plan.
Are we
I
good?
sure hope so.
I'll
Matt.
find that out
I
later.
just employed you.
We're fine. Just employed you.
We're fine. I promise you.
Step up.
His resume's solid to this point.
Yeah,
It's solid.
This point.
I already
Until
know.
it ain't.
I already
One
know how I'm
night.
gonna- I already know how I'm gonna fix that. It's gonna take me 13 hours to do so, but I will fix it.
That's why
This guy just said that his hard drive is killing itself. He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix it."
13 hours.
I can't even process
Bitches.
that.
With that
That's
being
how I do
said,
Why do you think I fucking hired him?
That's the greatest thing you said the whole fucking show.
For the same reason we invited him on the show.
Same reason we did.
Yeah, and he is now an essential part of everything we do.
so no sound for this segment, but we're gonna call it the Jackass of the Week. Imagine there's like a donkey.
Imagine there's a donkey
That's way better than what I was thinking. It belonged to murder lines.
straight.
Just
Oh, you should do
on the
the
murder.
American Horror Story. That would be eerie.
I don't think we can steal their sounds.
I'd prefer if we didn't.
I'm pretty sure we'll get sued.
That's exactly my
you know,
problem.
yeah, you know.
That's a copyright.
You
Or they
live
come
and you
get us
learn.
later when we actually like maybe
Or
do
they
something.
bring us on.
Just change
Doubt
one little bit of it, and it won't be copyright.
I don't
want to.
I don't want to be this guy, but I don't want to be on American Horror Stories.
I really don't want to either.
I mean,
That show is fire, though.
yeah, I've heard.
That show
Alright.
is bad.
I've seen some episodes.
I like the Wizard.
I
one
fucks
better.
with that show.
We're really getting off track a lot today.
That's
Yeah,
what we
Jackass of the week.
Who else could be Jackass of the Week?
It had to be
It had to be.
Had to be
the guy whose name rhymes with Bussy.
Juicy.
Smollett. Dumbass.
Whose
If
last
you
name
don't
rhymes
know
with mullet.
where the fuck he was from.
mullets
So he
are
was
dumb.
I called him Small
on the
Dick.
show Empire
Small
with Terrence Howard and my wife would kill me right now for
And
not
other
remembering.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. You're good.
name.
Good odds.
That's fine.
Good odds.
Taraji P. Henson.
Ooh, actually, it's a big name.
Yes.
That's a big name.
Gotta
So
drop that one.
Taraji P. and Terrence Howard and Empire Juicy Smollett was
Jizzy.
the star of that show before he decided to be Jackass of the Week.
Is that my
So
title?
can somebody? Yes, it is. Take that shit home with you.
Is that my title?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I found a tie clip, and apparently it's Matt's. And I'm
Is it?
handing it to him
I knew it
now.
was here.
So Juicy Smollett, Jackass of the Week.
Yes.
Why?
So
Anybody know why he's Jackass of the Week?
Let me break down.
Break it down.
What I think happened, because I have not been super fresh on it. Jussie Smollett, to my knowledge, staged a hate crime where he hired people to hate on him because he's black
And gay.
and gay. That's right. I forgot the gay
More
part.
about the homophobic than it was. him
That's
being
crazy
thing.
because I think about that so differently personally. But that doesn't matter. But the reason he's on this week specifically is because his trial finally ended, and a verdict was
Fine,
reached.
Bitches.
What is
Yep.
what's the outcome of that?
So right now, he got found guilty of what you just told the people of staging a hate crime. So he is. It was 5 counts though. It was 5 different counts.
Right, just like how
that he
murder
got
was.
found guilty on, and he's facing 3 years apiece. So do the math. My man facing
Up to 15.
15 years right now. And I will say, in my opinion, he's getting none of the like Hollywood type of treatment. Like this motherfucker might get 15 years.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He's kind of like a B-lister though. That's probably.
But that's
why.
what I'm saying.
I
Is
honestly
like
didn't know
this
what
might
he
be the
was
one where they're
until
like, we
this
don't
whole
give a
thing
shit that
happened.
he's supposedly a celebrity. Like in my opinion, I think they're gonna smack his ass with a solid ass 10 to 15.
Yeah.
They're like, you gonna sit this shit out?
I had never heard of
Done.
Bussy Smollett until the first like claims where like he had a hate crime against him, and I was reading about that.
I didn't hear about it until you said something Friday.
You're
Yeah, what is even the
you're in
point?
the
Like,
loop.
why? How do you? That's my biggest question. Is like,
Why did he do this?
yeah, what the fuck was the point?
Like, life
And
was
then
going
in
good for him, right?
He had an interview that said he was trying to do this to
wanted to be-
bring.
You want to be relevant.
Yeah, he wanted to be relevant.
he wanted
and
attention.
and he wanted to. But he said the attention he wanted to bring to black people,
Black people have a lot of attention
and
right
people
now.
were like, "How? What? You just brought the worst attention to black people.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You just staged some bullshit.
It was just an excuse. He wanted the
You know
he
what
wanted
I'm
the
saying?
clout.
So but it was
Bubba
when,
Wallace did a little bit of the same thing.
it was when
Yeah,
all
with
of
the
that
noose in
shit
his
was
shop
going
and
on.
all that.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was when the insurrection was going
Yeah.
on the White House. Like all this fucking racial inequity around the country was going on. And so he tried to take advantage of it. And I don't even know how he was the one that really got called out. But man, am I glad he was.
I actually have
That
the
dude
exact
should sit-
counts that he has here.
Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
So
Yeah,
he has.
bring it out.
He had 6 counts. He was acquitted of 1, so he has been charged with 5 counts. All of which the same, but the way they did it and separated it is because it was to different people.
Yes.
So making a false police report, he was the victim of a hate crime to Officer Mohammed Baij. Times 2. So 2 of those.
Dumbass.
And then making a false police report that he was the victim of a hate crime to Detective Kimberly Murray. Times 3.
Interesting.
So,
So
technically,
he went 3 different times to
So
that
for those of you listening and you want to just
particular
call the cops for nonsense,
detective.
that's up to 3 years if you get called out on that shit. In
Just-
what state? And most states are very similar.
I'm probably
Yes.
gonna go to New York.
Just dialing up 911 and pretty much saying never mind. That
Cook
is
County.
is a false 911 call.
Right, because
That is
you're wasting taxpayer dollars and
Resources.
and if something else is going on and they came to your
Don't
shit,
they usually too? Like if you call and say some shit like that, won't they usually
They'll show up.
They'll show up, right?
They will.
Like even if you be like, oh,
They
never
have
mind.
intent
to arrest.
Good,
Chicago.
right?
With intent to arrest.
right?
Right.
Like they get super pissed.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
Cook
that was in Chicago. So that was Illinois.
Illinois,
Yeah.
Chicago.
So, but most places are going to be similar. It might be just ever so slightly more important there, so they might be a little bit more impactful.
They're
Especially what do you guys think? What if you had to like I said? I think he gets at least 10. What do you guys think?
Man, Bussy Smollett. I
With
think
good
people forget.
behavior,
I think people forget about him
12.
within 6. So I bet 8.
I'll say
8.
good behavior 12.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works.
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know what
I
his
didn't-
deals are, but yeah, 8.
I didn't read anything for chance of parole or anything, but I imagine given that it's not a huge, like a high-profile case, like say murder or something, there's probably going to be parole on the table.
There should be some.
To my
I'm not
knowledge,
saying that there should be, as in I believe there should be. I'm assuming based off of the crime committed that there will be some sort
Were
of
they-
leniency with the sentence.
were they life charges?
Come again?
Were they life charges?
They were 3 years.
Yeah, they were 3 years apiece.
Okay. So
did you not listen to that part?
well, I wasn't sure if they were like you get three lifetimes in prison like they did with that
For lying? I don't think you'll ever get a lifetime for lying. That'd be
no.
pretty fucked.
Yeah, that's just what I wasn't sure
A
about.
life sentence is usually held for huge, high-profile crimes like first-degree murder or
Right.
treason.
Right. I think with as far as my knowledge
A bunch of
is,
embezzlers, right?
if you don't get a lifer,
It depends.
you get. If you don't get a lifer, you are subject to time off with good behavior.
Yes, yes.
So I think with good behavior, he'll be out in 12.
Okay, I got it.
You probably have the most insight on this.
I think mine, because you're a felon. So I was thinking,
3 times.
boy, throw it up.
he dodged 2 of them. He dodged 2 of them. His lawyer was good
I'm trying
enough.
to pour a beer that's still got to. Yeah. Anyway,
Hey, what do you think of that?
so Juicy Smollett. So you think he gets what, 15 years and gets out in 12?
I think he'll get the full 15, and then he has the potential for get out in 12 with good behavior.
All right. So I say he gets 10. I don't know when the fuck he gets out, but I say he gets 10. What do you think?
I'm kind of with the idea of either between 10 and 12 with parole, because that's
Parole
obviously
help
going
you
to be obviously going to be an offer on the table given
Yeah.
given the severity.
I
of
think
the
it's
case.
pretty clear that we all are on the same page. This motherfucker deserves time.
Yeah, Bussy.
I also think that fucking the NASCAR fuck also should
Yeah, let's
deserve
talk
some
about
time.
that for a minute. You guys threw that shit out of left court. So
Yeah,
I know who
he-
Bubba Wallace is.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's
I
one
stopped
of the
paying
only black
attention
guys
to
on NASCAR, but I
stopped
didn't know
paying
what the
attention
fuck.
to
Like,
He
what
was
did
trying
he
to
do?
say that someone broke into his pit.
It was about the
late
same time
nights.
as the Jussie Smollett thing.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And
Actually, I think it lined. Oh man, I could be throwing some misinformation here.
I think
But I
this
believe
was-
it lined up to where that Jussie Smollett thing, when everyone thought he had a hate crime, then Bubba Wallace did this shit, and then Jussie Smollett was outed, and then Bubba Wallace said, "Nah, man, I set all that up."
it's just
All right, so now give us
this
some
Smollett
context to
dude.
that
Hold
shit,
on,
Tucker,
I'm
'cause I
starting
don't
to
know
put this
what that was.
together. This Smollett dude is the guy who. The biggest one was he supposedly got beat the fuck up, like got just
For being
the
gay and
breaks.
black.
For being
Yeah.
gay and black.
Okay, this
But
guy.
he
Okay.
hired the guys from Nigeria
Okay.
Yeah, black guys.
to do that
Funny
shit.
enough.
Well, the
Exactly.
NASCAR
Funny enough.
fuck. He said that people broke. The KKK actually broke into his pit late at night. They were saying that they broke in and threw a miniature noose above his car, when it actually came to be the rope that is attached to the garage door that you can grab and simply pull down
the door
to close it.
But it didn't become a major thing because
This is a real thing. This is a real
This is a
story.
real
This is
thing.
legit.
This was it was
Wow,
around
I
that
got
same
this
time, and it
homework.
was easily justifiable, and he never reported it to a police officer.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the
Reported
line
to
gets drawn.
media.
That's where
He did report to the media.
legality
though.
standpoint.
Yeah, he was all about telling the media.
100% just trying to get some clout.
Oh, yeah.
But from an optics perception,
Fuck that,
very similar.
Bro. Fuck that.
And then after that, he
you
booked
know
two
what's
commercials.
crazy is didn't he just now start even gaining a little bit of relevance in the NASCAR game?
No,
Like he's never really been like what
this
the fuck,
dude-
right? But I thought I saw somewhere like if he didn't win, he had a good race there.
he had first heard of
his-
him on Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart.
Don't know what that is.
He is
It's a
talk show
show
sponsored.
Ice Baths.
Yeah, that's sponsored by Old Spice.
Oh, okay.
They do
okay,
nice
okay.
things.
Yeah, I know.
If you look at this guy's track record, he was a contender when he came up.
Sure.
Then he started to fall off, and then this is when that shit started to happen. He stopped becoming a household name, and then this shit started happening, and then he got commercials, and then all this other shit, and now he's back down to irrelevance. Yeah, he's not a good racer at all. He's not good.
See, I
didn't
can
see
attest
that,
to
so I don't. Like I
I'm
said, I don't
not
have a lot to say
NASCAR
about
fan
that.
at
I didn't
all.
see that, but
I just like watching.
Yeah, so
people
he
take
was on
left
Cold
turns.
as Balls, and it was like maybe it was less than 6 months later. I feel like that this happened. Like I literally saw it, and I was like, "Hey, that motherfucker was with Kevin Hart in an ice bath." And that's actually a decent little show. I
love it.
I haven't seen
So
that yet.
funny.
seen it.
But
It's on
I've-
YouTube.
I've heard
it's
of it.
It's a YouTube show.
So funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll have
I
to check that
love-
out.
So anyway,
All right, well, good
so
shit. So
Jackass of the Week,
Jackass
Jussie
of the Week,
Smollett.
Juicy Smollett with your
Dumbasses.
dumbass. Go
Yeah.
sit in prison.
You suck, bro.
dumb
Go
fuck.
eat prison food.
Go eat
I hear it's
prison
great.
food.
Yep.
Suck on people's
You're
toes. if you
baloney.
know.
At least you're
is
living for
green.
free, you societal lech.
Your baloney
Hey, that was
is green.
nice. I'm not gonna lie. The food was trash, but it was nice getting it for free.
Boy, my boy is a hard felon. This is shit that felons say. Like, boy, that shit was trash, but that shit free in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 3 meals a day, cuz.
You know what hard fellas say? 3 beds in the cop, man.
3 beds in the car.
Hard fellas
boy.
say, I ran that intake, boy.
Boy, I'm telling you.
I wish that was all Mario.
Mario ran that shit.
Shout out, Mario.
I don't want to shout you out. You're probably a bitch.
Hard ass motherfucker. He was fucking your cousin. He's got to be hard.
Yeah, that's how you build connections.
That's a fact, actually.
That's actually very true.
That is a fact, bro.
I
That
made
is
some
a
good
fact.
relationships.
You made some great. So,
Keep up with any of them?
if
yeah.
we want to talk
Any of them
about
make you any
like,
money?
going into
Two of them actually got me the job for climate.
how I know so much about the stock market and shit. The
'Cause of jail?
motherfucker that became my homie
Oh my
that taught
God.
me everything I know, I met that motherfucker in jail.
It's crazy how much
Straight
a convict will learn in jail. That's all they can do is pretty much
I've
walk
got a-
around, socialize, and
learn.
I've got a good
That's
friend
it.
of mine that spent 8 years in prison, so I feel like he learned a lot. He got his associate's degree while he was in there.
I read more in my life in jail than I
Well, yeah,
did.
you ain't got
ever.
shit else to do.
Yeah, I was in my. We were only out of our cell probably a
Julio
total
was
of 2 hours
beating
a
that
day.
I
ass.
can't take your schmeat from you.
For
I
that's what
come
I'm
from a
saying.
family of felons, so
Yeah,
Oh,
you
we
do look
all
like
got
a
some
fella.
hood shit.
It's everywhere.
Except Connor, he is ultimate military type guy, 100% by the book. This guy is all American white boy. That's what I'm looking at right
I
now.
live in the burbs.
Look at my name is Connor.
I wouldn't call it the burbs.
My bad.
There's
the suburbs.
He's the all American guy.
I do want
the
to
rest of us. Would you call it suburban?
The rest of us.
If you were 5 miles
It's somewhere.
west,
It's somewhere.
yes.
It's somewhere between suburban and straight up
Country.
dirt plot.
Yeah. Your dad bought
It is
some,
nice
some
though.
dirt.
It
Your
is
dad bought
nice
dirt.
though. It is a nice spot. It's not mine. I can't claim that.
I do
Dad
want to
worked
give a
hard, I
shout out
did.
though to your
That worked
parents.
hard, and that shit is fire.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there someday, but I ain't there yet. He made it happen.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to those two.
But he's the number one reason I could never go to jail.
He's the number one reason why I
Why?
didn't want them
got
to
your
know I
back?
went to jail.
Huh?
Is he a judge?
No.
No.
I would. The minute I step
Oh,
out,
he would murder you?
dead.
Yeah. I did not want them. Bro,
Straight sniped.
bro, I'm telling you, I didn't want his
is
dad
fair
to
as
know.
fuck.
I didn't want his dad to know.
Connor's dead. You didn't want Connor's dead.
Nope.
You went to jail.
Nope.
He also
That
would
was the
kill you.
last thing I wanted him to
He
know.
also kill you.
Yeah, because that last little bit of respect.
Yeah, the little bit I got from those guys,
Gone.
done.
Gonzo
Gone. We have to, so you have to imagine. So obviously you don't know like our dynamics growing up, but more or less I'd say probably his primary father figure for at least while you were going through high school and everything was probably my father. So
Who loves to kill people, obviously.
Oh.
If you fuck up.
Listen,
if you
I
fuck
snuck.
up.
I snuck
respect
onto their
matters, and if I
property.
go to jail, I've disrespected everything he's ever worked for.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but real shit, that's a fact, though.
That's fair.
Like, you have to appreciate that a little bit, especially now that you're a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be like, hey, man, like, I understand that more now, because as a parent, I almost would feel the same way. I think I would tell my son the exact same type. Not like I'm a murderer.
But
I would tell my son.
That's something
you know
I
what
didn't-
mean?
I didn't
hey,
sacrifice the way I
you
did for you to
fucking
do
carry
this.
my last name.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You carry my last name.
Don't
And
tarnish
your
that
a-
shit.
Yeah, your ass
Right.
better never fucking do no stupid shit where you got to go get put in jail and I got to come bail you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's important, man. And I really didn't understand that shit till I became a parent.
Right.
Because I used to always think, like, especially the way I grew up, you know what I mean? Like, this is just part of it. Like, you just, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you go to jail, do some time. It's part of the game. And that's the stupidest shit ever.
You lose a lot of life doing
Like,
that.
that is fucking stupid.
Right.
To think that it's okay to make that shit part of your life. That shit is
Correct.
fucking stupid.
Sure.
So I would agree 100%
But free food
that free food
And a cot.
and
and
books.
a cot and your
And you
house.
didn't have to clean your own fucking toilet.
You heard that shit?
What kind of jail did you go?
Wait a minute.
Luxury.
Every jail I went to, I had to clean multiple toilets.
No, they specifically told me.
My man straight up in the Holiday Express.
Bro, they straight up told
You
me.
ain't go to jail.
They
Shut the
had
fuck
me-
up.
they handed
You
me
went
my
to a
pack.
fucking group home.
Bro, they handed me my pack. They handed me my pack. They handed me my pack, and they said, "Don't clean the toilet." And I said, "All right."
Cool, I'm gonna shit everywhere.
Word, brother.
I'm taking Dave Thompson this bitch. All right? You don't clean
Word.
on
I'm
the
coming
taxpayer
off the
dollar.
diet for this.
Boy, keto, none of that.
All
I'm
them
dropping shit
beans,
everywhere.
give them.
I'll let the taxpayer dollar clean this damn toilet.
Fuck
They sent me to fucking clean my shit.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, they straight up said, "Do not clean your toilet."
So not only did you not have to clean your own toilet, I'm
You went to
assuming
jail in Cheyenne?
Yep, the county jail
That's
here.
why.
Uh,
Laramie
why.
County
That
jail.
shit makes sense. That makes sense.
It was cool because when I went to court, I just had to walk over that bridge.
Some people jumped off.
That's fire.
Some people jumped
Man,
right off
I
of
just
that.
walked over the bridge. It was cool. Had a little cookout and everything on the way.
Just a quick jaunt.
Where are we even at?
Who knows?
Who knows? This is the. I like this though. This is Outta Left Court is a motherfucker.
We're transitioning to Matt's hole.
This is great.
Oh, give us that.
Oh, Matt, how do we go into the hole out of Juicy Smollett being a
with the
jackass?
press of a button.
Welcome.
You can't hear
to
it.
Matt's hole.
Oh, we here.
Where Matt
Oh, this is
goes
sick.
down a 3 a.m. rabbit hole of random information that literally no one cares about. And unlike
hopefully-
Matt's actual hole, hopefully it won't stink.
Damn, man, you got something crazy. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about bestiality again.
We're
man.
not.
Okay, good. Because my mom was concerned. My mom.
Hey, listen.
Although I will say,
I was there
shout
for
out
that
Connor's
conversation.
mom
I will say,
because
we know she listens.
The real
we know
OG.
she listens, and not only does she listen, but she takes all this shit to heart.
She does.
and if some shit
I'll never forget the
messes with
day.
her son, she does not like
I'll
it.
never forget the day where we were talking about the podcast very briefly with my brother home, and she said, and my brother admitted to not listening to podcasts recently. And my mom goes, "What? You don't want to listen to your brother talk about fucking horses?" Yeah. So that was a cool moment in my life.
Yeah, it's an interesting
proud-ass
moment, too, 'cause
moment right
I don't hear Aunt Laura fucking cuss very often.
Yeah.
So and then when she does, that's when
fucking
your
100% body.
ears go up and you're like, oh, something interesting's about to come out.
Yeah, Mrs. Phipps is
shit.
appropriate.
I know I personally am not your favorite right now, especially with the last bit and my usage of the C word. So with
forgive
that,
you.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
That's big of you.
Yep.
She'll forgive you.
And
She'll
this
forgive you.
episode, we're talking a little history, a little science.
Oh, good. I love history.
Okay.
This episode of Matt's Hole is sponsored
not
by
gonna
the
be-
letter C.
By
It's not going to be so
Sponsored by high
disgusting for you,
school.
Misfit.
I hope not, man.
Sponsored by high school. I like it.
Give us the bomb. Give us the name drop.
Give us some
Yeah,
good
give
shit.
it. We're ready.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Y'all heard of the Demon Core?
Oh fuck. So when you
I'm going to
first
go with fuck no.
okay, so when you first asked, because I find this entertaining.
Oh, we thought it was anime.
You thought it was anime.
I thought it was anime. He thought it was a genre.
I thought it was a genre of metal music.
That's right.
So we Googled it. We Googled it just to find out. We don't know what
We don't have a
Clown
clue
Posse is a
what that
rap
is.
group.
Right.
I thought it was anime.
That's
I'm not gonna lie.
horrorcore,
I thought it
so
was
that's called.
anime porn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's called horror.
What did you?
The Insane Clown Posse?
It's horror.
ICP for life. Fuck those guys.
I know about ICP.
I knew a couple people in there.
Trash.
Juggalo juice. Anyway, I was actually
disgusting.
Imagine that's a weird
That's
drink.
disgusting.
I was actually
I just drank some Juggalo juice right then.
It's called Fago.
Blueberry.
Blueberry is fire.
Blueberry
Blueberry
Faygo.
Faygo?
They make songs about it.
It's.
That shit's-
Have you ever tried it?
That
Was it Little Mosey that did that song?
Dope.
I've never had Blueberry Faygo.
It's fire.
Yes, he did do a song about. No,
I either drink water
Yes.
or beer. I mean,
It's the same.
it's good. It's just a
It's
soda.
remotely the same.
Fago's
I know it's just a soda, but
delicious.
is it around here?
Yeah. So you know that little that gift store in the mall with all like the
Asian gift?
Yeah,
It's literally called Asian gift.
That's the bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the
They
bitch.
sell it in there. All the
Yeah.
flavors.
Blueberry boy. Go
Blueberry.
get
I used to buy knives there before I found out that that's shit. They don't sell quality products whatsoever.
No, they don't.
that. But the Fago is
They
fire.
got
They got Faygo. I was gonna
Hey,
say
they
I thought that was like a
sell-
very regional thing. Faygo.
they sell quality pipes. I will say
It
that.
is tech. Okay.
Okay.
They sell
You heard it
quality.
here.
Quality
Right.
pipes.
This is why you got arrested.
You heard it. This is why you're a felon.
I don't
I,
get it.
I read your little arrest blurb.
Leave the Mary Jane
They're
alone.
like, there was so much bullshit in this man's trunk.
Oh my God, so much, everything gone.
That's a paraphernalia
Gun,
charge.
weed,
it was a paraphernalia
cocaine.
charge.
There's so much.
strippers.
Hey, luckily we got rid of the
donkey.
coke before, but
We don't even know what to do with this guy.
So for us aspiring Breaking Bad fanboys, don't do that.
yeah, don't follow in my footsteps, please.
That's hilarious.
Not
Okay, so what is deathcore?
Demon Core.
Whatever.
Same thing.
Deathcore is a genre.
Is it where they
that might have been what you
demons?
were
That's what I was thinking
Like
of.
666 type shit?
No.
Okay, good. 'Cause
Here we go.
I would
Demon
leave.
core.
I don't
No,
believe
so
in
that's-
that.
Anime porn.
So, preface. Do we all know what the Manhattan Project is?
Yes.
Yeah.
The development of nukes for World War II.
Yes.
That we
Okay.
dropped on Japan.
I did. Okay, I did.
Hold that, bitches.
And why do they fuck themselves up now? They should have learned their lesson.
Yes.
It's because we're soft now.
I think we're talking about
We're
Japan.
getting soft.
Yes,
Yeah.
Japan's not soft. We made them harder by nuking them, dude. Those are some tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, we did. We made them way
They're
harder.
into getting fucked by giant octopuses.
Isn't it? It's from those nukes, bro.
Octopi?
They
Is
are definitely-
octopus the plural of octopus?
They are
It is
definitely hard as
technically,
shit
it is
these
technically
days.
octopuses.
It is octopus.
Octopussies.
No, there's no I.
That's the name of a Japanese hentai. Anyway,
Case and
Matt's favorite shit.
fucking
Japanese hentai.
played the fifth.
you fucking dirty fucks.
Anyway,
You
so,
dirty fucks.
as we all know, the Manhattan Project was the development of nuclear missiles to
Yes,
be
sir.
dropped on Japan,
Right.
to create some real fried rice.
Hold that, bitches.
And
I like that. That's fine.
as we know, there was two missiles dropped: the Fat Man and the Little Boy.
There it is.
That's a Michael Jackson parody.
Matt Can, the fat man.
Matt Can, the Fat Man missile. Get them in stores now. You buy a Matt Can, the Fat Man patent pending missile, you get a
Drop it in a
Matt Can, the
skillet,
Fat
you get
Man.
fried rice.
Yeah, that too.
You have got to stop pulling on that thing, man.
We gotta put some sandbags on this table.
Don't worry,
Or you gotta loosen your nut, boy.
Matt almost died.
If you loosen your nut, that won't happen.
Good.
I like a tight nut. Boy, what you talking about?
We all have preferences.
What you talking about, Brad? I need a tight nut.
That seems like a dangerous place to have your drinks.
Hold on the damn mic.
With a tight nut.
Finish the story.
Man, he keeps getting interrupted by racism and table flipping.
Tight.
Tight nuts.
Nuts.
Speaking of tight
That's why I
nuts,
buy polo underwear.
Them bitches are super tight.
Russell.
They won't get it because we're the only ones that got them.
We're the ones that know.
Them bitches are super tight.
Packed in.
Packed in.
Wifey Amazon
loves
shipping.
the Jeff Bezos of boxers.
it. Boy, I'm telling you.
So,
Ralph Lauren knows how to
Dick
box
be
it.
looking nice.
European.
so as I'm
Dick be looking
trying to
attractive as
say,
fuck.
two missiles dropped. There was supposed to
Like
be
the
a
dick.
third.
Ooh.
I believe it.
There was supposed to be a third, but because they determined that a third was not necessary,
I would say that's completely necessary.
because after the second one they
had
surrendered.
mad fried rice.
They
No
had
mercy.
this.
They would have surrendered after the first one if we let him breathe for a second.
They didn't get that.
Instead, we deprived them all of oxygen and said, no, they didn't make a noise. Do it again. I do approve of this strategy, though. Militarily, it's awesome.
I think they should have done a third, but
Well, this is the third.
In Afghanistan,
That's,
we could make some solid glass.
no, I'm saying they should have done 1, 2, and then 3.
Something else.
We're not talking about
Anyway,
the glass.
so the third one had a core, which was a shit ton of plutonium.
like it.
Like a metric standards.
Let's see.
A lot.
6.2 kilograms or 14 pounds.
I'd say that's metric.
Pure,
I'm gonna
super critical.
I'm gonna assume that's a
plutonium.
lot.
Yes.
My baby weighs a little less. No, a little more than 14 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's a whole
With
baby.
no plutonium, though.
So how much of a country could that much plutonium fuck up?
I don't know. But
That's fair.
I would
what I
assume all
can
of the
tell you
United
is
States.
that basically this mass of plutonium, which was a perfect sphere that was cut in half, was
So each half was 14 pounds, or it's now 7 pounds
it's
into.
7-pound halves.
Okay.
So because it wasn't used, was used for testing.
Testing.
one does.
Testing what?
Just how nukes and shit work.
Like gamma radiation?
Can we say that was they were testing in Arizona?
No, it was tested in New York.
What?
No, that makes sense.
How the
Tested
fuck?
in New York.
No, that makes sense.
Why?
The lab was
How?
in New York. It was the Los.
So there's a
me
conspiracy theory that the Statue of Liberty is just a military underground testing facility.
Ooh, I heard that.
I also
I
heard
literally just
My
heard that.
apologies.
That's
It's
crazy
California.
as fuck.
That makes sense too. Because
Connie, you're in the military. Is
It was
that
at the
true?
Los Alamos
I don't know.
laboratory.
I wish I knew.
You know you got a letter in the mail.
Yeah, about
Is it
Tricare.
true?
Not about no secret plutonium in the Statue of Liberty.
So
Someone should hunt that down, though.
Yeah, please.
why are we talking about this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because there was
It's your
two
hole.
incidents. This is true. There's a ball in my hole.
Yes, there
And it's called the demon
And 3
core.
fingers.
And okay.
That was for Mitchell.
Yes.
Michael? What the fuck was his name?
Chuck.
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 Sorry, Chuck. You were done dirty, dog.
There were two incidents in which this supercritical mass hit supercriticality and killed some people.
How many?
I thought that's what they wanted.
That's not very many.
That's not that many at all. But
2 people's very inconsequential.
too many.
I could do that in a weekend.
let me tell you how it happened. So they
You're
were
so-
testing it, and one man by the name
Here's
of
one of those
Harry,
times.
Harry DeGillen, Dr. Harry DeGillen, who was a
My man
physicist.
literally just said he'll murder 2 people this weekend.
Not this weekend. This weekend before
He
Christmas.
said not this weekend.
Yeah, let everyone have the holiday spirit before
Have
I
the
start
holidays.
murdering.
I ain't blasting bitches till New Year.
Yeah, I'm not that dude in Minnesota. I'll wait till after the holidays.
Dirty.
Good God.
Good lord.
Wisconsin, but yeah. Are we talking about the same thing? So Harry DeGillen, that I know
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island,
Fuck that up.
hit the bitch with a hammer.
What?
He hit 7 pounds of plutonium with a hammer.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No,
Test it.
I would do that.
That worked out
And got enough radiation that he died.
You think?
Curiosity killed the cat.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have done that.
A year
Curiosity
later,
does kill the cat.
they had split the ball in half. So at this point,
So he hit
first
the
guy,
he hit the 14.
yeah, he hit the 14.
He hit the ball.
Yeah. So at
He
this
thought
point, they
that was a
split
good
it.
idea.
You're a man. You don't swing hammers at balls.
He was a
you don't.
professional.
Man.
You're a
Keep
bitch.
in mind, he was a
Oh, man.
professional. This man was a
He was a
professional.
professional physicist.
And he thought taking a hammer to this was a good idea.
Yeah, how are you a professional?
So that just tells me anyone can be a physicist.
True that.
so
Kim Kardashian's the next physicist.
the next guy
Right
is
after being a
named,
lawyer.
She's my next lawyer.
Louis Slotin.
Shout out Luis. I thought we did that already.
Shout out to this Luis.
Louis Slotin, a year later, was
Slotin.
talking to some grad students, and he noticed that the ball was not separated. God damn it! Dude. Why?
It's worse every time.
I think you need to probably go take a shit.
Probably. I ain't gonna lie.
I think
That's the end of the podcast. This is ridiculous. God damn.
I think you need to take a moment in Matt's hole and go take a fucking shit.
I am full on Connor's hole. This shit turned into Connor's hole.
Dude, that is so bad.
God damn, bro.
What the fuck? That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
So,
Anyways,
I don't know what we were saying.
God.
the other guy died because
Yeah, because Connor fucking farted. That's why he died.
God damn it.
That is exactly why he died.
Wait. What the grad student do?
So the doctor with his grad students noticed the thing wasn't separated
It's
properly.
those fucking pickles, man.
My butt cheeks ain't been separated properly, dog. That's some radiation right there, bro.
It's those tight nut.
The pickles
things you got on,
The
bro.
pickles haven't gone through
Fucking
that
pickles,
fast.
man.
Anyway,
Liquid goes through your body faster than solids, and you were drinking it.
What he said.
The solids
That
haven't
shit
gone
is
through my body
trash.
yet. I'm telling you what this is. This is turkey soup from yesterday.
No.
starting to think you just have IBS, my man.
I do joke about that. It could happen. It could happen.
happen.
That thing is rotten to the core.
So here's the fucked up part is I don't even know where we was at with your hole because all I can think about was Connor's nasty ass hole.
For the record, listeners and Tucker, this is the second time this has happened.
Disgusting and disgusting.
No, the fact that my hole, has been teased.
You poor fella. You poor fella.
Jesus Christ.
Abused, used, and accused.
Ah, man. It's a good time, though.
Oh, fuck me. I don't know how that's going to go down in the editing, but that is fun.
It's staying.
All
of it's staying.
Fuck yeah. Shout out
Shout out.
to my butthole at this point.
Shout out.
That's, It's rotten, but it's forcing its way into appearances more and more. Jesus.
It should be its own
Golly.
goddamn guest star.
It should be. Only the listeners
Buy
will
another
get it.
fifth-line mic for it. Set it up right over there just for your turds.
I'll probably just have to borrow I'll have to just borrow your second one.
Good shit.
That's the Mexicans one.
Yeah, I can borrow Luis's. You wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah, it won't smell any different.
Yeah, it won't smell any different.
Good lord. Fucking shit. Another one?
Luis, if you're listening to us, we love you, okay?
Hey, we appreciate if you wouldn't lovingly refer to him as the Mexican on this show.
Plug from your own co-host. So I don't know what to tell
We'll
you.
leave it in with that.
Yeah.
With that little asterisk.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily condone that, but that is their relationship.
That is their relationship,
Oh, yeah.
so
Anyway.
we don't
Can we read
condone
those
that
text
on
messages?
here.
No, we don't do that.
That's a
here.
lot of editing.
No.
God, I bet it was.
2.5 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So you would have done it in 30 minutes.
So the
That's why I
grad
hired
student
him.
poked the plutonium.
Well,
The
no.
physicist hammered the plutonium,
So
and
what
everyone
happened-
died.
What happened was the second guy was separating the two balls with a screwdriver,
Like I said.
With a screwdriver.
and it fell and hit, and the dude died after the room turned reportedly baby blue
From an explosion?
What are we
from the
doing?
reaction. There was so much radiation that the man.
What color was the room before?
Purple?
Probably,
lab?
no.
Purple, a little bit of white in there. Throw some blue. You know what I mean?
It turned blue.
A
Well,
little grayish.
the color before wasn't relevant. Was it already baby
It
blue?
was just like a lot of blue light, and there was so much radiation.
Radiation's blue? I thought it was green.
I don't know, man.
Look, this is real life, not the
I
part.
just work here.
I'm trying to have banter, Matt.
He said, I just work here, bro. I just came up with a hole. I don't really.
I just do the research and
I
edit
just
this show. and
research. shit.
provide the computer that we record on. It's cool.
Hey, we appreciate you.
What color is radiation?
I don't know, man. It depends on the radiation.
You said blue
So
light.
here's the thing, though.
This one was blue.
That's crazy.
Reportedly so.
And the Fantastic
So-
Four
died.
blue as
He
well.
died.
The one guy died. The guy with
Both
the
of them
screwdriver.
didn't die.
Well, the first guy died a year prior by hitting the shit with a hammer.
Right.
Wait, so you don't hear...
My biggest question
Are we
is, where
talking-
the fuck does the hammer keep coming into play?
Are we talking ball peen hammer, framing hammer,
It was like a ball
drywall
It
hammer?
was like a ball peen hammer.
You struck a ball
That's
with a ball peen?
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's
That is
died.
unfortunate.
That's a lot of hammer
And
right
then the
there,
second
bud.
guy, a year later, had a screwdriver separating the two, dropped the screwdriver.
Phillips or flathead?
Guys,
I don't think that matters.
guys.
I do think it matters.
I think probably flat.
Had to be a flathead.
Because
It had to be
he shouldn't have
flathead.
dropped it.
Fucking shake the shit out of it.
Also,
I'm saying.
guys, there's a lesson we learned here. If you have
Speak it.
14 pounds of plutonium.
Don't use framing tools.
Don't use your tools. What are you doing? Are you some sort of plutonium carpenter?
That's pretty easy. Don't use
Stop
framing
it,
tools.
Edith. You bitch.
I mean, I'm an idiot, but
Edith.
The random physicist.
Edith is a bitch that told me want to start poking shit with screwdrivers.
Edith,
I like it.
All right.
I bet you those cases are related. And I bet
sounds like a
Edith was at
fucking
both
Edith.
of those.
You know what?
I stand behind
You're right.
Connor's
I'm with you.
Thanks,
statement.
buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of Matt's hole.
I like it.
Fuck,
That is Matt's hole. If y'all didn't know,
enjoyed
this is
it.
why we do Matt's hole, because it makes not a bit of fucking sense.
And you might
And
learn
that's why we're in
something.
the hole.
Like that time when people turned into crabs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for that.
I like
really
it.
appreciate it.
I appreciate your hole, Matt.
Thank you.
I won't
So
say
how
the
do we
whole.
get into this whole
We have a new segment for this
Bullshit.
episode.
Can I say this is Matty Nice's thing.
It's a bullshit
bringing a
game.
whole new
Bullshit.
segment /
Yes.
game / Well, you did say this is kind of taking the place of the debate. This
debate,
Week, though.
So this is soup, salad, or sandwich.
Soup, salad, or sandwich?
Is this kind of like Mary Kill Fuck?
So who?
No.
So who's what? We could play that
hold
sometime.
on.
Tucker's out.
I'll explain. I'll explain. Okay. Now, most people,
There's 4 of us. We only have 3 food items.
mainly me.
Let me
We throw
listen.
tacos in there.
Could we do soup,
Hold on.
salad, taco?
No, sandwich.
Fuck.
I do like sandwiches. I'll be the sandwich.
Here's the thing. No, hold on.
We're not picking.
He's like, you don't want to be the sandwich.
That's where it's at.
Hold on.
Most foods.
Is that say loads of imani?
Have you not listened to it? That's how it's spelled.
I like it. I know. I just haven't seen it on the outline.
Loads of money.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
All right.
Sorry.
Most
I was
foods
looking
fall
at the
into a
outline.
category
Okay.
of soup, salad, or sandwich.
Oh, I know this argument.
All foods do.
What?
All foods.
What we're gonna do
I
to
have
play this
one.
game is I'm gonna give you a food
Uh-huh.
that may or may not be typically associated with either a soup, salad, or sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we determine if it fits into the category of soup, salad.
Do we gotta go over the definitions because I
But
can't
could
quite
we
remember
maybe
them?
say, does it go better with a soup, salad,
it's
or
if-
sandwich?
It's the structure.
It's the structure.
It's the structure. It's not about the foods.
I think this is going to come down to like our
So a
restaurant
soup,
debate.
no, this is very different. So
Yes.
soup, it's the structure. So soup is a bunch of things all mixed together.
Yeah.
with a
I
broth.
understand the
With a
structure.
bro-
I
okay.
understand
So
the
is a
structure.
stew
Salad is a
soup?
bunch
Yeah.
of stuff mixed together with like a dressing.
Right.
I
Sandwich,
understand the
And layers.
structure.
Well,
So
Tucker
is a
needed
stew
the
a
explanation.
soup then?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to come down to technicalities.
Exactly.
Just like our restaurant.
That's what
debate.
makes
Go
it
ahead.
a semi-debate.
Well, let's
Go
get
ahead
into
and
this.
give you
I'm
the
ready.
first
Okay, what's the first one? Hit us with it, Matt.
First food.
Do some shit.
Is there a right answer for any of these?
No.
Okay.
Just all
beauty
opinion,
of it.
all fact
Okay.
of opinion,
Hit
and
us
what
with
we
it.
decide.
Fact of opinion.
Okay, cool.
And whatever we decide.
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Feelings over facts
Do we
today,
have
baby.
to be
I
unanimous
love America.
before we move on?
No.
Okay.
First food. Spaghetti.
God damn.
Okay, so we have soup,
salad.
salad, or sandwich.
It's
Why?
a salad.
I'll say
Wait a
salad as
minute.
well.
Well, because outside of when you're reducing the sauce, there's not really a broth, and then you just mix a bunch of shit together randomly.
That was the most educated shit I have heard.
I would.
I'm going with that 100% because I
I would
don't
agree. I
I
actually
don't
would
have anything that sounds nowhere near that.
I would
fucking
agree.
smart.
I would agree on the same.
I would have been like,
it has
yeah, spaghetti might be salad because I mixed that shit up.
Wait, hold on.
What he
You
said was fucking smart as shit.
you said it was a salad, right? Not a soup.
No, he
Yeah,
said
I said salad.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
Because of the spaghetti
Are we
sauce.
unanimous?
Yes, we are.
Connor,
We're
fucking
unanimous.
great job.
All right. Let's go
We're
with another,
unanimous.
We're
another
monogamous.
simple
I'm
one.
an immunized.
We're monogamous.
I'm an immunized.
Another simple one.
Hot dogs.
Shout out
Tacos.
Aaron Rodgers.
I would say that's a
Speak
sandwich.
about tacos.
I would say tacos is a
Any
sandwich.
fucking of this debate of soup, salad, or sandwich, it is in its own fucking thing. And it's a taco.
I would say it's a sandwich for sure.
I would say it's a sandwich, but I'm not speaking on tacos.
Especially hard shells.
Yes.
Because you take one bite,
Especially.
that cracks right down the middle. It's just a
Boom,
sandwich.
that's just a sandwich.
That's a sandwich.
That's
Yeah,
a sandwich.
100% a sandwich.
Taco is 100%.
We are unanimous so
sandwich.
far. This is supposed to be.
You didn't think we would be
He did this on
unanimous
purpose.
two things.
No, he's setting us up.
He wants us
He
to set
is
us up.
setting us up. I
He
can
wants
see
us
it
to
in
be.
your eyebrows.
He's got setup hands.
He wants us to be up high.
This right here is when Matty Nice is setting you up.
He's got the triangle hands of death.
They have fallen
Look,
into my
He has
trap.
the Illuminati hands.
Look, how he's planning it. How he's planning is gonna be like the Twin Towers.
He's like, they have
We're
fallen
up
into
high,
my trap.
and then all of a sudden he's gonna fly plane right into it, and then
Cut that the fuck out.
that's how it's gonna
Jesus
be.
Christ.
Shout out to all our firefighters and police officers.
Yes, you guys are troopers, but
Wow.
hey,
That's how we do that?
He lowered the Illuminati hands, but still.
He still got him, though.
What's the next item?
Come on, Matt.
Meatloaf.
Ooh.
Soup, salad, or sandwich? I'm gonna say salad.
I'm gonna go with sandwich.
I'm gonna do salad.
Connor.
Connor, you're thinking way too smart for us. I need
say
Connor to
salad.
drink fucking 2 more beers.
Boy.
He's being way too fucking.
I drank a lot of pickle juice.
That's a fact.
I'm kind of filled up. I'm not gonna lie. I ate a lot of pickles too.
He's way different right now.
We don't know a hearty dinner.
I think I gotta go.
I'm going sandwich.
I'm gonna say
Okay, so
salad.
let me preface by saying I've never actually made a meatloaf. It's always been me eating other people's meatloaf, so I'm not actually entirely sure how meatloaf is
Well,
made.
can you say that pretty much every meatloaf you've had is
but
pretty
structurally,
much on the same same line?
Structurally, a salad. Because I can't. Well, how's it layered? I've never had it layered meatloaf. It's always
I
consistent.
think it comes down to the dressing that you throw ketchup on the top of it.
Put ketchup on the top.
So
Yeah, and then on a salad you throw a dressing on top of it.
that's
Fucking
fair.
valid
That's
point.
fair as
fair
fuck.
point.
That's fair as
Fucking
fuck.
valid.
Meatloaf is a salad. Confirmed.
I'm going sandwich.
Based on.
Can you?
Because I'll cut that shit up and put it on bread when it's done.
So you make it
Sandwich.
So you make a meatloaf sandwich,
Exactly.
but the meatloaf itself is not a sandwich.
But I'm going sandwich.
One salad.
Yeah, I like the stance. I like sticking to your guns.
I'm sticking to my guns, but your point is valid as fuck.
I'll take that.
Because you put ketchup on the top of it, and you would throw something on the top of salad. Oh, God damn it, Connor. God damn it.
Connor,
Damn it.
Connor, I'm about to out your whole fucking name if you keep doing this shit.
It's all air, my guy. My name's on our logo.
No.
Your full name? Your full name?
My name is
there something you should be ashamed of,
If nothing else, it's on my Twitter.
Is there something you should be ashamed of? He's acting like there's something you should be ashamed
Well,
of.
last time we got in this conversation, he didn't want his full name outed.
That's because your
on
show
my
is
part.
trash. Also, we're 100%
Hey,
biased.
he said that my show pioneered this show.
That's fair.
It did actually.
It's fair.
That's
That's-
fair.
like,
that
I'm not
could be
saying that's
an
not fair.
episode for another show.
Which show, though?
That's fair.
That's
I'm not saying
a
that's not
whole
fair.
sentence struggle fuck, isn't it?
All right. I have one. I have.
Yeah,
a
you
couple
got
more.
it. You got.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
wanna-
hey, I'm enjoying
wait a
this.
minute,
Bring them all
wait.
up.
But we didn't get Maddie Nice's take.
Yeah, Manny.
on fucking meatloaf.
I'm a salad. I think it's a salad because you mix all the things together. I make meatloaf, so you get
Think
your
about
eggs.
this though.
So I actually
At
made
what
meatloaf.
point is any food that you actually make that you don't have to mix things together to make it? Anything you have to cook and make, you have to mix things
Salad's
together.
gonna be kind of the catch-all, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
He's like, no, it's not.
maybe not with this.
What's the next one?
Iced tea.
How the fuck
Soup.
is that
Wait.
in the?
I would
That's
say
gotta be a
soup.
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 Just from the
100%
liquid
soup.
base.
Well, because with soup, my argument would be soup is
Because you
it's
have
hot,
You have
right?
a base broth, the tea, and then you mix
tea.
in. You mix in your lemon. You mix in your honey, your sugar.
Right.
It's
That's
a soup.
soup.
It's a soup.
Okay. Okay.
There's
Also,
the broth.
temperature
The broth
wise,
being
I
the
would like
tea.
to
Are we
say
way
this is-
smarter than you thought we were?
No.
He's like,
He's like,
these are
nah,
good.
y'all are dumb as shit like I thought.
He goes, if you were smart, you'd have said it was a sandwich.
He's like, y'all are dumb as shit, just
I
like
think
I thought.
the fact that we're debating this means that we're all dumbasses.
I agree with
Tea is
that
tea,
100%.
It's tea.
I'm elevated.
I'll go THT. Is that a human growth hormone or something like that?
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to condemn myself.
Connor's like, I took 3 of those on the way over here, so I,
Big as fuck, boy. That's where the farts came from.
that's why they call me Vitali, bitch.
And stinky butt.
Sticky buns. Sticky buns.
We got another food.
I have one
more?
more, just
One more.
just
Okay.
to see, because this is technically classified.
I like this, man.
you're
To
gonna-
be honest with you, I like this shit a lot.
This is good.
This
is
next
good.
food is arguably one of these items, but
Oh.
also commonly distinguished against this item.
Ooh.
Stew. Because keep in mind, stew is often said to not be a soup, but that's where you would obviously.
Well, that's where we come into the technicalities.
But what
Is-
else
is
could it?
what cares?
So I feel like
Stew is-
there's
There's a
what
stew
else could it
is
be in
in our-
this particular?
that's just
How
it.
is stew
It
a
would have
salad or a sandwich?
It would have to be a soup
sandwich.
because categorizing a soup is having broth with
gotta
other
be.
things inside of it. So
That's what
a
I'm saying. I
stew
don't
has
even know how
a
this-
type of broth,
Like, it
quote
has
unquote,
to be
type of broth. So it would have to be a soup
Well, it could be.
or a
argued-
salad because.
Well, I was about to say
everything
it could
mixed
be argued
together.
since there is more.
But I think the
when
broth-
you compare the
Ratios.
ratio
Okay,
of broth to
so-
items, there is more items than there is broth. Therefore, broth
Okay,
could
but
act as a
bring
dressing.
in Tucker's point
more
from the
salad.
last thing is if you want to
It's a
consider
soup.
a
I'm not
salad,
going to overcomplicate this.
what do you throw on top of it to make it a salad?
Because
Make it a salad.
if
you don't throw broth on top of it. The stew is made in broth and shit. When you get it in your bowl or whatever, you're not going to throw more broth on top of it.
that's the I was going to say that's a very valid point. I don't like empty cans right there. Apparently,
Okay, so by that logic, I just came up with one more.
Okay.
Because we throw stuff on top of it.
Fuck yeah, that's what we do.
Cereal with milk.
Soup.
soup.
But by his logic, it's a salad because we throw the milk on top of the cereal.
But
It's not together.
But it,
But the
but it
ratio
is.
still.
But it becomes
But the
part
ratio.
of the meal.
It's all of it.
Right. It becomes part of it.
by
It's
the
not
ratios,
something that
if
we
we're
just throw on
added because
top.
I do know
Right.
I do know a few people that eat salad without dressing.
It's not about what it is. It's what's the base.
Sure.
Yes.
The
I
base
agree.
of-
The base is milk.
so therefore,
Excuse me?
The base is milk.
Well, okay, so when you get to the end of a soup, you got shit floating.
You put milk before the cereal?
That's not the order I pour in, but the base is milk. What's left?
Milk. Milk and floating sugar.
What's left?
base
This
of
is
cereal-
great.
the
What's
base of
left? This is
cereal
great,
cereal.
though.
When you finish your cereal,
But
what's
that's
left?
100% valid though. As he
When you
said,
finish your
so
soup, what's left?
what's left?
The
When you
broth.
finish a salad, what's left?
I mean, technically,
Not a
nothing.
goddamn thing.
Mix it together.
Well, just residue of ranch.
A
on the
residue
bowl.
of
What's
dressing.
left? The what's left argument is the only truth in this. What's left? It's soup.
That's very good.
Hey, I do-
I would have to say I can agree with Connor more.
I
to the
wish
fact-
it was a salad though.
When
That's
he
so sick.
when he
I
said
think based off of the logic,
When
that
he
you established
said-
up to that point, it's a salad.
that's what I'm saying. When he said it, what that's the base. What's
That's the
left,
technicalities.
right? Because you start with the cereal, like
Start
you
with the
said.
cereal,
When you said,
and
but
typically there's
then
going to be
you-
more cereal than milk, unless you're a friggin'
unless you're a
sociopath.
dumbass.
I use
But
coffee creamer
he's
anyway.
Right though, like when you get through that though, when you get
That's
through
not
it,
true. I
what's
use
left?
almond milk.
There's no cereal.
Show me the
left.
tit on an almond.
Yeah, and at the end of a is it at the end
I
of a
already-
soup,
And at the end of a salad, there's always dressing left.
I'd argue
I don't
to
give a
say-
fuck how you clean it up.
Now-
There's dressing left.
Here's an interesting argument.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting argument.
Maybe if you like. So my dressing always goes on top. I don't really mix my dressing in.
What?
What?
For real. Like
So
I just
you
eat it all in
so,
the
like,
bites.
You just have a salad and
I thought I knew you.
on the top and
Yeah.
then no mixing whatsoever.
I mean, it's just extra effort. I just eat it all.
Yeah, but then you get
But
to
if
like,
someone, but if it's made and it's like pre-mixed, I'll eat it that way. Like a Caesar salad's normally made that way.
yeah. That's
Or
what
if
I
you
was
get
just
one-
about to
what if
ask.
say if I put like ranch on it or something, it just goes on top.
Do you get so if you get like those pre-made ones from like Walmart and you put that on there, you don't close it up and shake the shit out of it
The
until
ones with the plastic films.
nobody
for it.
eats salads from Walmart but felons. Let's throw that out there.
That's not true. 'Cause
They're
those
the-
are actually expensive.
they're the
Are they?
best.
They're
They're
like
so
they're
fucking
like $3 to
good.
I thought that might
$5
be
for.
some shit.
If you have
y'all
food
got right
poisoning-
when y'all came out,
They're-
you
they're-
got food poisoning.
They're decent. They're decent. Yeah, you're more likely to get food poisoning from a Wendy's salad than a Walmart salad.
Wendy's salads are trash.
Very
I
trash.
don't fuck with
Garbage.
So
Their
my
Parmesan
wife
bites
fucks
are
with
good, though.
Wendy's.
Yes, sir.
have
Salads
Parmesan bites?
hard.
For their salads.
Yeah.
Can
And
anybody
those
in
are
here
fire.
confirm their new fry rule?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
The new fries.
The new
Because
fries
on their
are
commercial,
the old fries.
They're the same fries.
On their
the exact same fries.
On
yeah.
their commercial, they state,
They're a
okay,
little salty,
Luis
I
works at
think.
Walmart.
I think they put more salt on them. That's,
And that's
literally it.
They guarantee in their commercials they are guaranteed fresh and crispy, or you get a new one.
Nuh-uh.
So yeah,
just
they
got a
said
new
they
one
said if they're
fucking
not
yesterday.
if they're not
God
fresh
damn
or
it.
crispy, you can get a new fry.
Mother-
And I just want to see if anybody's
But
tested
why would I
that.
want a new trash ass fry?
I wouldn't waste my time on more
That's
of
what
their
I'm
fries.
saying. Like, hey, can you give me a new trash ass fry? please?
and crispy.
Hot take.
I need mac and
in
fries.
the world of fast food fries, Wendy's is just average.
Carl's Jr. is the best fast food fries.
I'm gonna go Renzio's.
Excuse me?
Carl's Jr. are the best fast food fries.
I'm gonna go Renzio's. Freddy's. Oh my God, Freddy's fries
Freddy's
is so
is good.
good.
Are we getting a Freddy's now?
Supposedly over by Lowe's.
Yeah.
I'm an
yeah.
Arby's man for fries. The Arby's curly
The
fries.
curly, right? Yeah.
The curly's good,
not the
but
crinkle
see, the
fry.
thing,
The crinkle fry's
seasoned-
trash.
where it
Yeah.
gets me,
Although I will say Carl's Jr. has a curly fry that's comparable.
It's all right.
I like Carl's Jr.'s basic fries.
Carl's Jr. on a good day, their curly fry is very similar.
I didn't even
to
know-
Arby's on an average day.
I've just never enjoyed anything
Arby's
I've
are-
ever eaten at Carl's Jr.
Arby's on a good day, dog.
What?
No,
on the air.
If you're talking about Carl's Jr., fuck their fries. One thing I'll say that I really fuck with Carl's Jr. Like,
the breakfast burgers.
yes,
Yeah, they slap.
them motherfuckers
Okay, yeah,
come
that's-
with
that's-
it.
They
On-
slap.
and breakfast
That
time.
one.
Carl's Jr. comes fucking with
Those
it.
bags-
We're talking
at
about
breakfast time.
the breakfast burger where it's
No, I don't-
the beef with
any
the
of them.
egg,
The
the cheese,
monster. Have y'all had a monster
They're so
biscuit?
good. Yes, sir.
no, I'm thinking of the
I used to
breakfast.
hit-
yeah,
Eat
actually,
a
breakfast
monster
burger.
motherfucking
Carl's
biscuit
Jr.
from Carl's
the
Jr.
burger
That shit
joint has a better
is
breakfast than
fire,
it does burgers.
bro. I can agree with
Their
that
burger-
100%.
I will say this: they
to me, their
always
breakfast is where it's
their
at,
marketing
man.
team is maybe the best.
Arby's.
Even though the one we have here is
Arby's and-
Tits.
Oh no!
Why did I say Arby's?
Yeah.
Hardee's.
Hardee's, Carl's Jr.
and Carl's Jr.
slash
are the
Carl's
same
Jr.
thing.
depending
Yeah,
on the
it's a
state
regional
where
thing.
you're at in the
Thing,
country.
right. Correct.
But and we happen to live in a state that we have both.
I had Hardee's one.
Do we
We
really?
have both. Actually, you know the one we have.
We have a Hardee's?
Oh, that's
Carl's
true.
Jr. we
Gillette
had
has
it was
Hardee's.
a Hardee's, and they just changed the name.
Gillette has
If
Hardee's.
you go to the north side of the state, it's all Hardee's.
Fire.
Yep. Gillette has Hardee's.
But then South Dakota's all Carl's Jr.
That just depends on the country.
Same place.
It depends on the state. Some
Same
states
thing.
have both.
Same
Our
thing.
state,
Food doesn't
Same
change
thing.
whatsoever.
our state has both. But that said,
And
they go hard on marketing and new items, and like their creative department is
they're
top
fire.
fucking
Like,
notch, dude.
they do go
Executing.
hard on new shit.
Hey.
I give 'em- but for me, it's always the new shit and breakfast. Like, bro, did you guys?
If you get the new
I'm gonna
stuff,
say
the
this
week it's
right
new.
now.
The week it's new, it's good.
Did you
After
guys
that,
try
Have you tried their
when these motherfuckers
chicken?
had that pork chop biscuit with gravy?
I didn't get.
No.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that right one. I didn't get to try that one.
They had the chicken and waffle sandwich.
I'm from
Yep,
Alabama.
yep.
So
my only
shit was
gripe
like
about
down
that
south. I
is
was
it's
like,
a fucking slider.
I was like,
Yeah.
man,
It's not
what?
a fucking whole ass sandwich.
not a sandwich.
I asked my mom to
fuck?
get me lunch one day at lunch or for work because I skipped lunch. I asked her to bring me some, and I was like, "Get me this," and it was a fucking slider.
That is mad disappointing.
And I'm like,
Well,
"Are you
we
fucking
started
kidding me?
with-
This is a whole ass slider."
fries, right? You
We-
said Carl's Jr.
He said best fries.
I'm
I think they
Carl's
have
Jr.
the-
I fuck-
their fries are.
I don't even fuck with them on the dinner or lunch or that heavy.
Carl's
so I
Jr.'s
can't really
Carl's
speak
Jr.'s
to that.
Carl's Jr. is one of my favorites.
Carl's Jr.'s
But I like
curly
Burger
fries are
King
better
fries,
than their
man.
regular fries.
I did not know they had
Burger King
regular.
fries.
And their curly fries are the second best curly fry I can think of.
I did not know they had curly
Arby's has
fries.
got that on lock.
Try the curly fries.
I did
for
not
real.
know they had
I
curly
think it's
fries.
better
Those
than
are
the
my
regular.
favorite.
Arby's got the
thing-
curly fries on lock.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's also my favorite fast food
And
fry.
not on top of that, they're home style fries. If
The-
you get
the
away
potato
from the
Olays
curlies,
count?
if you get away
Potato
from
Hold
the
on.
curly,
I think we're forgetting.
They're good.
I think we're
you get away
forgetting
from the
than tater
curly,
tot.
man, the
I
fucking
really like
home
Taco
style
John's,
fries
though.
are good. Too.
I think-
dude, I
Burger
hate
in.
any fucking place more than Taco John's.
What do you think of the Olays though? Because mostly it's the other
I
things.
fuck with the
It's
Olay.
normally the other things people hate, right?
Olays and cheese, that's fine.
Fun fact.
So
good.
in the
But
realm, in the
nothing
realm,
else,
in the realm of the
man. I don't know
fast
how
food
you
fry,
feel
the
with that
potato
shit.
side, where do Olays rank?
As far as
I'd put 'em up
if
there,
we're
man.
talking-
Well, we have two
I
places
give
in
them
town
top
that sell
five.
Olays.
I'd put them
I
up
give
there,
them
right?
top five.
We have two places in town that sell Olays, and I'll put Carl's Jr. over. Or not?
No.
Sorry, not Carl's Jr. Sorry. I meant Taco John's over Burger King.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Burger King's
That's
Olays are
fair.
trash.
Every time I have a
But I
Burger
do
King
like Burger
Olay,
King
they feel
fries, though.
they
Well,
taste
that's
like
also-
they've been out for a week.
Fries better than
That's also-
fucking Carl's Jr.
I do too.
I'll say that.
And they're damn near the
See,
same fry.
okay, let me
Pretty
Sonic
close.
also.
let me defend myself with this.
Sonic?
Sonic.
Sonic, I don't buy
What?
food anymore there.
Potato Olays.
I don't get.
I don't fuck with Sonic at all.
I don't. If I'm going
And
there, it's ice
here's
cream
the-
or just drinks.
Yep, it's ice cream and slushies, and
have a killer
the
candy
only
bar.
reason that for me,
They have an
I'll say
okay-
that,
yeah, they have
is-
a okay
and I
hot
like
dog.
Sonic, but here specifically where we're at in
yeah,
Cheyenne,
that
dude,
sucks.
every time we go there and try to get food, we're there literally an hour. Every
And the
fucking
food's
time,
never
dude.
that
and
good.
it's never
So-
that good.
No.
Can
You're
I
like,
have-
seriously, we waited an hour for a fucking Frisco Frito chili cheese pie? Like, what
It's some
the fuck?
bullshit, and those commercials are very misleading.
Very.
So can I defend myself with the Carl's Jr. fry
No,
thing?
you already lost. We're moving on.
For sure.
So my thing with the Carl's Jr. fry
Actually, no. Connor said he doesn't know.
is well, this is your house.
True that.
So with the Carl's Jr. fry is
Trying
that
to take power from me. He just power moved me as a guest.
I mean, hey man,
That's why he's a guest.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I like
brought
it.
him. I
That's
like it.
solid.
The Carl's Jr. fry, I think, is, to me, I'm not a huge fan of like potatoes. Like I like a fry, I like a
That's why
chip.
Freddy's is king.
And to me, at least what we got here in town, Carl's Jr. is the perfect amount of potato, and it has a good crispy crunch to it.
McDonald's beats them every day of the week.
Every time I have a McDonald's fry, I'm very disappointed.
That's trash.
You get
Completely
unlucky.
disappointed. I've been unlucky for many, many years.
It's because you work there. They fucked you because you work
back
there.
fucking
Facts.
They don't care.
15 years ago.
McDonald's doesn't forget.
Dude, come on, man. There's no way
You think
can't
Ronald's
put,
not sitting there thinking that
You
fucker's
can't
there?
put McDonald's fries.
Don't give
top
him good
five.
fries. Don't give him.
There's
good.
no way. You
But you know how to order
no
I
fries.
agree
way,
with you,
man.
I agree with you. 100%.
Like you can put whoever you want, but you can't rank McDonald's fries out of the top 5.
See, Burger King fries, they have that good crisp, but
Yeah.
it's just way too much potato.
All right.
I'm trying to think.
I actually really like Burger King.
Okay, so Renzio's is a
fuck with Burger
hey Renzio's. How does
Renzio's
is that a
if we're
fast food
talking
fry?
about just here in Cheyenne?
Is that a fast food?
I'll fuck with Renzio's.
Is that a fast food
I
fry?
ate that shit today.
Is that a fast food fry though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was there for
They got some
33
fried
minutes.
mushrooms, too.
Because if they're a fast food fry, I think they're the best fry in town
In town?
for fast food.
In town, they're hard to beat. I would
Well,
say
I would
also
argue-
fresh every order.
I
I
would
would
argue
say-
Burger Inn,
it's hard. I like
but we no longer have a Burger
is
Inn.
fire.
Burger Inn used to be
actually
fire.
Denny's.
ESPY's is what it's called now.
Yeah.
Is Espy's
Actually
good?
Denny's.
ESPY's is fire.
I haven't had
I
that
haven't
place.
had that.
that.
I've not.
So good.
I haven't
I
had
haven't
that
had
place since
that.
it was Burger Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I'll
they
try
changed it
that.
to
I
ESPY's,
will try
like
that.
ESPY's Cafe.
Are their fries good?
Fire.
I'll try it out.
Okay.
Burger King.
I fuck with
Burger
the
Inn was
Burger
so
Inn,
good.
for real. The Burger
The
Inn
Burger Inn
was
is the
fire.
shit. I used to live over by the Burger Inn.
I was gonna say it's just kind of
Me
far
too.
away for me. No.
That shit
That's
was- that
way,
shit
way
is
on the
fire.
other side of town.
Yeah,
it was-
it's way on the other
So
side.
I
of town.
mean, it
agree
is for
if
me
we're
now,
talking
but
about like
It
just
was within
in
walking
town
distance.
fast food type
Right,
fries. I don't know how the fuck you beat Renzio's.
No.
I don't.
If we
Like I
still
said,
had,
I just had that shit today, man.
if we still had a Burger Inn, we'd have a legitimate argument. But we no
Taco
longer
Bell's
have a Burger
fries, do
Inn.
they go in the top 5?
the nacho fries,
The nacho fries?
fire, boy.
Oh, so good.
Fire,
So
boy.
Do they take that number 1 spot?
good. No. I would not say number
Actually,
one,
let's
but
talk-
they are
who's
runner.
one? We haven't even talked about
Renzio's
that.
is one.
I think Renzio's.
we all
Renzio's
for
in
us?
Cheyenne specifically.
What if
is
you
one.
could put
What about all fast food places you
Renzio's
tried?
together with that cheese sauce? Oh,
Yeah, what I would do is I'd lay them down
Dude.
flat and
Boy,
just douse
if
it
you
with
could
the
put
hot nacho
nacho
cheese.
fried cheese sauce with Renzio's fries,
It'd
It'd
kill.
be over.
It's over, bro.
game over.
Yeah, nacho fries would probably be my 3 move. I got to throw Renzio's at 1. Probably McDonald's at 2. I don't get
You know what? Y'all ever had Jim's Burger Haven?
But I got to put the Ole at 4, by the way.
The potato.
I got to. Taco
I
John's
will,
Ole's. And then curly fries at 5.
nachos.
I would.
curly fries got to be top 5 from Arby's.
Yes.
Gotta be.
I would argue Arby's potentially as far up as the 3 spot, though.
I like
I would argue
I
the
like
one
that
on Lincoln
shit.
Way is trash.
Honestly, up to the 2 spot if I'm having a
Arby's?
bad McDonald's day.
So bad.
But
one
no
on
one
Arby's.
ever
know,
dethrones
man.
Renzio's here.
No.
Well, Freddy's might, dude. I love Freddy's, and their fry sauces are so
I
good.
can't even talk about. We can't even talk about Freddy's.
Freddy's is so
That's another. For me, that's a whole.
Freddy's
nother
might be my
world.
favorite fast food
Like,
place
I
I've ever
swear,
lived
dude.
near.
I've only
Can I
had
check the
Freddy's
side
once in
note
my
real
life.
Yeah.
Was it in L-Town?
We weren't supposed to have a
couldn't
great
tell you.
date.
You don't know
But
where
we
you
just did.
It was on the way to go see somebody in the hospital in
Why did we
Colorado. I know it was
just
in
debate?
Colorado,
We
but
just
I don't know
debated.
where.
I had a bad
Fry,
Freddy's
right?
experience in Colorado.
Yeah, what hit me was the chicken. The chicken was bad. But it
don't
could have
order,
been a
don't
bad
order the
day.
chicken. No, don't order the chicken. Always get the double bacon, and always get some custard. And always get the fries with
You
the
talking
spicy
about-
sauce.
You talking about Culver's?
What are we talking about?
Freddy's.
Freddy's.
Oh, yeah.
The thing we're about to
double
get here in town.
You right.
It's
But
going behind the wall.
same sentiment for Culver's. Always get a burger. Always get the
I've
cement.
never had a good burger there.
I know.
Boy, that's a lie. Butter burger, brand new.
I have had many butter burgers.
You don't like butter burgers?
I've never had a good one.
Hot
Really?
roast sandwich is kind
I
of
fuck with the butter burger at Culver's.
I've gotten to the
and
point-
then give me a nice ass motherfucking cement.
So let me say this.
go with it?
I think the Culver's we have to experience is not good.
I'm on that shit.
When I was in Rapid City, the Culver's there, I would hit up frequently. I'd get some cheese
Well,
curds.
maybe the one that's getting ready to. That's another thing I was gonna say.
The
Their cheese curds.
the cheese
are
curds are good.
Notch.
And I mostly got this for the wife, but I'd lie if I wasn't picking on them. And then I'd get some ice cream because custard is a step above ice cream, honestly.
Sure.
And
There's some mints or something to deal with.
but I would dodge the burgers, dude. I have not had a good butter burger
Man,
in my life.
That's crazy. I would say at least the last 2 times we went to Culver's, man, that shit was fire, bro. And we all got butter burgers, and we all got some ice cream.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, you can't go to Culver's without getting some ice cream.
Right. Freddy's the
You know
same
what
way
I'm
for
saying?
me.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
I
their
think
thing.
I think Freddy's
But dude, them Freddy's steak burgers are next level.
So good,
Dude, so
and their fry sauce separates them, man.
my
I
daughter
swear by that.
and then went on a field trip and
Yeah.
shit and ate at Freddy's because I had been telling her, and she was like, so she came home and she was like, Dad, because my daughter don't, so she's not vegan, but I think she's working that way.
Uh-oh.
She don't fuck with meat like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, she really don't. And she fucking went down there, bro, and she was like, Dad, I ate 2 burgers.
They're good, man. They're
fries,
different, bro.
And I had some ice cream. I was like, I told
Well, I was
you.
living in Laramie when
She
they
was
opened
like,
that.
I feel so
I waited in
bad
so many lines.
because I can't believe
So
I
many
ate
lines,
that.
dude.
She was like, but
Have you guys ever heard of the Cotton Club?
so different.
Don't. Oh man, I'm nervous.
Oh, what is this?
So
What's the con?
when I lived in Texas,
Yep. Now I'm more nervous.
yeah, be nervous. So when I lived in Texas for a short period of time,
The Cotton Club in a formerly slave state. Okay.
yeah, and what's ironic about
How it
it,
works.
there's two ironies to it.
I lived in Texas for a long time.
My color of skin, our color of skin,
Yes.
was the minority.
He's Hispanic.
Y'all's colors, man.
We were the minorities,
Yep.
and this Cotton
In
Club
Texas? Yeah,
How'd
probably.
that feel?
in Plainview, Texas, is where one of the
worked
Texas
there
places
for a
that I lived in
long
my
time.
lifetime.
Yeah.
And-
oil and gas work there.
We had this place called the Cotton Club. Very good restaurant, so fucking good. Their fish tacos, the best I've ever had in my life. But
Other than fuzzies.
oh man,
Fuzzy's mad overrated.
I forgot.
I'm sorry.
I don't eat fish tacos.
Fuzzy's.
You're missing out.
That's fair.
But hey, that's your
Fuzzy's is
Everybody
mad
don't fuck with
But-
fish tacos.
this
I
this
like a good
place.
taco, though.
But
All
fuzzies,
about
The
that
whole
beef.
staff.
boy.
The whole staff.
Cut your throat, man.
I'm telling you, darker than that. The whole staff.
Why did you just come on here to explain to us that people
That
have
you're
different
racist?
skin complexions?
Working at the Cotton Club.
Working at the God.
Oh, that was the second irony.
Okay, okay,
That was
that's
the irony
relevant.
part.
That's relevant.
Yeah, that's
relevant.
pretty
okay,
fucked.
Okay,
They gotta rename that place.
That's relevant.
That's what I said.
Why do we rename the Redskins? But that's okay.
Texas, bro.
It's Texas.
It's Texas,
Texas.
bro. And everything's owned by
Texas.
fucking Jerry.
Actually, everything's on.
Jerry rig everything?
Bush,
That's actually much more accurate.
Anyway,
to be 100% accurate.
Old Jerry Jones, handshaking with the devil himself.
shall we move on to our?
We really should get back to
we
another
really
segment.
need to actually get back to a segment.
Twice we've diverted from segments this episode. That's
God.
what we
We
do. It's never
We
happened.
had a great debate.
This is how you're
Tucker has fucked the whole show up.
Yeah, this is how your guest is gonna go.
This is how his whole show goes. No segments.
God damn it, Tucker.
bullshit and bullshit.
All right. So, I don't even know where we're at. Matt,
Catch-all.
you run this shit, Matt. Where the fuck are we at?
We're going to the catch-up. Do we have audio for this?
Nah.
Right, we have no audios right now. Yeah, never mind. Forgot about that.
We ain't got shit.
Transition's not on fleek, boys.
Not on fleek.
Like, I'm gonna have to go home and try to reformat this damn hard drive.
That I don't envy you, Matt. I do appreciate you, though.
Great, though.
So,
While y'all talk about it, I might try.
What are you talking
Real
about?
quick,
We're talking
13
about
hours.
NBA and the catch-all.
Started eventually. I gotta work on this damn thing tomorrow.
yeah, so for the catch-all, we are primarily going to talk about two things. We have a few things UFC,
Ooh, good shit.
and mostly it's going to be a lot of NBA talk, honestly. So, for the UFC quick,
Let's hit that UFC real quick.
I do.
Biggest.
Yo, you can talk on it.
Go ahead.
Dustin Poirier. I do. You guys probably didn't really pick up on it. I didn't watch the whole fight, but I did watch some highlights on it because I was
Yeah,
really
that's
excited
fine.
for that fight. That
You about to
Dustin
talk about
Poirier,
that
Max Holloway.
illegal glove grab?
No, I'm about to talk about. I believe it was in the last round where Dustin Poirier just completely left his corner during the intermission, in between rounds and just completely left his corner and stepped up in the middle of the ring, ready to just get this thing.
Oh,
going.
they wanted to get it going again.
I really liked that. That really
was so
set me
the
going.
fight.
And
Ended,
get his
the
ass
fight
worked.
ended in the third. I think that happened after
That's
the
what he
first,
did.
going into the second.
He got hyped to go get his ass worked.
Yeah,
Like, I like Poirier, man.
hate that I missed
Poirier
it.
is a beast, man.
yeah. His wife is in
Like,
some DMs.
He's your wife is in my DM. What is in my DM? Your wife's in my DM. Like, he's a beast, bro, and I like Poirier a
Me too.
lot, man.
Me
But
too. I also like Max.
skill wise, he is nowhere.
Let's not talk
near
about Max on this one.
on Oliveira's level, man.
Did you guys talk about too much
He's
of Max
not.
last time?
Yeah, on our first episode.
Yeah, that's where me and
really?
Connor about squared up.
Yeah.
So, Oliveira is so much more skilled than Poirier is. If you watch the fight, you could see it too. So Poirier is that motherfucker throws bricks.
Absolutely.
Wasn't
Like
this
that
wasn't
dude
this
throws
his
bricks,
title shot?
man.
Yes, was.
And
Okay.
every time he hit Oliveira, like struggle bus. Like dude got knocked out every time. But he knew he could count on his skills. You know what I'm saying? If he could eat enough shots and not get knocked the fuck out, he knew his skills would take over. And for me, that's who Dustin Poirier is. Like, he will knock you the fuck out. He will. I'm not saying he won't. But if you get him into one of those kinds of fights where I'll take your punches, you know what I'm saying? But now you got to show me something different besides you're just heavy-handed.
That's why it was.
Poirier can't do that.
So for what it's worth, that's why it was impressive when he beat Holloway,
I agree with that.
since he did not knock out Holloway.
I agree with that.
Holloway is ridiculously skilled. So that was a very impressive win in my opinion. Probably Poirier's most impressive win in my
Iron
opinion. I'm trying. Obviously, my memory's probably failing me on something, but that's a very impressive win. But in much more dramatic news,
The most dramatic news ever.
since Holly Holm Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes.
But like as far as odds wise, this was a bigger upset. But I agree with you as like us as UFC fans.
Yeah.
The Rousey getting beat was the biggest women's upset ever.
Ever.
Like there was a point where me as a fan was like, dude, there's not a bitch on
And
earth
Holm was average after that.
who can
Ronda
beat her.
Rousey's a
And she was
bad
average
bitch.
when she fought her.
That's fair.
She was average when she fought her, but she had a great game plan
It
and
was.
she did what she needed
They're all
to do
professional
to beat her.
fighters.
You know what I'm saying?
Execution.
So I would say for me, like this was a bigger upset to me.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes, the baddest bitch on the planet,
has
man.
been that bitch.
She has showed it over and over and over again that she is the baddest bitch on the planet.
Oh.
Just works everybody you put in front of her. And one thing I can say about Juliana Pena, man, is she's been calling her out for months. This is what's so great about this fight is go back and look at Joe Rogan's podcast. Mm-hmm. And go look when
listened for a
Juliana
while.
Pena was on there. It was like 6 or 7 months ago. And she was flat out calling her out. Saying if she will fight me, because remember I even told Connor at work,
You did.
she just talked herself into the fight.
Yeah.
She had no reason to be in the fight. She didn't. Her resume, she shouldn't have been there. She had fought nobody to be there. She didn't.
And now she's fought everybody.
But she talked herself into the fight. And what she did was she believed what she was going to say. And like, it's hard now looking back 6 or 7 months where she had been saying like, I'm going to beat this bitch's ass. All y'all got to do is put me in front of her.
Yeah.
Put me in front of her.
That's how dynamic the
And
entire league is.
Amanda Nunes wasn't even going to take the fight. And she said, I'm going to take this fight so I can run through this chick.
Shut her the fuck up.
And shut her the fuck up.
So
and
the question
what
being,
happened?
So the question being, do you think that's why we got the result we got? Do you think Nunez didn't take it seriously enough?
Yeah, 100%.
That's all it is.
100%.
You
But
think?
you
what
know
about
what?
about a second fight?
Here's what,
Because they already said they'd be
there's
down.
going to be
That's
a
a
second
great
fight.
point. That's what I'm saying.
for
Is
sure
one
gonna be a
thing
second
I
fight.
can say from watching the fight, if you would have asked me that question, and I would have said before the fight, like, yeah, if Pena beats her, it was just all that bullshit, and Nunez will clean her up next time.
Can we agree there will be a second fight?
Oh, that's done.
I feel like
It's
that's going to
done.
happen.
It's done. But watching the fight, I can now say, like, dude, I don't know. I really don't.
Is it
She
safe to
may
say
beat her for the second time this next go round because she stood toe to toe with
the
Nunez.
Baker Mayfield fights this time. So I'm not entirely sure what Pena
Favorite fighter.
I'm not entirely sure what Pena looked like.
Baker will
But-
knock a motherfucker out.
But it was that fucking hype, huh? Is this on ESPN Plus? I can go back and
It
watch
was the ESPN.
It was on Hulu
I was a
too.
little
was-
preoccupied, but
Yeah, and
It
like I
was
said,
on
man,
Hulu.
it was the odds wise. Just if you go just on odds, it was the biggest upset in UFC history. Amanda Nunes was minus 1,200
damn.
for that fight.
So on a fight 2, where do you think the odds go?
I would say even at best.
Okay.
So I still don't think Pena will be.
A favorite?
Yeah, I don't think she'll still be a favorite. Just because all of us as fight fans understand who Amanda Nunes is, and right now we might still feel like it's a fluke.
Right.
But I'm telling you, man, like I said, I'm not going to say she'll win the next fight, but what I will say is it'll be very similar to this fight.
Sure.
As to where as soon as the fight starts, everybody will understand, like, dude, this is a fight. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 3, 4, 5 rounds. This is not just an Amanda Nunes just walk through this girl. Like, we thought she would the first time, she didn't. We thought it was a fluke. This time we thought she would. In my opinion, I just don't think that's the case, man. I think Amanda Nunes she better get her shit together.
Right.
If she wants to go win her belt back.
Yeah. And Pena just solidified her career.
Absolutely.
Fucking A.
She changed her whole fucking life
Yeah, she did.
this weekend.
What are you working on,
It
Matt?
was a good card.
Yeah, honestly, I totally.
I am
forgot it was
upset that I
happening.
missed it.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I'm glad y'all said that. You know, Cody Garbrandt,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
fucked him.
I was gonna say Sugar Sean was on this one.
dude. Does
Sugar Sean
O'Malley
O'Malley
always
is
knock him motherfuckers
fucking
out.
crazy.
O'Malley always knocking motherfuckers
He's always
out.
good. He's always for a good
God.
fight.
Who?
But is Garbrandt done?
I don't know, man.
Dude, he's been knocked out. So,
like
6 of his last fights, he's been knocked out 5 times, and he dropped down a weight class to 125.
That's pretty
And
trash.
oh boy,
I
pieced him up.
I didn't know he
And
dropped
even
down.
even Dana White was like, "Man, you dropped down a weight class and you get knocked the fuck out."
He might
Like-
be, dude.
I think he's done. He was all talk. I mean, look at
He was all talk,
the
man.
fighter series. He was
will
all
say-
talk. on
Dillashaw might have ended him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dillashaw ended that
Fucked him
motherfucker's
up.
life.
What was it? Twice. Fucked him up
He ain't been the
twice.
same since that fight.
Fucked him up twice.
trying to
I've
figure out why
never
we
been a
lost
big
Matt.
fan of Cody. Anyways,
I'm back. Kind of sad. but I'm
Matt's
back.
back because he been trying to fix shit.
Yeah.
How much time you got?
It's not running anything right now.
A lot.
But it'll run as soon as I restart the computer.
So what are we saying, Matt?
Nice.
This is something I'm gonna have to do at home. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is.
Are we still on the show?
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh,
So for the catch-all, we still have to cover some NBA.
bro, we gotta get on NBA.
Utah
got you,
Jazz
NBA.
sleeper for the
Man, we-
finals.
We did
That's
talk about one
there's
of the biggest-
nowhere near. We'll get to that, Connor. What's the biggest thing happening in the NBA right now? We
Well,
got to talk about it.
LeBron
we talked
missed
about
half
it in the
season
six.
so far.
Whoa, Steph.
Steph
Got to
Curry.
talk about it. And even if we didn't want to go all the way
move
record,
I was gonna move into the Phoenix Suns losing to the Clippers.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like we kind of covered Steph Curry.
That was
pretty
Suns. Well, I don't say we just got to talk about Steph though, but we
The
got
Suns or Warriors.
exactly.
Yeah.
Did the Suns
Is it-
bring back CP3?
Not yet.
Yeah, they're nice,
I wasn't.
man.
I wasn't sure. If
And
they
they're
did or not.
nice.
They're
Like
nice.
I mean, they're super nice. They're super nice.
They're
But
a finals contender.
I was rooting for him last year.
I forgot my question about the Clippers, dog. We were talking about this before the show. I already forgot it. My memory is unreliable.
Super
Do you remember
sneaky
it?
question,
Do you
which
remember
is
it?
great. Yeah, I do. Which is great for this topic right now.
Yeah.
As we're getting into the NBA. Why are the Clippers so sneaky right now?
Yeah.
Weren't they somewhat sneaky last year?
Why are the Clippers so sneaky right now? It's something that Connor asked me, and I told him,
Yeah, we were gonna save it for the show.
Yeah.
"You want me to?" And he says, "Save it for the show."
Yeah, so exactly, why are they sneaky?
I imagine you have an answer for this.
I think because
I do,
people are
and it's
just-
crazy, and most people are going to think I am
Just out of it.
just out of left court, man. But I'm telling you right now, the reason they are so sneaky right now is because Kawhi Leonard is hurt. That's why. They no
You think
longer
they're a
have
good
to
team
look.
without Kawhi? You think they're better without
Yeah,
Kawhi?
they are. They're for them, and I'm not saying that Kawhi like that is the case everywhere Kawhi goes, because he's a top 5 player. When he's healthy, Kawhi is as good as it gets, man. But what I'm saying for this particular team, they rally way, way more around PG than they do Kawhi. And that right now, for me, that's why they're so sneaky and good right now. Is because Kawhi is hurt, and nobody has to say, let me come up, right? I got to go look.
I feel like that's kind of who Kawhi is,
I got to
too,
give
right?
it to Kawhi.
I mean,
Like,
look at
Kawhi
them
is
last
that dude.
year in
Kawhi is
the
that dude.
playoffs.
Dude, they're just playing as a team.
Right.
They're just playing great as a team, and they have no superstar.
So-
even though PG puts up superstar type numbers,
His consistency's always been
his
a flaw.
consistent, exactly.
Right.
And so people always feel like, yeah, but PG not really a super. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As to where nobody, in my opinion, is going to argue Kawhi is superstar amongst superstars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, the Clippers don't know how to handle that. They never have. They
Right.
don't know how to handle a superstar player like that. So for right now, I feel like it's better for them, and that's why they're beating people, is because they're just playing, and they're deep as fuck, man.
Right.
Like they are 12 deep
So what,
in LA.
So
right
what
now.
they're doing is kind of the way Phoenix has built it, where they built a team in a team sport, despite everyone thinking that this is a star sport. Because we've gotten to a point in the NBA where people think the team with the most stars wins.
Yeah.
Clearly not the case.
That should
Look
never
at
happen.
LA.
That shit never happens.
It always falls apart. it
Hey,
seems
but
like.
real shit. Let's not act like the
it
Lakers
will
ain't
get
getting
you-
their shit together right
It
now.
will get you a chip. Who?
The Lakers getting their shit together right now.
Yeah, but they weren't what everyone was saying they were going to be when they started the season.
No,
They-
no. I agree with that.
the Lakers-
100%.
the Lakers
But
live and die by
I'm
AD.
a Lakers fan, so for me,
By
what you
AD.
said, that's 100% correct. But what matters is where they're gonna be at the end of the season.
That does
When
matter.
when the playoffs and shit get going,
So the
where these Lakers are gonna be? 'Cause
problem
don't
with the
act
Lakers-
like any of us as NBA fans were like, damn man, that team they got over there, if they can get that shit together, ain't nobody beating them,
No, they trash.
right?
That's what we've been thinking. That's what we've been saying. And it's
They
because-
are trash.
and
I'm
it's-
not changing that at all.
and it's
I'm on
because
the same
Anthony
token
Davis-
I don't know if they're a playoff team, but what I will say is since the All-Star break, they're top 10 in every
Hasn't LeBron missed half the season? Though?
yeah, he's missed a lot. But they're every stat
suspension, some
that's
injuries, some
relevant
COVID stuff.
yeah.
since the All-Star break, the Lakers are top 10 in.
So the Lakers are going to win and lose games based off Anthony. Anthony Davis was, and when the Lakers acquired him, was supposed to be an all-star defensive player. And
Supposed to be the fucking defensive player of the year. Let's be for real.
And he has not been. He's not 1 year.
Didn't he?
Maybe in the bubble.
Didn't he pretty much stop showing up at the end of last year?
But Anthony Davis,
I know
this
he got
guy
hurt,
is supposed to
and
be
then-
the best player in the league.
Well,
Or
one thing I
of.
don't like about
And he's
him,
not
man,
doing it,
is,
man.
Like
He's injury
he
prone.
is like, and any of us as basketball fans can watch and be like, man, that dude. There's not fucking 4 players more talented than that guy.
Yeah, I
But
don't think he's.
there's something about him, and I heard Charles Barkley say this the other night on TNT, and this is 100% correct.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck there is, but there's something about Anthony Davis that doesn't have that dog in him.
he comes off as lazy.
To just be like, you know what I'm saying? Because like Shaq was like, man, you right. Because when Shaq was out there, man, throw him the ball, right? Shaq was like, dude, I'm the baddest motherfucker out here.
Yeah.
Nothing y'all can do. And AD would be the same way if he could adapt that kind of mentality. Like, dude, I'm the baddest motherfucker out here.
Right.
Nothing you can do to stop me. Just give me the ball. But you're right, dude. He's lazy.
He seems lazy,
And he don't want to put in the work to be the baddest motherfucker on the court every night.
and
He
it's-
puts in the work to do it every now and then.
Right.
But it should be every night.
Right.
That you're the
And
baddest
let's not
man on
forget,
the court.
he's in his prime right
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Isn't he injured? Isn't he
In his
very
prime.
injury
And that's
prone
another,
too?
Yes.
So-
that's another thing is you can count on AD to miss
All I'm saying is
30 games a year.
You can't be the superstar in your prime where the team is built around you and it's an older team. It's an older team. You're
It's the
energy.
oldest team
You're the
ever.
energy. You can't be lazy if you're the energy. He's their super.
Some people just can't cut the cheese.
So that's in my opinion, the Lakers' problem is live and die by AD. And when AD's slumping, you're slumping.
They're struggling, and LeBron
LeBron will pull them out a few. Don't get me wrong.
That's just 100% true too. Like, look when they won the title in the bubble. How did they win that title in the bubble? AD was bananas in the bubble.
Yeah.
He was crazy in the bubble, man.
And we ain't seen it since.
And we haven't seen it since.
Yep.
So that's very true. The Lakers go as far as AD takes them.
Right.
That's the truth. It's not about LeBron, man. We know what LeBron does. And like you said, LeBron will pull some games out here and there when they're struggling. But the truth is we need AD to be the best player every night.
Right.
That simple. We need him to be the best player every night. And he's not that by far.
LeBron at this point he's basically a lock to get you 25, 6 and 5 every game. And with a few outlier games where he's going to save the team. But AD has got to step it up day to day, is what it seems like to me. I mean, that's the only way the Lakers – or you know what? It's the Golden State show this year. So who gives a fuck?
I think it will be. It for sure is now.
Well, the only ones that are going to challenge him are the Suns.
And that's what sucks, man.
Clippers maybe now. They're sneaky.
Truthfully, it's really about the Western Conference.
I mean, what about Utah?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's really about the West.
Yeah.
It's about the West play. Like, for us, we don't even give a fuck who comes out of the East.
Yeah, it's just going to be Jason Tatum by himself.
We don't give a fuck.
It's just Jason Tatum.
Even though the Bucks are defending champs out of the East.
That's just because of Giannis at this point.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, they don't look like that championship team, but Giannis looks like championship Giannis. So I'll give him that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Manny Nice, where we at?
So, we are looking at
loads of money.
Loads of money. Let me pull up the intro.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready to dance, bro.
This is our shit right here.
This is. I love this transition.
This is where we get down right here when we hear this little song right here, boy.
I'm for this.
All right.
Boy.
This is a journey into money. LODSOVEMONE. What's they spell?
Loads of money!
Hey, what's up, guys? Y'all know what time it is, man. Loads of money in here.
Loads of money.
Let's get our banks right.
Loads of money. Let's get the banks right.
We'll actually listen to this segment.
So one thing I want to talk about this week. Actually, I won't even get into the actual segment this week. Let me just go through a couple things that happened.
That's a cock tease.
In the market. Blue balls for days.
Yeah.
That's no kidding.
So, just run through a couple of things that I've seen in the market. So, what I want to talk about this week is I want to talk about REITs. That's what the actual segment is going to be about.
REITs.
REITs, which is Real Estate Investment Trust. Like I said, we'll get into that deep here in just a minute. So, a couple of things I've got here for notes. So, let's talk about, we talked about getting an emergency fund, and a lot of people still are thinking that you should put your money in the bank account, right? Because let's be honest, that's what we've been taught, right? You get money.
It's how we've been conditioned.
Open a bank account
for the most part.
You
put money in savings.
Your employers put money in the bank account for you.
Put, you know what I'm saying, some money in checking, pay your bills, put whatever we have left in savings.
Right.
So let me give you guys a couple of stats right here for savings account. So keeping more than 3 months of expenses and savings these days, so doesn't add up. So just rethink what you're doing. So CPI is up 6.8%. That's consumer products. If you don't know what CPI is, consumer product index just means what we're buying as consumers. Mm-hmm. So food, pretty self-explanatory.
Right.
Groceries for everyday people, up 13%. Your rent of what you have to pay every month, up 20%.
Damn.
Ooh.
Home values of if you're buying a home right now, up 20%. The stock market for this year, up 25%.
The only way to stay
So let me preface that by saying stock market up 25%. All that other bullshit I just gave you guys, if you'll invest in the fucking stock market, just took care of all of that, right? Your 25% return took care of your CPI bullshit, your food increase, your rent increase, just if you were investing.
Sure.
Period.
Sure.
Right? So that's the first thing. All right. So savings account. We ran into CPI 6.8, food up 13%, rent up 20%, home values up 20%, stock market up 25%. I'll ask all three of you guys, how much do you think the average savings account was up in that same amount of time, 3 months?
Up -7%.
I'm gonna be a little more optimistic and say up 2%.
Tucker, what you think?
Say it broke even.
So a savings account interest in the same 3 months was up 0.003%. 0.3%.
Not gonna lie to you, I thought that it wouldn't have changed and inflation would have fucked the shit out of it.
Putting your money in a savings account, right? And
I
like I
don't
said,
imagine it helped
don't get it wrong. That's what we've been taught. It's literally what we've been taught, right? Is go make money, go pay your bills, put the rest of your money in the savings account.
The system's not made
right?
for you to learn how to make money. It's
So,
made for other people to make money off you.
It is.
Yes.
So here's the greatest thing I learned and why I stopped putting all of my money into bank accounts. So I only use bank accounts to to just move my money everywhere else. Like you said, it's the intermediary of where I'm gonna push that to where I want it to go to make money for me.
Sure.
So there was a guy that I follow on Twitter that said, if you guys don't realize that banks only want you to put money into your savings account so they can use your money, wake the fuck up.
They take your money and
So-
invest it and then back it with their investments.
Absolutely. Every time you put money into a savings account, you just gave whatever bank you're at your money to use to go do whatever they deem necessary to go try to make a return off of your money and then back it with that investment, right? So, but there always comes a time where what's that statement? If push comes to shove and you, at the time that they were using your money to invest in whatever they wanted to do, at that particular time, if you came in and said, hey, I have $10,000 and say I need all of that, like right now, you will not be able to get it. You won't. The bank will give you a runaround. They'll tell you how if it's over this amount of money, you can't pull it out all at one time, right? So
Right.
if it's above this amount, you can't come in the bank and pull it all at one time. If you do this and this, then we have to do it, right? So it's built for you guys to give them your money and let them use it, and then you'll get it back. I'm not saying you won't, right? You'll get it back. Your money will be there. But if there came a time there was just a crazy ass emergency, and it came that time where you were the person that they used your entire savings account for their investment, I promise you, you will not get your money out. All you will get is letters and emails and all kinds of shit of all these stipulations of why you cannot withdraw your cash, right?
Right.
They'll give you 1,000 here, and then you got to wait 3 days, 3 business days. So just understand that.
That's why I don't
So
trust banks.
You should not trust
You
banks.
should not trust banks.
I'm all cash.
So that's another thing, though. You shouldn't be all cash. So you should have cash to make moves of investments that will further make your money work for you.
Cash is a decent strategy
But
for
we'll-
just general
I
expenditures.
was about to say that's more of a day-to-day thing.
We'll
Yeah.
get into that. So cash is a great strategy.
It's not a
if-
great saving strategy.
if you have
No.
a plan of something to do with your cash, right? You can't just sit on a ton of cash
because your cash is still subject to
your-
inflation.
Yes, and your cash is always losing money, right? $1 is never going to be worth tomorrow what it is today. That's been proven over 200 years, right? That it's just not. So cash is a great strategy, but you need to figure out what to do with it. All right, so a couple of things I have here. So let me get out of this real quick. Go to my other notes. All right. So, like I said, we're going to get into the REITs in just a minute. That was huge for us. So, Fubo announced today a multi-year partnership, which just was a couple of days ago. This was the 13th. So, Fubo TV, if any of you guys invest in Fubo, they just announced a partnership with the Professional Fighters League. If you don't know what the PFL is, if you're a UFC fan, think about, you know who Demetrius Johnson was? Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. He left the UFC to go to the PFL, Professional Fighters League. A lot of people consider that league where the real fighters are at because it's not about the money. They don't get paid a whole lot. It's just about the competition, about who the best fighters are.
Sure.
So a couple of things that's great for the PFL. It's great for Fubo if you're an investor. So now let's talk about what we actually are getting into loads of money about. So one thing I know Connor is pretty gung-ho about is my man is really wants to get into the real estate investing game, right? So Connor wants to own some shit, wants to put some money into some real estate, which
Seems like a really great way to manage offsetting your lifestyle.
It is, and it's a great way to get passive income, right?
Right.
But let's be honest. So how many people have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, keep going however you want to go invest in an actual real estate property?
Right.
Right? There's just not a lot. Now, I'm not saying you won't catch a deal and you can go get into something for 10 grand or something. But one thing I will say is it's very hard to be able to get into any kind of real estate true investment for under $10,000.
Right.
Like, what kind of property are you going to get that's under $10,000?
Right.
A piece of shit. Right? Something you probably
Nothing good.
shouldn't be
typically.
in anyway. Like, you might hit a gold mine here somewhere, but $10,000 I would say is absolute bare minimum if we're talking about real estate investment, right? Most guys that are in real estate would be like, we don't even have anything to talk about if you can't bring $10,000 to the table.
Sure.
Right? So most of us, like I said, we don't have $10,000 to invest into real estate. So what I wanted to do was bring to the table, there's another way that you guys can get into real estate without technically being a property owner or a land owner or anything like that. So these are called REITs, right? So REIT apostrophe S, REITs.
REITs.
Real Estate Investment Trust, REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. So let me find here so we can just
So these
break
are sold
down.
as stock options?
So not stock options. These
Just
are
the stocks.
basically you can go buy and sell a REIT just like you can an ETF, an individual stock, anything like that. So
I was going to ask if this.
So these
functions
go
almost
through
like
your
an index
brokerage.
fund.
What'd you say?
I was curious to see if this functions similar to like an index fund.
Not at all.
Okay.
So this is completely different than an index fund. An index fund is going to track a index of what a particular stock is doing, right? So like we talked about, the SPY index fund is actually 1/10 of SPX, right?
Sure.
So
Right.
index funds are taking 1/10 of a particular stock and they're just tracking what it's doing, and then they're taking a percentage of that and putting that into their ETF, right? So you're getting a percentage of so this as a REIT is completely different.
Okay.
So it's completely different. So
So the nice thing about the REIT, though, is you're saying they're mandated by law to kick out the majority of their profits to dividend investors, right?
right. So
Or as dividends to investors.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So real estate investment trusts or REITs can be excellent ways to add income and growth to your portfolio, right? So we talked about before, you guys know I'm an income investor.
Right.
Which for me usually means dividends, right? I
Right.
like to be able to hold investments and then pay me to do such.
Right.
Right. So as a REIT, this is probably as good as it gets to be able to do that. So real estate investment trust is an excellent way to add income and grow to your portfolio without adding too much risk, right? So this will take your downside drawdown potential when you get into individual stocks, right? So this cuts that down. So just like anything else, pros and cons. So let's talk about it. So what's the real benefit of being in a REIT? So without me even getting into my notes, one thing is you get to be part of a real estate without actually having to be a landlord,
Right.
right? Which doesn't come with any of the pain.
So overhead gone.
Overhead is gone,
Right.
right? So you don't have anybody leaving you with rent payments. You don't have any fucking properties that are just fucked up. You got to go renovate all that shit.
Sure.
That comes into being an actual
And your investment
property
can be
owner.
much less, I assume.
Absolutely.
Dramatically.
Dramatically. So probably the main thing about REIT that you should know is there is no corporate tax in REIT.
Okay.
Right? So one thing you want to do with REITs is you want to look into a tax advantage type of account. So you want to put these things in like a Roth,
Okay.
traditional IRA. You want to put them in things that are going to be tax advantage, right? Because REITs, they get taxed at a regular tax percentage of gains, and I'm going to explain to you why in a minute, right? They're not taxed as regular dividends like we've talked about before. They're taxed completely different because, like we talked about before, it is federally mandated that they give so much back to their investors. That's what makes them a real estate investment trust.
Right.
Is they have to give 90% of their profits back to investors through dividends, right? They have to do that or they cannot even list
As a REIT.
As a REIT.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So that automatically already creates an advantage if you're an income type of investor, right?
Right.
Because you know, like 90% of the profit that this motherfucker makes is coming back to me.
Right.
Now, it always depends on how much of that you have, right?
Obviously.
Okay, so no corporate tax. So to be classified as a REIT, a company needs to meet some strict requirements. For example, they have to invest at least 3/4 of their assets in real estate and pay
So
at
they have
least.
to actually buy real estate.
They have to buy. They have to go
figure.
do
Fuck
what
me.
we
That's
don't
crazy.
have the money to do.
Right.
Right. They have the money to go do that. We don't.
Sure.
But they give us the opportunity to make money from the profits, even though we don't have the money to buy it.
Right.
Right. So 90% of their taxable income has to be given to shareholders. If it meets these requirements, a REIT, they get a huge tax break.
Okay.
Which is
So
the reason to be a REIT.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if they give 90% to their investors, there's no certain number out there, but it's been talked about in the market that they get upwards of 50% of that back.
Okay.
Just for being a REIT and giving that 90% to their investors, they're going to get 50% of that back.
Got it.
Just for following the guidelines of being a REIT.
That's huge.
So now, matter how profitable a REIT is, it pays 0 corporate tax. Right? So let that sink in. It doesn't matter what that REIT does for the year, they do not pay a corporate tax.
So they are not tax advantaged.
So with most dividend stocks, like we talked about, profits are effectively taxed twice, right?
Right.
So once on the corporate level,
Right.
and then again on our individual level when we decide to take the gains, right?
Right.
So let that
Capital
also,
gains,
that's a
right.
huge thing too. You will not get taxed on those until you realize your gains.
Right.
If you just keep reinvesting your dividends,
Which is what you do with the stock.
There is no tax on that.
Right.
Okay, which is how you get more and more wealth
because they're unrealized gains.
Exactly, they're unrealized gains,
which
right?
means they're
and
just
later
an
on in
enigma.
the show, we'll talk about how to change those unrealized gains and the taxable gains, and then get 0% tax on your gains, and then but you have all that capital appreciation at the same time. So you might make 30% on your capital appreciation, and most people are out here paying, 15, 20% tax. You're not going to do that. You're just going to get the whole 30%. Cool. But y'all got to listen to the show.
Yeah, that's going to be after another show. That's a lot of information.
Y'all got to listen to the show
before
I give you guys all that. So we know what's great about REITs, right? They give 90% of their profits back to you guys as investors.
Low overhead,
total return potential. So let's talk about this, because a lot of people think REITs have one or the other, right? So REITs have the potential for capital appreciation as the value of their underlying assets grow. So real estate values trend to increase over time.
They're up 20% this year.
So they might develop properties from the ground up or sell valuable properties and redeploy the capital. So this is one thing that are different about REITs, right? So you might go buy a property, and if you know, like, you should buy a property, you hold on to that shit forever, right? So one thing about REITs you should know is they do the same thing, but they take advantage of when the market is super hot, right? And as to where me and you might say, yeah, it's great, we bought it for 20 grand, it's at 120 grand. Like, for me, I'm selling that shit. I made 100K, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm selling that shit. But for them, they might do that too, you know what I'm saying? But what they will do is go redeploy that capital into another solid ass investment to make more money off of it.
So they are quite literally living up to their name, real estate investments.
Exactly.
And they're you're trusting them with the money to do
your
that.
money.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I would say is
rocket science, people.
Is use this as another way to diversify your portfolio, right? You should not be in 100% REITs. That's dumb, right? You shouldn't be in 100% dividend stocks. That's dumb.
Right. The argument is diversity is going to keep you safe.
Exactly. Diversity is what keeps you safe, especially in the times that we're in right now. Inflation is upwards of 7% right now.
Right. And stocks never considered, or investments never considered volatile, can be volatile at the flip of a coin.
Yep. Diversify your bonds.
Facts. So one thing I like about REITs that I can say I don't like about regular real estate is the liquidity of it.
Right.
Sure.
So in regular real estate, right, the liquidity is there, but you have to find somebody to give it to you, right? So you have to find somebody that is willing to pay the price of your property.
And it's normally comparatively to other things, it's at an excessive price. It's the most expensive thing most people purchase is property.
So one thing is about REIT, if you like that real estate investment type of game, this is different. This is the same as stocks or anything. You can literally go at a click of a button and buy or sell, right? You cannot do that with physical property.
Right.
I can't go out there and say, I'm done with this property. You want it? Yeah, 30 minutes, that shit's gone.
Sure.
Right.
You cannot do that because you have to find somebody that thinks the value is the same or more than what you're trying to sell it for.
Right.
So that's where a REIT is different, right? Because it's in the stock market. It gives you the opportunity to control your capital, right? So when you see that opportunity and you feel like you've made whatever it is, right? We've talked about, I can't tell you what your percentages are or how you want to take profits, but in a REIT, when you see a profit that you like, you can take it, right? You can go sell that REIT and take your profit and go make an investment into whatever else you want, or just fucking go spend it however you want. So we talked about the great things about REITs. Let's talk about some drawbacks. So there's no investments that are perfect. We know that. Everything has a drawback. So like we talked about, so there's dividend taxation in REITs.
Right.
Because the downside is that generally REITs don't meet the definition of qualified dividends, which are taxed at lower rates than ordinary income. And the reason they don't meet it is because normally, so to qualify as a qualified dividend, usually it's something that you have to hold over, and the stock market considers it 365 days.
Right.
Sure.
So it has to be 365 days that you held it. Now that qualifies as a qualified dividend because you have time in holding that. So the reason REITs don't is because, like we talked about, we kind of look at it on a 3 to 6 month period.
Okay.
And we take our money when we see it. They take their money when they see it and reinvest it.
So it's the weakness of day trading.
It is. It's kind of a weakness for sure.
Got it.
So REITs are also very interest rate sensitive, right? So they can be highly sensitive to interest rates fluctuations, like we talked about right now. Interest rates are huge right now.
We did talk about that right now.
So as a general rule of thumb in the stock market, when yields are huge, like let's say the treasurer, I think the 10-year bond in treasuries right now, looking at about 2%, which is high as fuck. So in those particular types of things, REITs are going to struggle a little bit. They just will. That's just how it's.
So it's a good time to buy.
It is exactly right. So this is what I was getting to. So when you get to that point when you believe in what you're buying, all it is an opportunity.
Right.
All it is an opportunity to go buy more. So for example, so let's say. So one thing I want to say is, do you guys even understand like how many different kind of REITs there are? So they're all real
Not a
estate
clue.
investment trusts, right? So think about.
So they all specialize like residential and commercial.
Yes, they
and
all have, and so that's
like
where I say
hospitals
it
and
all
schools.
comes
Okay.
to personal preference.
Okay.
Right?
What do you believe in?
What
Put your
you
money where your
believe in.
mouth is.
Put your money where your mouth is,
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
So there's all different types of REITs, and you guys just did it great. There's residential REITs. There's commercial REITs. There's medical REITs. There's it's whatever you believe in, right? So
Any type of property you could buy into, you can buy a REIT.
you can buy a REIT for it. And like I said, so one good thing about REITs is, above what we talked about before, is they definitely hold a way higher dividend yield than most stocks, because they can do that because, like we talked about, by federal regulation, they have to give
Well, and then they get the tax break.
90%. And they get a tax break.
Right.
So for them, they're cool with,
right.
well, this company only gives 1.5%. Let's give a 7% yield.
Right.
Because we're getting half of that shit back.
Right.
Right. For us, it's really only a 3.5% yield. But for our investors, it's still a 7% yield.
Which makes it appealing.
Beyond appealing.
Right.
I mean, the average yield right now for the S&P 500 is under 2%.
Right.
1.8%. And that's not bad.
Right.
So imagine if you could get 7%
Right.
on your return.
Yeah, that's kick ass.
All right. So bottom line on REIT investment, you have to, for one, do your research, right?
Always.
We always tell you, you got to do your own research.
So white sheets?
Have to do white sheets or crypto. White
I'm
sheets
trying.
or crypto.
I tried, man.
So go do fundamental analysis
Son of a bitch. I knew
on the REITs that you're wanting to get in, right? And then that's the first thing. So go do your own research. We're not gonna tell you what you should and shouldn't get.
We're not financial
into.
advisors. We're just people
Not
that read
financial
things.
advisors.
People in a basement.
Yeah, welcome to the basement, by the way. Welcome to the basement. All right, so what I will do
Shout out
now
basement.
is you guys have a little bit understanding what's
It's just another option.
It's just another thing to diversify yourself and how to make money.
And understanding these things makes it easier to put your money down and understand that these are always better options than banks.
Exactly. Make your money make money, so that way you get loads of money.
Loads of money.
Get loads of money.
And then you could take free vacations.
That'd be nice.
That would be amazing. All right. So as we get out of here, I will give you guys, if you want to go look in the stock market, I'm going to give you guys 10 REITs real quick, and I'll give you. I'm not gonna go.
You're spoiling them today, Rich.
Go into like everything why you should invest. I'm just
Christmas came early.
Just gonna give you
Week
guys
early.
10 reads.
Sure.
Actually, I'm gonna give you 11 because I got another bonus one that I invest in myself.
Bonus read. Bonus read.
So stock ticker is AMT. That is American Tower. Go look at it. Fire.
Not to be confused with AMC, the theaters.
Two very
Correct.
different things.
Very different.
Code COLD.
If you didn't know how to spell cold, now you do.
UMH Properties. Sticker.
Get that sticker, boy.
Ticker. The ticker is UMH.
Okay.
Stag.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna make a joke.
Stag Industrial.
Like that bug, boy.
So for me, this is I'm pretty heavy in Stag. 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 All right. So just a quick little thing. One reason I'm heavy in Stag is they are Amazon's landlord.
Oh, no shit.
Everywhere Amazon has a warehouse,
Stag is
they
involved.
pay Stag.
Okay.
Stag
Yeah.
is their.
And if
their-
you don't think Amazon's going to go out of business, that's a good thing.
Just
No
like
kidding.
Aaron Rodgers with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, someone's got to be their daddy.
Rents
Yeah.
due.
he does own them.
Rents due, he says.
Number 5, Store. STOR. Store Capital.
It's like how the Vikings spelled it.
The biggest thing I can tell you about this without giving you any info, this is the only REIT that Warren Buffett invests in.
Well, that's
Number 6,
merit.
He does okay for himself, I'd say.
think so.
HTA, which is
Better than
Healthcare Trust of America.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
HTA. That's the ticker. HTA.
Awesome.
Number 7, VICI Properties.
Vicky.
Vicky. VICI.
Hey, Vicky, you're
Vicky
so fun.
is.
But that's a different song.
That's a different
So
song.
Nikki.
just
Mickey.
a
Mickey.
quick
Oh,
little
you're right, it
thing
is Mickey,
for
like the mouse.
VICI to put it into perspective. They are the landlord of Las Vegas.
Oh.
The main
whole
strip
place?
you see in Las Vegas,
Like the MGM?
all those buildings, they have to pay rent to somebody, right?
I assumed they could own their own buildings.
They pay it to VICI.
Well, they probably own the buildings, but not the ground that it sits on.
Exactly. So they pay rent to VICI.
Fascinating.
Number 8, Easterly Government Properties.
I've heard of them.
This is a crazy ass ticker too. The ticker is DEA.
Nice.
I don't trust it.
Take that. Take that for whatever you want.
Cannot trust that one.
trust that
The
one.
ticker is DEA.
That one's a snitch. That one's a
So
snitch.
number 9 is a global medical REIT.
That sounds pretty safe.
That is GMRE.
Man.
It is one I am invested in myself. A way to keep it simple, what they are is all medical devices that you would see in a hospital. Anything that's taking your blood pressure, anything that's taking.
You can have REITs for non-real estate things?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So they are 100% control of all medical devices that are in hospitals.
Those are
This-
important.
that's
especially during COVID.
Who they pay.
No kidding.
So number 10 is WP Carey.
Like
the-
Warner Bros?
The ticker is WPC.
Nope.
So they invest in single tenant industrial warehouse offices. So their biggest, let me see if I can
Single
find their.
tenant? So one person owns an industrial office? So like Staples or distribution centers and stuff like that?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Correct. Perfect. And so, like I said, the 11th one that I will
Bonus.
throw in bonus is what I invested in personally, and it's IIPR. So the ticker is IIPR.
And make that noise.
What they are is they are basically the landlord of every marijuana place that you see right now that is selling marijuana
shit.
legally. IIPR is their landlord. and they have to pay them to be able to do such.
So I imagine they're pretty much Colorado based.
No.
No.
You would think that.
Cali,
Truthfully,
probably.
if you really want to go to their where the main base is, Canada.
Oh yeah, I forgot they legalized it first.
Yep. So for me, that's loads of money. I gotta take a pee.
Loads of money.
Loads of money.
We're gonna move on from loads of money today.
That's it. Social shout out.
Woo!
I guess
Social shout out.
I guess we could start with Tucker here.
Yeah, Tucker, you've been sitting quietly. Loads of money, a little more on the boring side as far as excitement levels, but
just
way more valuable information than everything else we offer
soaking
every
in the
day.
knowledge.
It is good stuff.
It's
but
good
you're
shit.
not here for free. How do we pay your bills?
Well, unless you're Jim Casey, I don't think you can pay my bills. So
Shout out Jim Casey.
he's the owner of Holiday Motors.
Shout out Jim Casey.
Okay, shout out.
Yeah, shout
Random
out Jim
car
Casey.
dealership owner. I think anyone could pay the bills if they had the money. Let's see if the viewers can get you the money. Where do we send them?
So far,
Loads of money.
yeah. So I'm a guest from Two Shades of Stupid with my good buddy Luis.
What's the premise, man?
Shout out.
It's just it's a comedy podcast. If you want to put it on, we're not comedians by any facet of the imagination, but more of a geared towards a feel-good podcast. If you forget your day-to-day for a moment while you listen to our dumbass voices say dumbass shit. So
kind of what we do.
yeah.
Yeah, the way I put it as someone who's guest starred over there, if you want to feel like you're driving a monster truck through the Amazon River, all while a redneck is yelling at you from a raft while fighting off crocodiles, that's Two Shades of Stupid.
Dude, that shit's interesting. That's
That
fun.
is a hell of a description.
Yeah.
He just plugged your show the best way
Yeah.
possible.
hammer right on the nail.
So
it is.
Yeah, it's a good time.
he's found anywhere podcasts are shared.
Yeah, you could check it out on
Skip the Madden one, pro tip.
a
Skip the Madden one.
yeah.
Everything else is solid.
We're turning over some new leaves, so hopefully we'll
Which
you know,
is
we
good
can't
since
get any
Luis
worse.
can't spell leaf.
No,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
no, he
unfortunate.
It's a grown man.
It's a grown ass man.
By the way, I'm keeping that description in mind. I like that.
I like it.
yeah. I mean, we're turning
He's
over
gonna
a new
put that on your
leaf,
show.
so you can check it out
what
on
he's saying.
Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Absolutely.
Breaker, Pocket Cast, or Radio Public. All on there. We currently have
We know you're listening to Spotify. You're a real man.
yeah.
Actually, sorry, continue.
We're 12 episodes in. Hopefully you
12.
can get more. So check it out.
That's
We
fire.
post every Monday night. So
Word. Consistency.
Fire. I like that.
All right.
What is it? 2 Shades of Stupid.
Two Shades of Stupid.
yeah, we're both
Yeah.
stupid and one is darker than me. So.
Yeah, this
There
is
it
gonna,
is.
this is. I was gonna say
That's how you got 2 shades.
it is on the nose. We have a white man and a Hispanic man. Neither of them super intelligent. They make a podcast where they talk together.
No, it's
If you're looking for every
times.
possible
It's
type of
good
conversation to be had,
if
that's
you
where
want
it's
to
at.
feel smarter than people, listen to it.
That's a really good way to put
That's
it.
good
That's
shit.
better than what I said, for
That's
sure.
good
Fair
shit.
enough. That's a way accurate
You
way
wanna-
to put it.
Feel smart as shit? Listen to this.
Yeah.
It's weird. Even if you guest star on it, you feel like you just fall into it.
Yeah,
There's no redemption.
it's like the Black Plague. You're just
Embrace
it's
the meme.
bound to happen.
You do. You have to embrace the meme. 6. So all we have left is we have one social shout out for the show today.
Amongst all of us. Finally.
Finally.
We
That's
talked
less
about
shit
it
I have
last
to
week,
type.
though.
We did.
We made that shit happen, right? We made that shit happen.
We're about that business.
So go follow us on Twitter right now. Outta Left Court 3. Yes, there's 3 of us, motherfuckers. That's why it's Outta Left Court 3. So go to Twitter right now, Outta Left Court 3. We will be posting the same shit we talked about on other social shout-outs. I post investing type of shit. Connor still is keeping up with pretty much NFL, everything relevant to NFL news. Matt still just about posting some bullshit.
And the
So-
best part is we all have access to the exact
Yes,
same page.
We all have access. One thing I
so
can
you
say,
never
I
know what
was-
you're going to get on there.
would really love, man, just go back there and leave us some feedback.
Please.
Just go tell us what you think about the show, what you
We
like,
want
what
to know
you
how we
don't
can make
like.
it better for y'all.
Yeah.
drop some questions on there. I think we talked about eventually we want to get a Q&A
That's what we
segment.
want. That's what we want the
So,
social shout out to
man,
be.
just
Just
go
talking
hit
to
us
you
up.
guys.
Like we said,
Anchor
Outta
help
Left
that.
Court
Huh?
3.
Anchor will help with that.
Fuck yeah.
Anchor hat once you get the sponsors, Anchor sets up a Q&A for you.
Hell yeah.
We actually we have the option for that.
Oh,
now.
interesting.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
So I guess I
That's
just
what's
lied.
up. So, man, for real,
Perfect.
go hit us up.
Hey.
Outta Left Court 3 on Twitter right now. We'll get on Instagram, all that shit out.
All hours of the day. There are good odds you'll find one of us on there.
Never anything you guys have to say about the show, any input, anything you want to hear on the show, anything like that, man. Go to that page. Drop us some info on there. It's all about you guys. So we're trying to do whatever's relevant for you guys. Go to there.
We're trying to scale this and make this the best show we can for the people. We have fun. We have fun doing it. We can talk about
We can talk about whatever the fuck you guys want.
We chose the things we generally like talking about, but fuck, we can go any direction that the viewership wants.
Be happy to.
You know?
Facts.
We go week to week.
Yeah,
Don't give a
I
fuck.
think that's a great thing. I'd be happy to go in another route. We just need somebody to take us there.
That's right.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's right. So, hey guys, it's been good meeting up again tonight. And if you like the show, good for you. If you didn't like the show, get fucked.
Fuck off.
Be friend, tell a friend.
That's right.
Thank you.